RTM podcast show.
To the world and them girls.
Young Spray, Queen Ice Cream.
How you mean?
In Northwest London, born and raised. In Kilburn is where she spent most of her days. Chilling out, matching, relaxing, all queening. Then her and Mafiella did start diva twinning. And Young Spray, well, I was up to no good. Always making trouble in the neighbourhood.
What?
Did a one liquor ups and the judge didn't care. He said, I'm sending you to prison right now for 2 years. I blew my mama kissing them when I saw tears. Her face showed the limit of the pain she could bear. If anything I could say, the sentence weren't fair. But I thought, nah, forget it. Yo, mom, have no fear. Have no fear, mama. I know I'm only 16, but I'm built for this.
That's what
Yo.
I told myself.
I pulled up to the jail around 7 or 8 and I yelled to the sweatbox, yo fam, link you later. Welcome to Feltham, I was finally here. They took me to Swallow and it started from there. That's where it all started, man. You're just like me, I'm just like you. I was a bad you too. But you could change, man.
You can change. Have faith.
RTM.
Really the most.
Boom. Welcome to the RTM podcast show, season 5, exclusive. You get what I'm saying? You lot's been getting on to me about calling me racist and all this stuff before I bring my racist power. You get what I'm saying? So, you get what I'm saying? Now, big up Tommy. Young Spray, sorry, I'm going mad. Young Spray, Big Bad Spray. Here with my co-host.
Cream, you know the vibes.
You know the vibes, Black and she's proud. And obviously, because you know me, obviously, I'm a madman or whatever, and everyone chats rubbish or whatever. But I made sure I bring respect because he's more capable to debate with Tom or whatever on certain things. Because before, obviously, a lot of people was like to me, oh, don't have Tommy on your platform. How can you give him a platform? Rare, and all this stuff, yeah? But then he got the same thing as well. Like, I don't know if you want to tell them, like, don't go to...
Oh, no, my mate just, I was going to ring him now and say, but what did you tell me? Because he's just checked you out. He goes, yeah, don't go, bruv.
Don't know.
Yeah, don't go, bruv. And I said, why not? He goes, I've just gone through Instagram, looked at who follows him. He's got, he goes, loads of different convert names, reverts, and he's going through and he goes, I wouldn't go, bruv. And then, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, no, because you know what it is, yeah? Because I didn't proper look into you, innit? I just kind of knew the basic kind of thing.
Headline.
To me, type of thing. Well, I just thought, all right, you're kind of against immigrants. That's what I thought,
And
type
I'm
of
not.
thing.
And
No,
I'm
but
not.
that's what I thought. But I was on the, let's shut the border as well. I was with you on that. I wanted to close the borders. I was with Trump, you get what I'm saying? I wanted the borders closed.
Is he pro-Trump, yeah?
I wanted the borders closed. You get what I'm saying? Like, I've had enough. With the Polish are here now, it's cool. Russians, everyone, but let's stop now. Do you know what I mean?
Control it.
Let's stop now. I don't need my windows wiped no more. You get what I'm saying? No, I'm going mad.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, no, see, you're laughing though, but you get what I'm saying? You're laughing when it's racism towards other people.
No, I'm laughing.
You get what I'm saying?
Madness,
Yeah,
not
look,
even
you get what I'm
racism.
saying?
I can't lie, I'm laughing at the madness.
But no, sorry, I'm hot though, man.
You know.
I'm hot, but all jokes aside, we're gonna have a serious debate and get into it. But first of all, want to get into like your story, your background, just so they kind of know you and kind of because I watched the Oxford Union thing.
You watch that, yeah?
Yeah, I watched that earlier on, so I kind of know, I understand why you are how you are or why you feel how you feel, innit? So. Obviously, I just want... Because a lot of people look at you like the face of hate, blood.
That's what you see when you've watched the Oxford Union, yeah? And did it give you a different perspective to the headlines?
To be fair, I kind of got you already.
Okay, yeah.
I kind of knew you, what it was. Remember, I've been Wood Hill, you know.
Yeah.
So I've been with them Berry Park youths. I know what's going on. I know, do you get what I'm trying to say? It's little Pakistan over there. Boom. So, but we're gonna get into that. But because let's just get into your story because I wanna teach you as well. And I want you to teach me. Yep. You get what I'm trying to say? Because I watched even with the Oxford Union thing, just a lot of things, you just blanketed a lot of things, and I just thought, nah, but I'm Muslim, and I'm not like that.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's not all Muslims, but we're going to get into that anyway. Where was you born? I know where you was born.
I was born in Luton, 1982. When I was born, there was one mosque. There's now 40. I watched the town change. You have to remember, so most people think, as you said, I'm against immigrants. Never said that in my life. Never ever been against immigration per se in my life. My mum's an Irish immigrant. You line all my friends up, all the lads, we're all sons of immigrants. St. Lucian, Jamaican, Bulgarian, all of us are sons of immigrants in Luton. Luton, white, English or minority. So I've never grown up in an exclusively white area. I don't understand the mindset of white supremacy. Never been me. But as growing up, I saw a difference. I saw, so you watch my Oxford Union speech, and in there I pull up a leaflet that I wrote in 2004. This is going back. So my speech has never changed on this issue. In that leaflet, I said whites and blacks are being racially and religiously targeted. Yeah? Our girls are being targeted, hooked on drugs, and pimped out as young children by Muslim Pakistani gangs. I named the gangs. The Gambinos. Weren't a good idea because they wanted to kill me after that. I was, 21? So I'd seen a lot of things growing up in the town. I'd seen a lot of problems. When I went to school, in my junior school, I didn't see no problems. And I never classed it as a Muslim problem either, or anything to do with Islam. When I got to high school, I thought, whoa, these Pakistanis are different. They're very different, yeah?
Easy.
Mob, they come in mobs, they're hostile. You mess with one, you've messed with an army. They'll be outside the school gates waiting, the men will. And in our school, and in Luton, white and black, it was white and black, and it was Pakistanis. We had our playground, their playground. Yeah.
This is in school, secondary school or primary school?
Yeah, no, secondary school, in high school, Partridge High School. School was closed for 3 days for the problems of there was racial riots.
What was the teachers like? Like more white, black, or Asian?
Teachers were all white at school. At school, teachers were all white. But the problem, so when I say it was always like whites and blacks were together. If there was a problem in a nightclub, it goes boom. It just divides in Luton, yeah? There was riots on Christmas Eve. It just goes like that. And it was always the whites and blacks. And that built on until there was a big murder in the town, which again was a young black boy being thrown in the river. I think he was about 12 or 13 by gangs of Pakistanis. About 4 or 5 estates all come down at the same time. All resulted in a boy, Kamran Shazid, being killed. And there was lots of blow-offs like this, yeah? But I always put it down to Pakistanis. I didn't ever talk about Muslims, Islam, and that was when I was watching school. When September 11th happened in Luton, they put up posters, Magnificent 19, on the estate. You see that because I showed the pictures of them they were being ripped off the bus stops. Omar Bakri, Omar Bakri, Abu Hamza, the main radicals, the one with the hook. That organisation are now a prescribed terrorist organisation. Their name is Al Mujahideen. Their head office was on Biscuit Road in my town. Yeah? So when there was a Beslan school massacre, when you got to watch, and you have to watch this video, yeah? So a load of jihadis, Islamic radicals, take over a school in Russia, Chechnya. The parents are all outside the school, the army are all outside, they've got hundreds of children in the school, and then they start butchering them. And all the parents, the women on the floor, they're screaming, crying, as they're listening to their children getting murdered, they're trying to get in the school.
Where's this?
This is in Russia. This is what woke me up. This was 2004. This was my first real boom, whoa.
Do you know about that? Do you know about that?
Beslan school massacre. And I watched it. 2 weeks later, I see.
A lot of massacres still.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of massacres both sides.
Talk to the mic.
There's been a lot of massacres. Obviously, the New Zealand guy.
To the mic.
Yeah,
That happened recently. He was a follower of you and a supporter of you. You know what I'm saying? He openly used to support you. The guy who shot up the mosque in New Zealand. So
where did you get his support of me?
Yeah, it's down in the referendum. He supported you. He supported Trump.
You about him or Breivik? You want about the one in Norway?
Talking about the guy in New Zealand, and obviously, you was a supporter of Generation Identity as well, wasn't you? At some point, you had I remember you seeing their logo on your laptop. I got a picture with.
That's not my laptop.
We're gonna get back into that. That's the debate. But Tom, did you have a mum and was your mum and dad together?
My mum and dad were together. So my real dad left when I was young, but my dad, who I call my dad, I don't think DNA makes you a dad, is yeah, they're together, yeah. My mum's Irish, my dad's Scottish. I started English Defence League.
Got any siblings?
I got one.
Bad.
I got one, Mum. But But that upbringing, so when I talk about Bedlam School Massacre, and I saw it, 2 weeks later I see Muslims, Sword of Islam, Saiful Islam is the geezer's name, there's a video of him punching me in the car window, you might have seen it online, yeah. Sword of Islam, he's...
A punch or a slap? I saw you just clouted.
Yeah, he clouted me, yeah, not my sunglasses. He's done jail for ISIS and that, but he done a video 2 weeks later sitting in a chicken shop saying, yeah, this attack would be justified in an English school, and that was my trigger, yeah. I was like, who the fuck is this geezer? How the fuck can he... I watched what happened in that school. How can he be saying this?
I realise you're just racist towards baggies.
No, I'm not.
I went mad. I went mad. No. But obviously, I'm from Walthamstow. I'm from Walthamstow, innit? Nah, you lot are mad. No, but I went mad.
Imagine I said that.
Look, you went mad.
You have said it before.
Yeah, you said it. Yeah, you're going mad.
I'll give you the context.
You get me. You said it.
Once I'll give you the context for that.
You said it. But I just realised the man. But you've turned it from that into Islam. But go on. Anyway.
I'll tell you what. Yeah,
you're going mad. It's not Islam.
He's basically talking about right now. He's talking about a minority, extreme branch of people that call themselves Muslim. Just like you have extreme branches in all walks of life. So carry on.
I'm talking about this radical little jihadist sect.
Minority amongst less than 1%.
Whose head office, well, a lot of the security services put it at 20% worldwide. It's 300 million. So they're in my town, they're operating, and then so that happened. I done a demonstration, called it "Ban the Luton Taliban." Front page of newspapers. I said whites and blacks being targeted, girls being raped. These fuckers are selling heroin from the shops. Why are they? What? Why ain't the police dealing with this? Yeah, they deal with they deal with the blacks, they deal with the whites. They come down like iron fists. The policing is so different. Yeah. We're watching it. We're thinking, no, you don't deal with this community. You're not dealt with equally. And at that time, so then 2009 comes. So we have a clash. Yeah, all the main gangs want to get me because I named their gang. 2 years after I named their gang, there's a national newspaper spread saying that they're dealing with all the radical Al Qaeda. This gang, they sell the heroin and the money goes to Al Qaeda. So everything I said 2 years before was like, well, I did tell you that, and they want to kill me for it, yeah. And it weren't the extremists that want to kill me. So I'm talking about the extremists. It weren't the extremists. It was street level gangs who aren't meant to be extreme because they're all out drinking and gambling and whatnot. But they're all the ones that want to kill me for it because I spoke out against something. And then 2009, I carry on my life. I go jet.
Can I just quickly?
Drinking and gambling ain't in Islam.
You understand
that's what you're gonna say.
Alcohol, gambling, drugs. You understand they're all completely
haram.
I get that, but these geezers will identify as Muslim.
No, but what I'm saying is, if you're gonna say Muslim, if anything, you should be telling them to follow their religion, right? If their religion is telling them not to take drugs, not to even, let alone groom girls. They're not even allowed to take drugs, let alone give drugs to girls.
We ain't got into that yet.
We'll get into that.
Yeah. So the argument that's been put forward towards these people is that they're Muslim grooming gangs. The Islam's been put as the forefront of why they do, or an inspiration for what they do, right? But what I'm saying is, really the argument is to tell these people to actually follow their religion. Their religion tells them don't take drugs. Their religion tells them don't sell drugs. Their religion tells them don't take alcohol. Their religion tells them don't link girls outside of marriage. This is all part of Islam.
It says outside you 4 wives, take whatever your right arm possesses.
No, you're
stop full.
No, that's what it says.
No. You're taking a Quran quote out of context there, like a lot of it. This is like I don't want to use the word Islamophobe, but
in what ways out of context?
Because anything that you're saying Islamically, bro, it has to be the Morocco, Saudi Arabia, Gambia, Nigeria, there's loads of different Islamic states, right? And there's not one today where they are promoting that you can do that. So
basically, there's bad Christians.
Surah 4 verse 3, yeah? Surah 4 verse 3, yeah? I can go through lots of these. If you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly with the orphan girls, then marry other women of your choice, 2 or 3 or 4. But if you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly with them all, then one or more, then only one of the slaves that your right hand possesses. Right, that's one.
Yeah, so right hand possesses is a very vague statement, right? And there's a debate amongst the scholars on exactly what that means. But if we're talking about something that is in the Quran, we have to talk about how that's playing out now. So what Masjid, Tommy Robinson, in England right now is teaching young Muslim boys that they can take 3 wives, and then after their 3 wives, they can go out and take a slave. There's none. So it's not a very practical argument that you're making.
Who's Maududi? Do you know who Maududi is?
It doesn't matter who
Do you know who
Maududi is.
Maududi is?
I'm just telling
He's
you.
the biggest recognised Islamic scholar on this commentary. And in his commentary, he says quite clearly he's sexual slaves.
It's not about Maududi. It's about if you're going to say something, then it has to be backed up.
It is backed up by Maududi.
By Muslim behaviour. For example, let me give you an example. Pork is haram. If you go to any mosque right now and you ask them, can you eat pork? They're going to say no.
Yep.
Praying is obligatory. If you go to any Muslim right now and say yes, but if you ask them about some of the points that you put forward, you're going to have differences amongst certain extreme scholars that you might quote. And then
Maududi's not extreme, bro.
then you're going to have other scholars that are going to tell you that that's not the case. In 2022, I've never seen any... So can you point out where this was working out right now in England?
Okay, I will.
Where a Muslim guy has married 3 girls,
Okay.
and then he's like... Is that something that's
Okay,
happening?
I'll ask you a question, yeah? I'll ask you one question. Muslims make up 5% of the UK. 84% of the convictions for gang-level grooming of rape of children are Muslim.
Yeah.
Why?
But I don't really want to
No,
just take it to the...
but that's what I'm saying. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not Muslim. It's not Muslim. It's like where are they from? They're Muslim, but then Muslim and what? Where are they from though?
It's not-
You're gonna blame it on
but I'm saying they're
Pakistanis,
not
you idiot.
No, I'm not even blaming it. But I'm just saying. No, but I'm just saying. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Yeah.
No, but it's right.
It's a cultural. It might be a cultural thing.
Thing.
So you're
you get what I'm
guiding-
saying? It's not a Muslim. You can't say Muslim because
Even
they're
when
not.
you-
That's
even
not
when
happening
you-
in Gambia.
e-
That's not happening in other
Morocco.
Muslim. Don't. You
It's
get what
not
I'm saying?
happening in Turkey.
It's
not happening in...
It's happening in Rotherham.
It's happening in
It's
Yemen.
happening in Holland and it's Moroccans. Yeah. It's happening in France. It's now Algerians.
So that's what I'm saying. So now you're pointing to different places that, and the funny thing is, Tommy, a lot of what you're talking about is more inspired by Western culture than it's inspired by Islamic culture. Let me explain to you. Within Islamic culture, alcohol is not allowed, right? But within Western culture, young kids drink alcohol, and at 16 they're allowed to go out and have sex. That is Western culture. Yeah, that is the culture that you grew up on. Where you was drinking alcohol, you was taking the drugs that you're blaming them guys for selling, but you was also a consumer. So you're actually someone that's actually inspired people to sell drugs before, yeah? So you was taking these drugs, you was 16, 17, a lot of the football hooligans you roll with, they was very sexually active. And I know you like to talk about the grooming and raping in a sense of gangs, but when we go into the overall statistics of rape and grooming, then you're gonna be dealing with people that look more like you than Pakistanis, right?
The majority of paedophiles in the UK are white,
Yeah.
as you'd expect from a majority white nation. Point is, I'm making out 90% of this country is white, 90% of paedophiles are white. There's no excess number there. Yeah, it's the same statistic. Yeah, 5% are responsible for 84%. What I'm asking is why? Why are Sikhs not doing it? Why are Hindus not doing it? Why aren't the Jews doing it?
No, but what I'm saying is
not a
when you're
Muslim
talking
thing.
about...
But I'm asking if the
I hear
figures,
you,
the figures
but
on the
you're
arrests.
talking about less than 1% of the Pakistani population.
Nation.
If you're talking about the majority of Pakistanis, they're your doctors,
Okay.
they're the people serving you at the shop.
Okay, let's go
they're,
through.
they're normal people. You're talking about a small...
How small did you say
you're talking
1%?
about,
Listen.
you're talking about a small...
All my
percent-
Paki mates are quality,
Would you
mate.
say that
It's all
Tommy's
mine.
All my,
generalising?
you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
They're
generalising.
quality.
So
But
he
what I'm
No,
saying-
they're my guys, they're my
what
guys.
I'm
That's what
saying,
he's trying
what I'm
to
saying
say.
is you're talking about a small percentage of
What percentage? What
Pakistanis that are
percentage?
that have been specifically inspired by British culture.
What
Their
percentage?
behaviour is more reminiscent of British
What
culture
percentage do you
than
think?
it is of Islamic
What
culture.
percentage do you think? What percentage do you think are doing it?
I can't tell you off the
Okay,
top
so
of my head.
Telford, I've done a 4-part series so far. Episode 1, 2, 3.
It's Telford where they were doing the grooming thing.
Doing it every city, but Telford's one of
Is
the
that
main
where
ones.
you done that
I
thing
done my
though?
documentary.
Rotherham's another one.
I know Rotherham.
But let's look at Telford, yeah? Telford, this is all the investigation. There's 1,000 girls, are victims.
I'm
yeah?
gonna let you get on it.
1,000
It's
girls.
all right.
The police investigation identified over 200 suspects in Telford. Yeah, the independent inquiry identified 350. I done a 12 to 18 month investigation with 12 victims. I got 254 names. Yeah. Now in Telford, it's only 1.7% Muslim population. There's 3,000 Muslims. Take away the women, take away the under 16s, take away over the 70s. You got 1,000. Police identified 200. That's 20%. Yeah, we're not talking about 1%. That is not a small
I'm
number.
talking about in the UK,
That's 1,000 girls.
Pakistanis.
No,
You're going to cities. I'm talking about there's Pakistanis in Ilford, right? And this is not necessarily a practice that's happening in Ilford.
How do you know?
So you're pointing out something that's happening in a certain place. But I'm saying you'd have to go to everywhere Pakistanis are and see this as a phenomenon. And I don't think that's the
64
case.
cities. Oxford. In Oxford, they nailed a girl's tongue to the table. They got a hot iron rod, heated it up with a letter M. The girl was 12. They scolded her bum because she's probably Mohammed. Yeah, there's 5 dead kids just in Telford. From 3,000 Muslims in the town, there's 5 dead. Yeah, 5 dead.
No, but what I'm saying is you do not point out. What I'm saying is you make sure that you specifically research the data on Pakistanis where it's concerned.
No, I
you
haven't.
don't do the same due diligence when it comes to other cultures, especially your own culture. So what happens when you talk on a podcast is you will not give the statistics to how young white British males may be harm to females or harm to other people. That's not what you do. But yet, if we look into the statistics of abuse, rape, molestation, all of it, we're going to see statistics right across
As
the
I
board.
said, it's not an over-representation though, yeah? And bearing in mind, this phenomenon, which is in every city, yeah? You got 1,000 girls just in Telford, 1,400 girls in Rotherham. You know, there's only 3.7% Muslim population in Rotherham. 1,400 girls. 1,000 in Telford, 1.7%. We ain't getting the figures for Birmingham. They ain't giving us the figures for Bradford.
Well, are these all charged, or are these just...
These are independent...
They've all been charged and they've been gone to jail, or is it open pending cases that you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about independent inquiries, yeah, that identified the girls. I'm talking about a police investigation.
But are you talking about people that have been charged and put to jail?
No, they only
Convicted.
charged 11.
Have they,
They only charged 11.
Okay, so they charged 11. So 11 is the number we're dealing with.
No, it's not.
We're not.
No, it's
Until
not.
people are charged, everyone's innocent until proven guilty. You're talking about cases of people that have been arrested and investigated, yes. But when you're talking about charged, convicted, and sitting in jail for the crime...
Okay, so let's go off the charged and convicted figure.
grooming,
It's
they're grooming,
it's
that's
still 84%
grooming,
of
lads.
convictions. That's what I'm saying.
And the thing is, I don't want anyone to get what I'm saying twisted. We ride out on groomers.
Yeah, they're grooming, fam.
We
They're
ride
grooming.
out on groomers.
Yeah, no, but you're moving like you're sticking up for them. You know what I'm saying?
No. What I'm saying is from
Just because they're not getting convicted, they're grooming, fam.
No,
I can
but-
see they're grooming.
No,
They're
but from
grooming.
our perspective...
What are you
bro,
saying, Cream?
From our perspective, you can't...
Are they
I'm
grooming
not saying
too?
it's every Muslim, yeah? You get that? Yeah?
It's not
I'm
every
against
Muslim.
grooming.
No, it's not. I'm
You
not
can't
stupid.
say it's every Muslim.
I never
Come-
said it's every Muslim. The case that blew up was when I was arrested and put in prison, yeah?
That's all I want you to. Don't blanket all. It's
but
not a Muslim thing.
In that video, I said they're innocent until proven guilty, but here's the alleged crimes. Here's how many victims there are, and here's what they're meant to have
It's
done.
not even a Pakistani thing because my I've got quality Pakistani mates. I've
So
got to
what-
say Pakistani because if I say Pak again, it's gonna go mad. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I've
It's so
got to word
avoidable.
it.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
I'm not
it's not
defending
a
no groomer.
Pakistani
I
thing.
think we do more against grooming than your average person. But what I'm saying is a lot of the time when we go to people that are grooming little kids, they're not Pakistanis. A lot of the time,
Listen, I'm going to get back to this debate. I'm going to get back to this debate. Let me just get into Tommy. I want to, because we're just talking. You lot are just talking. I want to get into Tommy. Yeah, how did you even get to be like this? What was? Because remember, I've watched in it, so I want to know what was going on while she was growing up. What made you even get into that or change? Like, what did you think? What did you see happening in Luton?
I watched.
What did you? You know what I mean?
I watched the change of the town. Yeah, I watched the change of the town, and the final straw was the soldiers' homecoming parade in Luton, and it was in 2009. Soldiers were given the freedom of the city. Now, I'm against that war. Yeah, I'm against every British foreign policy. Basically,
You lot moved to the Nazis. I know what's going on.
we had wars with them, bro.
Yeah, you moved to the Nazis.
If you read through my criminal convictions, one of them's for assaulting.
But you're still mental, though. Bro.
But the media, it's easy for the media if you believe the media. Yeah, do you guys believe the media?
Not everything, no, of course
Believe a lot
not.
of what they say. Do you like their buy on COVID? Do you like what they say about any? So
You don't rate the Balenciaga thing, innit? I see you going against the
come on.
Balenciaga.
Who raised the Balenciaga?
No, but I'm saying
that's
that's
before these men came about. Still,
So 2009 comes, Soldiers' Homecoming Parade. Now Scott Muntridge was 26 years old. He died in that regiment. My other friend lost his legs in that regiment, and they had the freedom of the city. It's Tuesday morning. We went down there. The same radical group were there. And they spat in the soldiers. They spat in one of the mums' faces. They called them butchers of Basra, baby killers, and they caused this big commotion. There's about 100 of them, but 330 of them were stopped on the motorway coming into the town. We didn't know all this, so we're just there on a Tuesday to pay respects for our armed forces, and this blows up. And then when it blows up, it was that was the final thing where we said, they can't do this. Like this has been non-stop, yeah? This group are out of control. They're now a prescribed terrorist organisation, but they weren't. 60% of the Muslims in jail for terrorism, ex-members of this group. This group were given free rein to incite hate in our town for a generation, yeah? And the knock-on effect of that was bombing after bombing, Stockholm bombing, the fertiliser bomb plot, all have come out of Luton, yeah? All have come out of my town. So all I've seen is this going on. And I know, because I knew which mosque were radical, because my mates who were Muslim lads said, that's the one, but when we were growing up, the Islamic Centre, that's the main one, yeah? And then I said, and I chilled with all the
He's a
Muslims.
snake.
I chill with
He
all
was
the...
snaking in.
I
I'm saying the Muslim guy that
No,
was
he's right.
chatting
If
to
man
him.
are doing
said,
terrorism, man, for ban them out. Every Muslim
He was
knows
snaking, he was snaking.
that. No, he's better for ban them out.
But they're running the town,
Rather
yeah?
than leave it to these, man.
They were running the town, and they weren't getting banned out, and no one's banning them out. No one's stopping them. No one's stopping them. Till the English Defence League come along, no one stopped them. They weren't even prescribed. They had
There's
free
even
reign.
videos of like Muslims in Rotherham coming together against the grooming gangs. Have you seen the video where they all had the so like when you say no
I
one's
know what you got.
talking,
I know the dude who organised
Yeah,
that, the Muslim dude.
yeah, so-
Do you know when they come out and protested? When they wanted to put CCTV in their taxis.
I'm not.
That's when they come
not
out.
into the specifics of when they done
That's
it.
when they
I'm just,
protested.
I'm just saying that Muslims in general.
Russ, can I
are
just
against
get
this stuff.
his
Yeah.
story out?
Yeah,
Just
yes,
before
sorry.
we even, that's what I'm saying. Before
So-
we even,
so-
that's why I said, you know, I said that's why I didn't want to sit him
I hear
down.
you,
That's why
yeah.
I didn't want to sit him down. I said, my man's just gonna be talking. I'm just gonna, you get what I'm saying? I'm just gonna try and get his story. My man's gonna be talking, and he's doing it again.
So 2009 comes, they attack the soldiers. I organised an organisation. I set up a group called United People of Luton, yeah, and we wanted to get to the War Memorial because Luton's our town, and every time you hear Luton, it's about terrorism, yeah. And now it looks like Luton don't respect their armed forces. So we wanted to organise a rally. I organised a community rally. We held up banners saying "National Front, go to hell." Yeah, this is our first demo. We let everyone know where we stand. Luton is one of the most multicultural towns in Europe, yeah. And everyone who I grew up respecting, you said I'm from the football hooligan scene, everyone who I respected were black Rasta men who were the main lads in our football hooligan firm.
My dad's a
Before we go any further, yeah, all I want to make them know, like,
was dreads, not Rasta.
wait, forget all of that, yeah. Let me just say something. 'Cause remember, see the Black Lives Matter thing, and when they was doing that march, that was him and all that. They was doing, and you see when you press the button and all the hooligans come. I want these lots to know if I phone you, yeah. You get what I'm saying? No, they need to know the strength. You get what I'm saying? I'll make all the hooligans come outside any rave.
They got beat up still.
You get what I'm
They got
saying?
beat up still, left, right, and centre still.
Yeah, but
Can't lie.
it weren't good. None of that was good, man. It weren't good.
Well, did you not get beat up?
I fucked up.
Did you not get beat up?
Because you sent them down there to get battered.
Yeah, but I didn't
You
say
not
that.
got
You
beat
got
up?
back them.
I didn't say that.
Oh my God, Tommy, you lot got beat up.
You weren't even there, cuz.
Innocent people.
You lot got beat up, fam.
No, not innocent people.
I can't believe.
One minute. Not innocent
Oh
people.
my.
Racist Tommy Robinson supporters.
Oh my
who fought
gosh.
against police. Who fought
I
against
thought
police.
you was giving me a
Who
strength.
fought against police to
I
get
thought
to
he was giving me a
Trafalgar
strength.
to do some nigger bashing. That's the people that got
Who
beat
said
up.
they were coming to
There
do that?
They're not coming to
every
do
single
nigger
bashing.
person- Every single
Ah, they
person.
There was black people with them.
Yeah. This guy
Every
mad.
single person that got beat up.
Anyway.
Got beat up in Trafalgar. So that means they had to come from
It was a
wherever
Black
they
Lives
was.
Matter event.
No, but let's
Yeah.
just explain
What was
something.
their purpose of coming down there?
I'll explain.
Go on then.
I'll explain. So Black Lives Matter's blown up in the UK, and this was Black Lives Matter's blown up in the UK. And when it's blown up in the UK, I've been watching it for 10 years in America. I know George Soros funds it. I know it's not about black people. On the website, it says it's about breaking down the nuclear family. That's
It was mind games.
That's the biggest problem for the black community in my eyes, and biggest problem for everyone is not having a dad. Yeah, but that's what Black Lives Matter wanted to do. They on their website pushed LGBTQ plus.
A star for.
On
Would you rate LB?
No, I don't. No,
Alright, cool.
and
Let me not
but
even
that,
go
but
through
that
mine.
is an ideology.
But you're my guy,
And
you
what
get
they've
me?
done is that is a left wing
me not go
anarchist
too.
Marxist group who are using genuine grievances from the black community to whip them up and get them out rioting. Yeah, and that's happened in America.
Tommy, see what it is? He's misunderstood and he just don't know what's really. You're thinking it's Muslim, but it's not Muslim. But I know, trust me,
Let me
Tommy.
know how can I respond to this?
Yeah,
So
it's
they're
Tommy.
against what the Black Lives
You get
Matter,
what I'm saying?
basically.
The Black Lives Matter, the people running Black Lives Matter
Yeah.
are against Black Lives. Yeah? The people organising it are against Black Lives. I watched in America as it caused mayhem. Yeah, 30 people dead. I watched police officers being executed. All this chaos going on, being directed. Yeah. Not in the benefit of black people in my eyes, and then I see it land in England, and then I think, as soon as I see it land in England, I see these anarchist signs, black people demonstrating, and anarchist signs. No black person sprayed that anarchist sign on the War Memorial. Yeah, it's the left again using the black community, and then they're sprayed on the Commonwealth War Memorial, and they defaced all the Commonwealth War Memorial, which represents black and white soldiers. Yeah, blacks who fought from the Commonwealth. They've defaced that. So I'm watching that. Then they've attacked. Then Churchill statues come under attack. And what I said at that time, and I'll explain, and I'll give you the back.
Do you know what though? See that Churchill statue I think that wasn't no Muslims or nothing.
No, it wasn't
that was
Muslims.
the government that done that.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
white.
telling you,
It
it's
was
the
white.
government that done
It was
that.
white, yeah.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah. They're
Do you
whipping
get what I'm
out,
saying?
they're whipping out.
Who the fuck can come? Like you see all the cameras in and deface
Yeah. It was
Churchill. How?
It was
No,
a
I didn't deface
How?
Churchill.
You can't even go
What
and piss on
happened is-
like. How?
Let me give you the
You're
history,
getting
though.
nicked.
Let me give you the history. What happened this year?
You're giving too much history. Forget all of that. I don't want to hear nothing
No,
else.
I
No more
But
history.
this Black Lives
No,
Matter,
let me-
this blows up,
Spray,
and this is...
you asked about what happened at Trafalgar. So let me just
Oh.
quickly
That's
explain.
Trafalgar's after, isn't it?
Dead. Boom.
Go to.
Let me just, we're going to get into the debate.
Black Lives Matter blow up, the
Your
demonstration
game.
blows
Are
up.
we still talking about Black Lives Matter?
I'll make a
No,
video.
but he was talking about why
Alright,
his guys
Ras,
went
go
down
on.
Why
there.
the guys went down.
Yeah,
Ras
do you
can
get what I mean?
definitely-
But, like-
No,
I
but
made
I
a
thought
video.
we were still on his story.
Alright, so
Go on.
basically, I'm just gonna be quick in it.
No, but I thought
what
we was
happened
on his
is,
story.
Yeah, we
the
are.
Black Lives Matter protest started, and obviously we don't deal with the organisation, but we deal with the caption, the saying. You get me? Black Lives Matter, because in this country, black lives don't matter. You get me? So the people that was out there.
But Black lives do matter in this country. Tell him, Tom.
Yeah, but
Tell him.
Yeah,
I don't-
cool.
Tell her.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So boom. Yeah, when we're talking about disproportionate treatings with the police, within school exclusions, within the bank.
What are you doing, Spray?
What do you mean? What?
Hold on
What?
a minute. Stop.
What?
What are you doing?
I'm just listening
no,
to
No,
Ras.
because I get bants
I'm
and all
listening
that,
to
but
Ras.
you're saying, tell her,
listening
tell
to
me
Ras.
what. You know that Black Lives Matter, innit?
Black Lives
no,
Matter
but why,
over there.
what do you mean when you're saying to him, tell me, like, I don't
They
get
matter
it?
over it. No, because are you saying Black lives don't matter in England? I'm saying, of course they do.
Yeah, but there's
How-
stuff that
this
happens
is
to black.
England.
There's still stuff that
This is
happens to
England.
black
Let's not
people
move like
in
this
England.
is-
But
this
let's
ain't no
not
third
hold on a
world
minute.
country.
Let's not act like
This
there's
ain't
stuff
no
that
third
don't
world
happen to
country.
black people in England
ain't no
because
third
of the
world
colour of
country.
their skin. Are we?
Yeah, Kai.
So basically, yeah, the protest started. It was
Oh, yeah,
peaceful
then.
protests right across the board. Thousands of people, you know. Whereas a lot of your marches had like older white people. For the first time, like young white people started stepping out in their clothes.
Black people get gyro and all that over
So
here.
boom, these times now,
We
when
get housing benefit and that. Of course, Black
Anyway.
lives matter. We get housing benefit.
anyway, yeah. What
And
happened-
child
what happened
benefit
next
and
is
that.
Tommy Robinson.
That's
decided-
how much
guy
our Black lives matter so much.
Tommy
We get
Rob-
child benefit,
Tommy Robinson
housing benefit.
decided to
You get what I'm saying?
Yo, Sprays.
Black lives matter.
Yeah, but where do we know that? We're talking
Lives
about
matter.
we're talking about
All
hate that's
right
been
now.
incited against you because of the
Black
colour of
lives
your
matter
skin.
in England right
That's
now.
what we were speaking. That's
You
what
get what I'm
Black
saying?
Lives
Let
we
me
mean.
Yeah,
innit?
Black lives matter in England right now. Gyro, go to the job centre right now and your life will matter.
All right, let me
You get what I'm saying?
Let me land.
Go on, land.
So these times now, Tommy Robinson done a video telling all of the far right, all his supporters to go.
Tommy
down.
Robinson's here. You keep saying Tommy Robinson like he's not here.
Okay.
Hey, in a
Yeah,
minute, I'm
he's
gonna
here.
let you move to him. Hold on. Nah, he's on mind games. Bare Tommy Robinson, like, if a man was just saying young Spray, I'd be preying him like, hold on, but I'm here though.
Yeah.
Alright. So
Nah,
you-
bare Tommy
you
Robinson,
decided to do a
Tommy
video,
Robinson. He's
getting
got
on to
something
Anthony
against you,
Joshua,
blood.
whatever.
He's got something
He was
against you.
upset.
But I'm with you.
What Joshua said is don't shop in their shops.
Yeah, 100%.
That's white people.
Yeah. Don't shop in racist people.
Do you think you can have
He didn't say
anti?
racist people. He said don't shop in
He
their
meant
shops.
racist people.
You don't want
He
Andy
didn't
to
say
see
racist
you.
people.
You don't want.
They didn't say
You don't want to
racist
bump
people.
into Joshua.
What did, I didn't hear that. What did he say? Did
Andy
he
Joshua
say
did a
that?
speech. He said
Yeah.
don't stop shopping in their shops. White
And
people.
Oh, yeah,
he's
the
talking about
Black Pound
racist
Day
people
thing,
because he
innit?
works
Was
with
it-
white people every day. Anyway, we know
Yeah, but
Anthony
that's what he said.
He's
You can't change
speaking
what he said, bruv.
specifically about racist people. When we say their
didn't
shops, we're talking about people that are racist, and we're talking about redirecting the pound coin within our community, just like Swiss is doing with Black Pound Day. So
Big
we
up
can build
Swiss.
up the infrastructure so we can heal the problems within our community.
That's not what Andy
that
Joshua
people
said.
always point out. Anyway, big up Anthony Joshua.
Big up Andy
Yeah, big
Joshua.
up
as
Andy
well.
Joshua.
Stop shopping in their shops.
You don't shop in our shops anyway.
So,
Anyway.
what are you talking about? I always do.
I'm saying that you don't shop in our shops anyway.
You don't think white people shop
Well, you
in
know
black
about
people's
you know
shops?
about curry goat and that.
No, I'm not.
Do you know about curry goat? Do you know about curry goat? Do you know about rice and peas and that? Rice and peas or jollof? What do you
Let me
rate?
just quickly
What do
say
you
that.
rather?
No,
Rice and peas or
Curry goat from
jollof?
Norman's and
Do you rather
Did-
rice
no,
and
can I
peas
say
or
something
jollof?
to you,
No, just
Respect?
like curry goat on its own.
Did you hear him say that he don't shop, or do you have evidence that he doesn't shop in people that ain't white people shops?
I don't
Because you
shop
just
in
said
any white
to him
people's
that
shops,
he
'cause
don't
there
shop
ain't
in
no white
any of
people's
our
shops,
shops.
bruv.
What do you mean?
I'm just talking about the political people that come from DFA.
Swiss says white people come in his shop all the
I'm
time.
not talking about white people. White people and people that are leaning towards the right or racist are two completely different
So
specimens.
you don't think?
Yeah.
So you think Andy Joshua, when he said they, you think he was specifically talking to me or
Let
something?
me explain. I've got the evidence here, Tommy. Yeah,
Okay, go
of the racism.
Was it in
Of why-
context
of
about
why-
Black Pound
of why
Day?
you're racist and
'Cause
all
if
of
it
your
was,
racist
then I
affiliations.
reckon-
I've got the evidence on
You
my.
can't have the evidence, bro.
I do have the
You
evidence.
don't have the
I have
evidence.
the evidence.
We'll get onto it, but you ain't got no
Alright.
evidence.
Alright,
You've got an
so-
opinion.
Alright, cool. So boom. He sent all of the racists, based upon his word, started organising within their groups. They started talking about coming down with acid, fireworks,
No, they didn't.
bombs. Yes, they was. I've got the
The evidence.
I've
We got some
tweets.
tweet.
Yeah, 100%.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on,
read
man.
this, bro.
So we got
whose Twitter account is it?
So we got to Trafalgar.
He's heard it before.
So we got to Trafalgar, and when we got to Trafalgar, there was about 20,
got your
30
question,
of
I'm gonna
us.
let you,
There was about
Then
20,
now let
30
him
of
finish.
us.
I want Tommy to finish his thing as well.
When we got to Trafalgar, there was about 20, 30 of us there, and there was thousands of the people that came down on your call that said they're coming to defend,
On his call, boss.
Defend the statues.
Defend the statues. But instead of staying by the
but
statues...
they can't be coming and
instead
getting
of-
beaten up though,
Instead
man.
of staying by the statues, one of the people that came down off your account ended up pissing on one of the memorials. So it wasn't anyone from Black Lives Matter that done it. It was a white guy that was drunk. And then
He
after
pissed
that-
on a police officer's memorial,
yeah. And then after that,
He just stood up and took a piss and he got 6 months in jail.
I hear you. After
Come
that,
on, man.
After that,
Someone defaced the Lee Rigby memorial,
Hundreds
let it go
of the
jail.
people that was responding to your call decided to move from the Winston Churchill and fight the police in order to get to the black people in the middle, and they tried to throw fireworks, homemade bombs and bottles at peaceful men, women and children that were protesting, and we had to defend
And what
ourselves
happened?
against them.
When they done
And
that, what
every
happened to
single one
them?
of them
Come
that
on,
came
man.
into Trafalgar was the ones that got beaten
You
up.
can just go on YouTube.
Like,
It's
I've got the video on YouTube.
Show me the video. Show me the video.
Cause you know,
But
the,
peaceful women
you know
and
the
children.
maddest thing though, like you're just not even letting me get to even the debate moment. That's why, you know what I'm saying.
We'll get on. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
them.
we'll get to it.
He just can't help it, and he can't help it. They're both, you can see, they're both
Well, you know
ready
what?
for
When
each
we're-
other.
we're
No,
saying
but
about-
Just
all right.
insane.
So with all of that's just happened, yeah. With leadership comes.
I'm
great
trying to get to
respons-
how I'm
Yeah.
trying to get to
Yeah.
how the EDL started.
Yeah, that's
how,
so-
that's
okay,
what I'm
cool.
trying to get to
Yeah.
before
Any of us
other
get it. That's what I've
stuff.
been
I'm
trying to say.
actually
We
get this.
start
Yeah.
an organisation called
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
United People of Luton. We come out to show respect for our armed forces.
Like how it got to there.
So
what made
he's
you,
been seeing the guy get thrown in. You was
Like,
there
what
with the
made you
people
even
get thrown in the
start
river.
it, what
All of
made
these
him-
things
you know
that
what I
was
mean?
I've seen
happening.
lots of wrongs, and then the Soldiers'
Yeah.
Homecoming Parade happens, and then after Soldiers' Homecoming Parade happened, they banned St George's Day, which is our day, yeah, to remember to celebrate who we are, and they celebrate, and they banned it, and it was all over the news. It's banned due to tensions in the town, due to what's gone on. So I organised, it's May Bank Holiday, I organised saying, okay, well, we're coming to the War Memorial on this day. We met up, go on YouTube under Luton Protest, watch the United People of Luton. You'll see a community, yeah, a black and white.
United People of Luton.
United People of Luton.
So
Watch
that's
it.
what it was before the EDL.
Before the EDL, United People of Luton. And when we come down, the police stop us, they come on horseback, they knock a black boy's teeth out.
What was your
was in the
what was your goal in starting the United People of Luton?
United People of Luton was to unite the people of Luton against what we've seen, yeah? And it was originally, I'd done a petition, and we got 3,500.
So was you against Muslims or was you against Pakistanis?
Against Al Mujahideen. The organisation...
Mujahideen.
We named this...
That's Muslims, isn't it?
No, it's this group of. It's
I
this
was
group.
gonna- yeah.
This radical group. We done a petition, and what we said in the petition is, if two lads up the estate are causing trouble, you give them an ASBO. You don't let them hang around together, and you ban them from the shops. This group have got a stall set up outside Don Miller's Bakery in Luton every Saturday, recruiting for jihad. They're sending people abroad to fight against our troops, yeah, and they're in our town centre. So we done a petition. Council ignored it. We turned up on this day to do a march to hand it in and get to the War Memorial. Police stopped us. You can watch the video. Smashed my mate's teeth out on the horse. They kettled everyone. My auntie had to urinate in the street. They kettled us for 3 hours. Held people. When they done that, I thought you wouldn't make a Muslim woman urinate in the street in our town. Yeah, I watched as they were taken through our town hall for our Soldiers' Homecoming Parade. They marched this Muslim radical group through our town hall and they stood them in front of our soldiers to attack them. When we had our demonstration, you can watch it all on that video, yeah? The police come up to us, they make us take our shoes off, they put their hands in our pockets, they search us, and as they're doing that, I said, you didn't search them. I was there, you do not search them. Why are you treating us like this when we're coming out? And it became more about an equal play in the town. It was like, they done that, they kettled us, and then they knocked mate's teeth out, and then after that, that's when the football hooligan element come, yeah? Because after that, we said, no, this ain't happening, yeah?
Was that football? Like, Luton
It was
Town?
after this, it was after, the next one was 500 lads wearing balaclavas.
What team do you support? Luton Town. That's one. So was it the hooligans from there?
It was the lads from Luton, yeah.
Okay,
But the
okay.
first one was women. The first one was families, yeah. And then they just treated us without disrespect and attacked us, the police did, yeah. And all we're trying to do is get to the War Memorial, the same War Memorial you let jihadists get to and attack our armed forces. So on the next one, and on the second one, we all meet up in the town. No, the first one, that United People of Luton one down, I sit down and there's a bloke comes in, he sits down, he goes, you organising it? I said, yeah. He goes, don't worry, bruv, 20 National Front just got off the train station, yeah. And and I said, sound. I said, you see when they get here? I said, they're fucking dead, bruv.
What? See National Front.
They're Nazis. They hate blacks.
Okay, so they're Nazis.
They based on colour.
Because that was the first group that I know about before the EDL.
NF, yeah.
I know about NF from old school. But what were they about?
The NF hate everyone based
Because
on
that's, I remember NF growing
so
up.
when he sat down and said when they
But ED always looked at as a new NF though, or not?
no, the media
It
looked at
still
it.
is.
You know what I mean? No, innit? It's looked at as a new NF, like in the streets.
One thing. Can I
Yeah,
read one
go on,
thing?
go on,
Yeah,
go on.
one thing. When we marched, peaceful black people from Clapham Junction, right, to Brixton, right, we united every racist far right in this country. That consists of Mark Collette, Tommy Robinson, Paul Golding, Katie Hopkins, Jada Franson, Nigel Farage, the British Freedom Party. All of them was against a peaceful group of black people that marched from Clapham Junction,
Your things on, you know.
Which are wearing military.
And Tommy Robinson said, and I quote, shouting about guns and knives to the crowds, including young children, and go on to do Black Power racist salutes. 5 shot and 8 stabbed in a bloodbath weekend in London, and these clowns turned a blind eye while calling for police to be defunded and chanting for government handouts. Yep. Yeah, that's what you said about us. We have never called for the police to be defunded. We have never asked for any.
I thought he was going to say something about his thing.
You had military uniforms on, yeah?
We had vests on. We had vests on. It wasn't military uniform. It's vests.
You all had uniforms.
Yeah, we had uniforms.
Which said what? Volunteer force or something, wasn't it?
FF Force, Forever
FF
Family
Force.
Force, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Couldn't we say that for the debate time though?
No, but I'm saying every other racist in the country all mobilised and showed their dislike to a group of black people.
What makes it racist? What makes it racist to say that?
I'm not going to let him say what when he says that.
They had black power fists, like racist black power fists.
Are blacks
do you know where that comes from?
Are blacks superior to whites?
No one's superior to no one except in righteousness. Piety.
What's that mean in righteousness? What do you mean?
No, blacks are superior to whites. We're faster than you. We're faster than you. We got bigger dicks. We got bigger cocks. We got bigger dicks. You get what I'm saying? Clara picked black cock over white cock. Clara, our last. Of course I can swim. Clara's picked black cock over white cock.
Who does?
Clara, the last guest, white.
Clara.
Yeah, white black cock. She's rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can have sex.
I heard
better.
that's
We can
a
have sex
fantasy
better, you
as
get me?
well. Like,
We can have sex better, you get what I'm saying?
It's called, they call it the, what is it? The Black Night or the Dark
But-
Night?
No, but
Yeah.
he just said, are blacks superior to whites? But yeah,
I'm saying-
you lot are styling it and said, oh, but yeah, we are. 'Cause I'm gonna say yeah. No, but man are going around it. Like we all think the same thing. Is what I'm trying to get to. See, like how you in your head think white people are better than blacks.
Who does? Who is that?
No, but I'm saying you do. You get what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
But
No, I don't, bro.
man
No, I
think
don't.
the same. We're both mental.
I'ma tell
We're
you.
both mental. But I do.
I
So I'm
believe-
racist
I
then.
don't.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. So that means I'm racist. And that's what I was trying to say to Clara.
But would you say that you're racist or would you say that you're pro-black?
Racist as well.
Would you say that there's
No,
a
but I'm saying black people
Can
be
I-
racist
Can
as
I
well.
say there's a difference?
Black
Like
people
I
be
know
racist
I'm
as
not
well. I
I'm
think
not
we're
racist.
superior.
I've
But
got
you
white
don't think
people
we're
in my
superior?
family.
Don't you think we're superior?
But I think
I thought
would
you
you
lot
say
were-
that you're pro-white?
Are you superior?
I'm pro-black, and I definitely feel
You're pro-white?
because
Why
of
not?
What do you mean by pro-white?
pro-black.
Pro-white, pro your own people.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, that's
You're
what
patriot.
that is what I would more say
I
that
don't
you're
think there's
trying
nothing
to say
bad
that
with it.
he is.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with it.
Teach him that he's superior to someone based on the colour of his skin.
No, I don't. That's not what I teach. It's just what I think.
It's what I'm being honest.
No, but you get what I'm saying? I
I'm being
don't
honest,
teach
and
it.
the reason why
No, but it's true. I don't
have you
teach
got
it.
the
No, I
reason
don't
why
teach
I
it,
think
cuz.
that.
I don't teach
The
it.
reason why I think
Don't
that is
teach it.
because the way how we've been hated.
Right, can we turn our attention to the racism on
Can I
Trump?
speak?
No,
Can I
it's true
finish what
though.
I'm saying?
talking, man.
I
First
believe
sentence
that this is my thinking in it. I feel like black people have something special about them because from the beginning of we've been hated for something and they can't really explain it. There's just loads of stuff. The way that we influence, we take everything and nothing and turn it into something and turn it into the most sought after thing. Do you know what I mean? There's things about us that they can't even work out nowadays. They can't even still get to the bottom of it. Do you understand what I mean? And we've been suppressed so much. So I feel like it's only when something is a threat to you why you would try to suppress it so much. And as a race, as a nation, that's what we've experienced, why we feel like that is something that they're trying to hold down. Like, why have you tried to keep us backwards? Why is it that you don't want us to catch up? Why is those things?
Tommy is against the Pakistanis.
Because we've been dealing
Tommy
with,
is
we've been dealing
against
with
the Pakistanis.
But say for
You against the blacks as well.
Are you against the blacks as well?
I just read out the quote.
You read out a group
I
of
didn't
you
even
walking
listen
in
to it.
military uniform, and my point of it was, yeah, when I'm talking about that, is in 1960,
You hear what he said?
80% of blacks in the
You
United
just
States
walked
had
out in a
a
military uniform. Oh my!
No, not this one. Oh, there's another one. There's about 100 of them in the same uniform.
Oh my! I thought you just went so crazy.
Bruv, listen.
I thought man said you just walked out in a military uniform. I was like, oh my! That was mind games then.
My thing is,
it was
racism.
mind games
When you
then.
talk about racism, in the
If he
19
said it
in
was
the
mind games. He's mind
1960s,
games in you.
in the
Because he's
1960s,
come out to say it
80%
was
of
mind
blacks in
games.
America had a dad, yeah? Now it's 20%. That's
He's
the
a
real
madman.
racism. Who's orchestrated that racism? Who's broke the family? When you look
government,
at- yeah?
because they put in, benefits
mother
and
homes,
stuff like that,
benefit
and they
mum.
don't want the fathers in
They
the
don't want
house.
the fathers.
They had agendas
Hey, what was
before.
you saying?
So how
Earlier.
how silly is it based on the
Wait, because you're going mad as well. What were you saying about? Because you're saying about the what?
What I'm saying is-
single mums and all
No,
that.
what I'm saying
but
is-
Muslims are the most family. What was you saying earlier? Remember what we was talking?
My mate earlier had 22 nieces.
No, but remember what we was talking earlier?
Because obviously people talk
Am I going
about
mad?
people.
Am I going mad?
Not you.
Oh, what are you laughing at?
It's not you. It's
Why going mad?
It's Tommy.
One thing I would say is KKK took off robes and entered politics.
No, but can you just say about the family
KKK.
thing though?
Yeah, the family dynamic. Do they have
took off
fathers
their robes
outside
and they
of the thing?
entered places of politics in order to affect
Which political
black
party?
people.
Which political party?
I'm saying in general in America, once they took off the robes, yeah, they entered the political arena, they entered the police force, they entered the hospitals, which is why we in America, black people are represented on the negative scale of a lot of these institutions.
say America.
What I'd say also is what Spray's talking about is obviously we know that within like Islamic.
Okay, mad. Was that mad?
There's certain what
Don't
Spray's
even
pointing
say
out
America, though.
is that there's certain positives in Islamic culture. For example, if you look at places like Bahrain, where it's not an age of consent, it's an age of marriage. So you can't, like in this country, once a girl's 16, a 40-year-old man can have sex with her legally, right? Within these states, especially Bahrain, the age of marriage is 21.
Okay, what is it in Saudi Arabia?
Say that again.
What is it in Saudi Arabia?
There
is no age of consent.
Oh,
There's an age of marriage. There's an age of marriage.
No,
There's an age of
okay,
marriage.
there is no age of marriage.
There is
in
an age of
no, not in
marriage.
Saudi Arabia, it's not.
It's the-
When a girl starts her
Stuff.
puberty, she's fair game.
No,
in
that's not
Pakistan.
it.
Lie that,
Harm is
man.
haram.
I don't
Harm is
agree.
haram.
Lie that, man. I
Harm
don't-
is haram, so a woman has to be emotionally, mentally.
Hey, Rash, you better
And who decides? Who
defend
decides?
Islam,
Who decides?
you know.
If there's no
Defend
age?
Islam.
Can I say
no
one
age.
thing? Is this a cultural thing, or
gotta
is this
defend
a
Islam, yeah.
religious
don't.
thing that you're saying?
Prophet Muhammad had a 6-year-old wife, and he had sex.
Astaghfirullah.
What's that?
That's debated and disputed.
It's debated and disputed.
Debated and disputed.
Tell him,
Sahih
wait,
Bukhari
I'm not
and
even
Sahih
getting into.
Muslim.
I'm not even
Get
getting
into
into the
it.
things. I'm just
Hey,
saying that it's debated and disputed.
Prophet, peace be
Well,
upon
how's it
him.
debated?
The fact of the matter
It's
is,
your
let's
script- it's Islamic
look at
scripture.
Muslim countries. Then let's look at Muslim countries. Let's look at countries like Bahrain, which has an age of marriage that is 6 years above the one here.
What's the what you're naming one country? What about
But
Afghanistan,
there's so
Pakistan?
many of them.
Afghanistan,
You know I am, though.
18 as well. But these are also
Are
Muslim
they governed by
countries.
Sharia?
So
I
in
didn't.
order,
Are they governed by Sharia?
if
Afghanistan,
Sharia,
Qatar,
Sharia
Pakistan.
is not stagnant. Sharia has had different things.
What's your
different scholars.
Christianity
It's not a stagnant-
background?
it's
Church
not a
of England?
stagnant legal
Nah,
system.
my mum's. I was brought up Catholic.
Yeah, my mum was Catholic.
So how old was the Prophet Muhammad then? And how old was Aisha?
I'm not getting.
And where were you getting their age from?
I'm
I'm getting their age from your script.
Astaghfirullah.
I'm not getting into this. When I deal
Yes.
with Islam, I
Astaghfirullah.
deal with specifications
Yeah,
of
Cream
marriage.
was
Right?
black,
So you're
that was
defending
The specification of
Cream
marriage
give you on
is-
this one.
No,
But
I will.
me and Cream were talking earlier, innit? She's with me
I
on
will
this one.
say is
Let me
with.
just-
What?
let me just-
Can
let
I
me just let- go on.
Go on, go
respect
on.
what you can't? You got to
Under
say
Islamic
hear
law.
what he's saying, yeah. Because at the end of the day, we can't pick and choose the things that we like and the pick. You understand what I'm saying?
Treat
If,
Islam
if
like a
that is
buffet.
your religion, and are you a devout Muslim?
Yeah.
So right. So that means that you go by the Quran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the hadiths.
Right. So let's just clear this, yeah, because I just want to get a bit clear, right? So that's what you agree with. So what is in there is what you rep and you spray because you said that
Yeah.
you're Muslim too.
Yeah.
You was
So the
convert from
Quran is
jail?
your
Yeah.
book.
Did you join
right?
the jail, yeah?
I joined on road and in jail. I
Right.
joined on
So
road
you're
and then
saying-
I
Tommy.
fucked it up,
What's
went
that?
in jail. And
I
you
joined
imagine,
with
you know what jail as well? Would do.
Right. So the Muhammad you're saying, because I'm a Christian, so I don't want nobody to because I'm not fully in. I don't know everything. Yeah. So please just the Muhammad and you're saying Aisha
Peace
from
be
6
upon
and
him.
everything. Yeah.
Aisha was 6.
What do you lot have to say about that? Because he's saying that he got that
It's
from
in
the scripture.
Sahih means authentic, yeah?
Listen. Let me tell you what I've got to say about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't.
say
I'm gonna have something to say.
Yeah.
Because you know what it is like, not like that. Yeah, but it's all a whole. We're talking about a whole different time. A whole different time. There's nothing in there to say they had sex. The Prophet, peace be upon him, I don't know him to have any biological sons. Does he? I don't know him. So.
And do we see anyone with any 6-year-olds right now?
It's not. No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. This is This is a long time ago, is what I'm saying. I don't know, innit? I don't know what was going on there, but I'm saying it's not something I respect or I rate or whatever. But I don't know what was going on. Is what I can't talk on that. Is what I'm saying. I weren't there in it, but I'm saying even in our islands and all that. When I go like even back home and I see man are all hollering gal that's coming back from school in school uniform and that. Like over here, we wouldn't rate that. But I'm saying I'm seeing this, and everyone's different. Is what I'm saying. Culturally, they deal with like see certain them islands. You know how much youths are getting kiddie fiddled and all that, and they ain't even got no one to go to.
Basically, what you're saying, Spray. What you're saying, Spray, is no matter what religion or culture you go, there's gonna be people doing bad.
I know, but I ain't finished saying what I'm saying though. I ain't finished saying what I'm saying. Forget all of that.
The group.
Cream. I ain't finished saying what I'm saying. Sorry, Tom. Yeah. So boom now. What I'm trying to say, yeah, is like, we can't talk on that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because back in them days, there could be Christian man them dealing with young girl. I don't know what was going on them. But my whole point is it wasn't a sexual, it's not in the Quran as a sexual thing. Do you get what I'm saying? It wasn't sexual. And it's like, once you get with a girl in Islam, once you get with a girl, you don't get with... See, like, all right, you're Christian and all this, but see, as a Christian or whatever, you lot can go around and have sex with like 14 different 16-year-olds and it's cool.
Who said that?
No,
what
I'm
are you
just
talking
telling.
about?
No, but it's in your law. It's in your law in England. It's in the law. It's in the law. You can have sex with a 16-year-old 16 days in a row in England and you won't get nicked. What are you lot talking? Are you lot going mad or something? Can't you do that?
I'm not going mad, but
no, but can't you do that in this country?
It to me
no, but now I've explained it.
No, but
now I've explained it. Do you understand what I'm saying now? You can do that in this Christian country because this is a Christian country. You can have sex with a 16-year-old 16 days in a row if you want in this Christian country. But what I'm saying, yeah, in Islam, yeah, me and Raspik was talking earlier, so this is why I'm heavy now, and I've got things to say now. You get me? Ras is making me know.
So 2 wrongs make a right.
No, not 2 wrongs. You're not even letting me finish.
No, you was just saying. I'm not just talking.
What I'm saying, yeah, what I'm trying to get to before you even. What did he say? Let me land. You're not even letting me land. You get me? So what I'm trying to, you know the one there, Tom's even rating to go mad, but he's letting me land. You get me? So boom. What I'm trying to get to is, what was I trying to get to now? It's mad. Stop me from landing, fam.
So if you follow the Quran, you follow the Quran. This is why I have a problem.
Stop me from landing,
This is why I have a problem.
Forgot.
And I don't have a problem because most Muslims don't follow the Quran. They don't follow it to the literal word. In the Quran, it gives you instructions of how to divorce a prepubescent girl. So you've only married her and you're divorcing her. Yeah. What the fuck? What are you divorcing? She hasn't even started puberty.
Yeah, that's where she stopped me from land. I've remembered now how to land. You get me? Boom. Yeah, I've remembered how to land. You can have sex 16 times. That's what I was saying. You can have sex 16 with 16-year-olds. Bare days are over here. In Islam, whatever age you want to say or whatever. If you have sex with that girl, she got to be with you for the rest of your life. It's not a case of, it's not sexual like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's a marriage. Do you get what I'm saying? I know what you mean. It's mad cream. I don't agree with it. That's what I'm saying. Just so you know, I'm not here on paedophile mode. I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying.
Unless she's your slave in Islam.
Like that, Tommy, man.
In Christianity, are we talking law or are we talking Christianity? Because in the Bible, does it say that about you can have? I just thought it was you're not supposed to have sex before marriage.
You just thought? You read the Bible?
2 people. I haven't. Listen. Is that not right? Okay, cool. Thank you. Moving on.
What I was saying earlier, and I don't want to spin too much on this. No, there's no age of consent in the Bible or the Quran. But what there is specifications in both books. One of them is that anything that causes emotional, mental, or physical harm is haram. That is within Islam. So this would mean that even if a woman has reached her puberty and we believe that any form of action with that would cause damage, then that would be completely
Who decides, bruv?
So that's what I'm
Who
saying.
decides when a girl's mature?
So basically, when you look at the that's what I'm saying. So that's why we have to look at what Muslim countries are doing, right?
Yeah, Saudi Arabia, Qatar,
yeah,
Pakistan, Afghanistan. Children are being married and raped.
So what?
Under law.
So what I'm saying is, yeah, you're pointing out. In order for you to, for me, my journey to Islam was through Gambia, yeah, which is a majority, 99% Muslim country.
Yeah, Gambia.
This is not happening in Gambia.
No.
What is happening?
Gambia governed by Sharia law.
What is happening in they're governed by Islamic law.
It's not Sharia.
Yeah, it's Islamic.
Gambia. Gambia is not Sharia.
But it's Islamic law. Trust me.
It's not Sharia.
Yeah, it's Islamic. It's Islamic.
It's not Sharia.
Go
I've gone Gambia. I don't think.
I don't know.
Yahya Jammeh was governing things under Islamic
Do
law.
they sell?
I don't think it's Sharia law.
But what I'm saying is, yeah, regardless of what people are thinking about the different cultures, the main thing is that when you're looking at places where Muslims are, you have to look at the practices which follow. You can point out 5 countries.
It's not governed by Sharia law because Jammeh announced a ban on child marriages, a practice that is not outlawed by Islamic law.
No, what I'm
So
saying
Gambia
is,
has a ban on it, but it clearly states that's not because of Islamic law.
no, but what I'm saying is
Islamic law sanctions child marriage.
What I'm saying
rape.
is, yeah, within this country, a 16-year-old can get married. That's child marriage as well. A 16-year-old is still a child, right? So you're talking about doesn't ban child law. There's most of the countries, including France and all of these other countries, allow child marriage. What I'm saying
No,
is...
you're talking about 16, I'm talking about 8, bruv. In these countries, I'm talking about 8, 9, 10
No, but it's
years
not
old.
8, 9, 10 in all Muslim countries.
Yes, it is.
It's
The ones that
it's
are governed by
not.
Sharia law, it is.
No, it's not.
Because in
It's
Sharia...
not, because Bahrain... Look at Bahrain. Bahrain's a very good example of where the age
You can't have
of
sex till
marriage
21.
is 21. No, not sex, you
but
can't.
that's not Sharia law.
The thing about Islamic countries, which
That's
is
actually
different
against
anyway,
Sharia law.
the thing about Islamic countries, which is different anyway, is that within this country or secular countries, you can have sex in this country right now, like Spray said, a 50-year-old can have sex with a 16-year-old every day of the week legally. Yeah, he can go outside of school and groom a 16-year-old legally and have sex with her. You cannot do that in any Islamic state.
What are you talking about?
The only thing that you can do in Islamic state is marry a woman and then...
You can marry the 16-year-old's little sister. Or brother.
About? What, in Saudi Arabia?
Yes,
In Saudi Arabia.
Right now, you're saying that you can marry...
Children.
Is that what you're saying?
Fact.
All right, let's see.
Fact, bruv.
Let's see.
Fact.
I
And
haven't researched Saudi Arabia.
what's the punishment for leaving?
Get
Do you
someone-
believe there should be freedom
One
to
minute.
leave Islam?
Wait, Cream's got some questions for you. Give him a question, Cream Car. It was actually good, and Respect is taking over your role.
No, you're just saying this.
You know the issue of me being a racist? Because this is...
No, you know why?
one
This
that
is why I
sticks to
needed
me. It
Respect
sticks
here,
to me,
though.
bruv.
No, I needed Respect here, but you know why?
It sticks to me, because if I've got an opinion on Islam, it doesn't make me a racist.
Saudi
No.
Arabia acceded the Convention of Rights of Child in 1996, which sets
I don't
a minimum
even think you're
age-
racist.
Which sets a
I
minimum
just think you
age
just-
of marriage of 18. There you go for the camera.
Where you get that from?
Yeah? There you go for the camera. There's no country right now where you can marry a 6-year-old girl and have sex with her, bro. Not legally, bro.
Yeah, you're
It's
just
nuts.
misinformed. That's what I was gonna say. You're
He does this
misinformed.
with all these statistics.
He's
because
misinformed.
rebranding. You know what I'm saying? This is foolishness.
There is no age of consent in Saudi Arabia.
Age
As all
of
sexual
marriage.
activity outside of marriage is illegal. Qatar has no age limit for marriage. Qatar has no age limit for marriage, although parental consent is required. Saudi Arabia does not have a close
Ibs.
in age exemption.
Ibs. Salam alaikum, Rahmatullah. Salam alaikum, Rahmatullah. I listen, yeah? Listen to me. You're in Gambia now, right?
Yeah.
Gambia is not Sharia law, is it? I'm on the podcast now, innit?
Nah, it's not.
Huh? Yeah, he knows his life. I
Nah,
said
it's
to
not
him, I'm on
Sharia,
the-
no.
Can you hear that on the
Said
thing?
no, it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
Bro, my point I'm making is,
no. They've got like, they've got like more or less 2 laws that are to do with
They've got what?
the Islam. I said there's got like 2 laws that they kind of use to govern
Islamic
like
law, yeah.
marriage. That's from Islam. Like the way they govern marriages, make divorces and all that kind of thing. That's according to the Sharia. And they've got their laws of inheritance. That's from the Quran for inheritance. But that's it. All the rest of their laws based on English
Marriage
law.
is based on the Quran.
So marriage is based on the Quran.
Under Sharia law, what's the legal age?
Yeah, based on Islam. Yeah, so
And
it's
there's no age, the specifications.
Any
inheritance.
specification is taken from Muhammad's life.
It's
taken from Muhammad's life.
No, the specifications. Muhammad's life, there's the
Okay,
the
what are the
consummation, there's
specifications?
no proof of any sex because there's no child that
Who
was...
decides the specifications?
I got
So if someone,
Different
say,
scholars
I'm
have
in
different-
Saudi
Different
Arabia.
scholars have had different opinions, that's what I'm saying. So you
So
can
who
point
decides?
out... So you can point out...
Get me?
You can
Like,
point
you just tried to say
out...
Gambia's Sharia law.
So, like you said, say you're in Saudi
Say you're
Arabia.
in Saudi Arabia, yeah? And say you live
show
under
you
Islamic law, yeah? And I might be 50 years old, and you want to marry an 11-year-old, yeah? I want to have sex with her once I've married her. Who decides if she's mature? Because what it says is, if she's mature, who decides that?
I've typed in age of consent
Who
in
decides
Saudi
that?
Arabia. Yeah? Look, I've typed in
Don't get
age
up.
of consent in Saudi Arabia.
There is no age of
All
consent.
right, you're doing too much. You're
There
doing
is
too
no age
much,
of
bro.
consent.
You're doing too much.
And it
you're doing
specifically
too much,
says,
blood.
and it specifically says, acceded to the Convention of Rights of Child in 1996, which sets a minimum age of marriage.
Where's your family?
That's
from?
what it
Where
says.
So what is the
if
age?
you've
There is
converted,
none.
are you converted?
What is it?
Minimum age of
Caribbean.
marriage.
18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dominica.
Dominica.
Not the
Just type in
Republic.
age of consent and you realise my man peddles lies still.
Pedal lies, bruv. Islam,
saying-
under Islam. Yeah,
He's
under Islam,
misinformed.
Under the ruling of Islam.
I don't think.
there
I
is
think
no
someone
age.
must have told him. No, I'm thinking someone. He's not just
Mohammed
making.
to type it
No,
in,
I'm
type
saying
in
someone's
age of
telling him
consent in
these
Saudi
things. He's
Arabia.
not.
Mohammed.
Type in
Do you
age
get what I'm
of
trying to
consent
say?
in Saudi Arabia, Tommy.
I did.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's on his phone as well. You can both show each other things. You can both show each other things.
Type in age, not sex. Type in age for consent. Type it in, Tommy. Type it in.
There is no age of
Type
consent.
it in. Just type it in. Age
No,
of
but it
consent.
just says he's just
there.
showing you something
I'm
on the
showing
same
you it.
Google app.
Type it in.
On the
He
same
knows-
Google
He
app.
knows what's going to happen if he types in age of consent, Saudi Arabia. He knows what's going to happen. That's why he doesn't want to type it in. And this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about underhand tactics.
It
that
says
is
it.
used. Type in age of consent, Tommy. How difficult is it going to be for you to type in age of
There
consent?
is no age of consent.
Type in
It
age
says
of consent.
Saudi Arabia legal age for sex. That's what he's typed
Type
in.
in consent. Use the word
Legal.
consent.
I know, but what's the difference?
It's the
What's
same
the?
thing,
It's
bruv.
Google, bro.
Bro,
Like you know what I mean?
These are all.
Come on,
these
man.
are all minor points, yeah. I think.
Yes,
The
minor
the
points.
point-
Like it's not
the point
something
is-
to
The point is.
stay on. Do you get? You know what I mean?
The point is why I talk about Islam, yeah? Why I talk about it. Let me show you. The point is that Prophet Muhammad married a 6-year-old girl.
Peace
I
be
don't
upon
know where
him.
you're coming from an argument from, yeah? Because it's in your scripture, not mine. It's Sahih means authentic, yeah? And it's in the authentic hadiths. The two, there's 5 main authentic hadiths in the world, and it's in the top 2, yeah? She was 6, he was 9, she was playing with her doll. She was playing with her doll. And that's why
Would you say she was 6?
He
He
was
was what?
9.
he was 53. And then when
That's
he
what I
married
thought
her,
he said
He was
as well.
53, she was 6. And he
That's
had
what I
sex with her
thought
when
he
she was
said.
9. Yeah? Now I agree. Some people would say, yeah,
Astaghfirullah. How did he have sex? It doesn't say anything about him having sex with her.
Consummate.
Read this, please. You
Does he
read
say
it.
anything
You read
about?
that.
He's back to
You
Saudi
read
Does he
that.
say anything about
Spray,
him
I
having
beg
sex?
you read that, man. That's what I'm saying about these man.
In December 2019, the Ministry of Justice issued an order to the courts that any marriage application from someone under the age of 18 would have to be referred to a special court to make sure that the marriage will not harm them and will achieve their best interest, whether they are male or female.
Yeah, so as long as the father agrees. So if the father agrees.
Yeah, that don't. Yeah, I can't believe you asked me to read. I can't believe you asked me to read that.
Harm being the specification.
Yeah, no, but
So
basically
you
saying-
type. No, listen.
These can't believe you ain't got a mic.
Listen.
He's can't believe you ain't got a mic.
Man typed in.
He's with Tommy.
Man typed in age of 6, right?
So are they.
Man typed in
He's
age
with
of
Tommy.
6.
So are these people.
He's with Tommy.
Man typed in age of 6.
So is Cream.
Hey,
Look,
fuck
man-
that, Queen.
Man typed in age of 6.
I've radicalised
Then it
everyone.
said.
Oh
Then it said.
Blood
Why
clot.
is it like everyone? Oh my.
Listen.
I'm good, fam.
Listen, man typed in age of 6. It came up that there's no age of sex, there's an age of consent. Yeah, there's no age of the age
That's
of
mad for
consent
Deeks.
is based. Listen, Deeks.
Consent with the parents'
It's
permission.
It's
The father's
based upon
permission.
marriage, bro. Right in this country, a 16-year-old can have sex, bro. These man, this is 18.
You got Cream still? You got Cream.
No joke.
Cream's with you on this one. No, but
Yeah.
Cream's only with you on this one. Cream's with you though.
Yeah, so if you want
Now
to
Cream's with him on this
It
one
shouldn't be a
still.
debate. It
Cream's
shouldn't
with
be a
him.
debate.
Cream's with him on this
No, I'm
one.
not with these man. I'm banning these man out. But what I'm saying is the way that it's being presented by Tommy Robinson isn't honest and it's not true. That's all I'm saying.
Come to the mic. Come to the mic. Come to the mic, bro.
Come and say hello.
Yeah, just
Yes,
yeah.
we do it. Yeah.
I'll be real with you on this one here. See, because your knowledge, and I'm not saying Tommy's right, but what's happening here, if you want me to look at it off camera, bro, I don't think you've got the facts of what he's saying. And he's bringing up some facts. So what your fact is, your introduction to religion, Islam, is based in Gambia. And as we see, it's not governed by Shia law.
Sharia
so it's
law.
slightly
Sharia,
different. So your introduction to what he's talking about is slightly different to some of the things he's talking about. And he's bringing up some facts.
Tommy's
I don't know if
racist.
they're right. right? But I'm saying
Tommy's
wherever he's
racist.
getting them from,
Tommy's
we need to get
racist.
some different
Yeah.
facts. Right now, he's bringing up some things, and in the countries he's talking about, we don't have the knowledge or expertise in those specific countries, so we don't know.
Astaghfirullah, he's still going mad.
But in those, but can I say one more? So what I'm saying is, in the countries that he is talking about, yeah, what have they got to do with what's going on in Britain? Because my thing with Tommy is, when you're talking about these groups, you keep mentioning Islam.
They're Muslim and Islam. You're blanketing the whole thing.
And
that's where you're going wrong.
So that's what I wanted to get to.
I'm sitting there as a Muslim and I'm you're laughing.
Because I saw.
You get what I'm saying? You're knowing this is a madman.
Because when I was looking.
No, but you get what I'm saying? So it's not a Muslim thing.
Yeah.
No, but you get what I'm saying?
Because that's what I want you to get to. Because I want you to clarify that. Because a lot of people have got you down as a racist, which is what you're saying that you're not. So you're against a group of people that are basically what you're saying, fucking up the country. Is that what you're saying? But what are those people a group that like are a bad apple group that are from an Islamic country, or are you saying that they're doing these things because of Islam? Yeah. Do you understand what I mean?
I'll explain.
Yeah.
So what I say is I separate Muslims from Islam. Muslims are people. You're a person. If I hated you for being a person, it'd be bad, yeah? But Islam is an ideology. The Quran, the Hadith, and Muhammad are there for criticism, yeah? And that's what I'm criticising. And I'm saying,
but then Christianity is an ideology.
No, Christianity is there for criticism as well. No one cries about it. No one wants to kill you, right? But when you talk about Islam, it's protected. You're not allowed. Everyone goes, "You're a racist." And so why? Yeah. If I was talking about Christianity, you wouldn't call me a racist. I'm allowed to mock Jesus. No one cares. So what I'm saying is, if there's faults in the teachings of Islam, most Muslims treat Islam like a buffet. I like this bit, or this is nice, yeah. And then they ignore all these fucking mad
Same with Christians.
Yeah, same with Christians. But
same with Christians. Same most people.
They ignore all these mad verses. So what I'm talking about...
in Christianity, you're not supposed to have sex before marriage.
You haven't heard me once say Muslims. I'm talking about Islam. And I'm saying that the Islamic scripture...
No, I heard you on the union thing.
The Islamic scripture will create... For many of the terrorists, for example, so Boko Haram, yeah? Boko Haram in Nigeria. Do you know what their actual name... Do you know the terrorist organisation who took the 60 girls and committed all this terrorism? Do you know what their name actually translates as? We called them Boko Haram, the West, yeah? And it means against Western education. That's not even their bloody name. Their name translates as enforcing the teachings of Muhammad. So when they're kidnapping girls, when they're beheading people, right, what they say they're doing is enforcing the teachings of Muhammad. Now, if Boko Haram are misinterpreting it, the same way ISIS are, the same way Al-Qaeda are, the same way the Taliban are. There's a hell of a lot of groups here and they're misinterpreting this idea the same way, yeah? What I'm saying is we get Muslims...
What about Sinn Féin?
Yeah, what about
why were they blowing up things and all?
That wasn't a religious war, it was a war over land, yeah? But what I mean is, so you'll have a lot of Muslims who aren't following it to the
religious, ain't they Catholic?
They're drinking, having
ain't
beer.
they Catholic?
They're
Catholic and Protestant. You're going mad, Tommy. Catholic and Protestant. Yeah, you're going mad. Catholic against Protestant.
That was over land.
Yeah, but it's Catholic and Protestant.
Yeah, but how many
you get what I'm saying?
Polish Catholics?
They murk bare people in the name of Jesus Christ.
The thing about it is...
They blew up bare people in the name of Jesus Christ.
Over here, they didn't say like, oh, a bunch of Christians or a bunch of Catholics. So, like, do you feel like...
From some of the court cases.
Yeah.
From some of the court cases. The court case in Bristol, the girls they raped, it was my religious duty to do this. Yeah. Another court case.
Big up Aggie.
Dirty kafar. Yeah. These are the words used to the girls.
Kafar.
Yeah? Dirty kafar. I'm going to bury one girl they murdered. The message before he said, I'm going to bury that kafar bitch. Yeah. So I'm taking what they're saying and then I'm looking at the numbers and you're not allowed to do this. If we want to stop a phenomenon that's in every single town and city, there's been 64 cities so far, with with the groups of men, 30, the trial in Huddersfield, 30 men. National Crime Agency got 200 in the Dewsbury, Bradford area. If we want to stop this, we've got to understand it. Again, I'll ask if you're a man of knowledge or you're about this, why do 5% of this country's representation, why are they responsible for 84% of the gang rape of children? Why?
Let me quickly just break it down like man broke it down for the beginning, yeah? The first specification within Islam of reading the Quran from start to beginning is...
Bring the mic to you.
Is harm. Low. Yeah? Is harm, is haram. So you can't cause harm to your neighbor, you can't cause harm to anyone. That's like a specification, right? Another thing is you're not allowed to use alcohol. Another thing is you're not allowed to use drugs. Another thing is you're not allowed to have any sexual... Some men don't even like to, as you know, Ali Dawah doesn't even like to shake a woman's hand. Yeah?
Wife.
Ali Dawah said he'd marry his 11-year-old daughter off, man. The man who quotes a nonce.
Listen.
He said he'd marry his 11-year-old daughter off.
What I'm saying is, as you know, that certain...
Didn't you, Ali?
as you know, certain man don't even.
Did
wanna
he say
watch-
that? You're a Muslim. Did you say? Did he say that?
He did say that. I'll show you the video.
Look, listen.
No, but you are with
You're
him.
just getting mad a bit.
Well, one minute. Let me. Yo, Spray, let me just finish, man.
I'm talking to Cream, my co-host. This is our show. I can't. Cream, Spray, all the time can talk in this show. I can't believe he wants us. He wants us to stop talking for him and Tommy.
Bruv, show me what.
I can't believe. Yeah, go on. But we finished talking now. Our show, we finished talking. You and Tommy can talk now.
Yeah, no, basically, what I would say is that when you're looking at the behavior, when you're looking at the, because when you see places like Saudi Arabia as an example, if you look at like most Muslims, they don't agree with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's been bombing up Yemen, and there's other infrastructure which people will be critical of. Yeah, all I know is that when I know all of the Muslims that I know the Somalis I know
good people.
I'm not saying they're not.
Let me finish saying what I'm saying. And amongst every single one of these Muslims, yeah, if there was someone that was doing any form of paedophilia or harming any children, they would probably be the first people that would ride out with me to go and lick off these people's heads. Yeah, and that is inspired by their religion.
Okay,
yeah?
so
another example, we're in Ladbroke Grove, Grenfell Tower, when it was burning. Yeah. It was Muslims who went in there to save people, and that was inspired by their religion. So when you're talking about the negative inspiration, I feel like 95% at the minimum of Muslims in this country are of that positive inspiration of the religion.
Do you know how many Muslims informed on the grooming gangs?
And the 5%,
not a single one.
And the 5% that you're talking about that are like the 5% that you're talking about that are terrorists have been
I'm not talking about terrorists.
radicalized. They've been radicalized by 9/11, which was an inside job, and the war in Afghanistan, the war in Iran, the war in Iraq, and these places. Seeing 1 million people die in a Muslim country has radicalized a lot of Muslims and allowed these hate preachers to twist up the religion to inspire them to do these
in the
acts.
last week.
What I'm saying on record is there is nothing Islamic that teaches a man to take drugs, that teaches a man to rape, and a man can fight in self-defense by any means.
In self-defense. Who judge it? So you just said, yeah? You just said when you're on about the Muslim grooming. I was on about the Muslim grooming gangs, yeah? Say we look at Rotherham. Just look at Rotherham, right? 3 brothers in one of the trials. 3 brothers, right? Taxi drivers. All the taxi ranks were being shared. The business owners were sharing the girls. Not one single person informed the police of what these gangs were doing in any city in this country. Because in the Quran, it says you can't side with the non-Muslims. Each thing that you're quoting, say like, I'll read one more verse, yeah? Surah 70, 28, 30. Oh. For the Lord's displeasure in the opposite of peace.
Tommy, it, man. You just coming with bare madness. Go
on. I'm coming with a scripture. I'm trying to make sense I'm trying to make sense of it. Because I'm not saying it's 100% this, yeah? What I'm saying is when I
defend Islam,
when I look into the Quran, when I look into the figures and the statistics,
I'm gonna have to phone Ibby back. I'm gonna have to phone Ibby back. What's this surah now?
Okay.
I'm gonna have to phone Ibby back.
I'll tell you what it says. I'll tell you what it says. In the surah, Allah reveals. For the Lord's displeasure is the opposite of peace and tranquility, and those who guard their chastity, except for their wives and the captives whom their right hand possesses, captive slaves. I think we can agree all the children in Rotherham have been slaves.
What does right hand possesses mean? What does right hand possesses mean?
I'll go to what Maududi says. I'll go to
hold on. Listen to this surah, what man's saying. Say that surah again. And then explain it to him, please.
For the Lord's displeasure, in the opposite of peace and tranquility, and those who guard their chastity, except with their wives and the captives whom their right arm possesses, for they are not to be blamed. When he's talking about the captives that their right arm possesses, what's Muhammad talking about there?
Did you hear that, Ibs?
Is that slave?
Yeah.
What prisoners?
Wait.
Prisoners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on. Have you got an answer to that?
Talking about women.
Bro, you know what? Bro, I'm not really into talking with that guy there, right there. Do you get what I'm saying, bro? Like, he doesn't like Muslims, he doesn't like Islam. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not trying to understand nothing.
I am, that's why I'm asking you, bro.
He's had a lot of
Explain
people.
It to me.
He's had,
Explain it to me, bro.
He said he is.
Explain it to me.
He said what?
Explain it to me what that verse means when it says...
Explain what that verse means for me, Ibs, for me.
What? Explain what?
Explain what the verse
The
means.
verse that says, "Take the captive women as slaves, and to do what your right arm possesses, you're not to be blamed." So you're not even getting blamed. There's no blame on you.
He's read the translation. He's read the translation, yeah? He's read the translation. How does he understand it? He's obviously got some sort of understanding of that.
Okay, can I ask you, who's Maududi? Who's Maududi?
Who?
Maududi. Scholar Maududi.
I don't know. Who's Maududi?
Yeah, who is he?
Who's that?
You don't know. Who's
Come on,
that?
bro. He's one of the most recognised Islamic scholars in the
Scholar
world.
that fits your argument.
No,
He's a scholar that fits your argument, but he don't know. He don't know who that is.
It's scholar.
in the world. One of the most recognised scholars in
That's
Islam.
not about
I don't know who Maududi is.
All I'm saying is, yeah.
I'm trying to make
Right,
sense.
so-
I shout it back.
Yeah, but you can still be thing and not know who Maududi is, because if you, do you know what I mean? But there's
the thing about the
Again, I'll ask you, why are 84% of the convictions Muslim men?
But you see, he didn't even want to talk to him.
30%.
No, but you see what I'm saying?
30%
This is
of Muhammad.
it's because you're always saying madness about
Muslims.
Muslims. You get what I'm saying?
Most
No,
child
but I'm saying he didn't want to talk to. How do you?
I'm not
Okay.
saying madness about Muslims. I'm talking
So
about
Tommy said that most child
No,
sex
but that-
gangs are Asian males, right? Well, this report here says most child sexual abuse gangs made up of white men. Home Office report. Study of England, Scotland, and Wales.
Do you know what they've done on this report?
Listen.
To divulge
Study
the
of
figures.
England, Scotland, and Wales dispels myth of Asian grooming gangs popularized by the far right. Tommy Robinson. Yeah, the majority of child sexual abuse gangs are made up of white men under the age of 30, and official paper has
Two
said.
different sorts of
Yeah?
grooming. They mix the
report
figures. I'm on
which
about
covers-
gangs of men who
Oh
know each
my
other.
brother, it's grooming gangs. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's not. There's two
what
different
you-
types. There's
what-
type A. There's two different
What
types.
you're doing, like what
mixing
you
them
always
too.
do, Tommy, is you go to the statistics that represent your argument
He's
to go
followed you,
against
innit?
to
No,
go
you know he's
against a
followed you. Man
demographic
said like you always
to
do.
go
He's
against a
followed you still.
demographic that
Man
you do
said
not
like you
like.
always do, Tommy.
Yeah, you
It's
are going, you're gonna ignore this report
followed you.
because this
You're
report
mixing the
holds you to
statistics of
accountable.
paedophiles with gang grooming. I'm not about gang grooming
what I am
specifically.
saying
men know
is
each other.
that you should.
84%.
I am saying that if you was very against paedophilia, you would be talking here against all paedophiles. You'd be giving us the statistics of all paedophiles.
Grooming
you can't,
and that
you
happens in
concentrate on
everywhere.
Asians because they're from another country and they're immigrants.
No.
Now there's
Fam, I don't even not like that. Yeah, I'm not being bad. I don't.
Bruv, so what do you think? 1,000 victims in
stop a
Telford?
sec. It's not even a case of he concentrate on Asians that gets to me. You know, I don't care about all that. Not like that. It's more the Muslim that you get what I'm saying. I don't want it to blanket all Muslims. You get what I'm saying? That's
I'm not
my whole
blanking
thing.
all Muslims,
Like,
yeah?
it's not
I'm
an
not
Islam thing. No,
blanketing
but I'm saying
all
Islam
Muslims.
Islam is the same as Muslim, bro.
What, no, no,
Muslims
it's not.
believe
No,
in Islam.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
So does that
It's
mean
like-
Christianity is the same as Christians?
Yeah,
So
yes. If you're running Christianity, Christians are gonna have a problem because that's what they believe in.
So do you want blasphemy laws?
That's what they believe
So
in.
should we have blasphemy laws when
But
no
no
one's
one's
allowed to criticise
calling
religion?
for this stuff. Everything that you
Do you know what I mean?
talk
So
about-
it's like
Tommy,
if you
everything-
go against Islam,
One minute. But everything.
if you go against Islam,
All right,
yeah,
let me explain something.
every
Let me explain
Muslim ain't the same.
something. In your life and
Yeah,
living
you
in
can't-
London,
yeah, that's
have
generalising.
you ever worried about specifically Asian youths coming and taking any of your young girls in your family? Have you ever worried about specifically Muslims and anything to do with paedophilia or anything we've spoken about? Have you ever worried about terrorism in your life, specifically talking about Muslims in this country? Yeah. So what I'm saying is Tommy brings up stats from all around the world, all over the place, and creates an image as if there's these people that are here against us.
In the last 7
These guys
days,
have done
in the
nothing
last
to
7
us.
days,
I don't
in the
know
last
these
7
guys.
days, Mohammed's been charged for getting caught with a gun and a bomb in Leeds Hospital. You probably didn't know that
Yeah,
yet. He's planning a
what's
terrorist
that?
attack. A priest was murdered and chopped his head off in a church in Spain, and he stabbed 7 others.
And the far right shot people in New
train
Zealand.
in Germany,
One of your
2 people
followers
were
shot
murdered.
shot
On the
20
train in
people in New
Germany,
Zealand.
2 New Zealand. That's about a year ago, bruv. I'm telling you, in the last 7 days,
Yeah, but
2
I'm saying
people
you're
were
not going to
murdered.
give us the statistics on the last 7 days of what other people have done.
These are Islamic migrants that have come into Europe.
What
yeah?
about the police officers that just got caught for raping up the girls then?
What about them?
They're white
They're
British
scum.
police
Yeah,
officers.
filthy scum.
No, but they're white and British.
Wayne Cousins.
I know.
They're white and British.
What's your point?
So my point is that you're never going to bring that up because they're white.
Hey, stop shouting.
I'm
stop
talking
shouting,
about
fam.
an over-representation.
You're going too mad, fam. You're going
That's
too
an
mad, though.
over-representation of the police force. This is police people that just after Sarah
You're going too
Alvarad
mad, innit?
have
Yeah,
been caught for
bro,
rape.
you need to know how to
Sorry,
just talk.
that-
Yeah,
that
he's
have
not
been-
shouting.
yeah,
He's not. You get what I'm saying? You're going too mad, fam.
You just won one back and you're going to get the point back. Racism just won that one back. He got you on that point about you.
You need to come to the
No, but
mic.
he hasn't,
pick
bro.
and choose.
No,
You
mate.
pick and choose.
You need to come to the mic.
Okay, when I started the English Defence League, no one had heard of grooming, yeah, because it was still being covered up, yeah. We marched through cities 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 men with placards, our daughters are not halal meat, stop fucking raping them, leave the girls alone, yeah? Because that's what's happening in towns and cities, yeah? That's what that's what we are. I'm telling you, this is what happened, yeah?
Okay,
Andrew Norfolk was given the credit for exposing grooming gangs in 2011. That's a Times news reporter. That's when it all come into the public's knowledge. Well, in his words, yeah? His words. He'd known about it for years, but was too scared because it was Pakistani men and white children. He was too scared of the fear of being branded a racist. It's only when he saw the emergence of what you'd call the far right, which is normal British citizens who have fucking had enough of our daughters being raped, yeah? We've had enough. We started marching, and he said, I had to take it back off them. I had to take it back. So he only acted because thousands of men were marching through the towns and cities. The only reason why anyone knows of grooming, the only reason why we've seen Rotherham, Telford or any of this is because thousands of men joined the English Defence League, not racist. So there would have been some racists, but there's racists in the English Defence League. There have been golfers in the English Defence League. Didn't make it a golf society. Our fundamental message was black and white unite. From the start, on the back of our tops, we burned swastikas. We attacked.
All right, cool.
We attacked the National Front. Let me show you this because you probably don't follow what actually goes on, bruv.
No, you lot attack
But
us.
there is
You're reading the headline.
there is grooming that happens here other than those groups.
Of course.
Because with Prince Andrew.
Let me show you
And Epstein and all of those people that
The
are
elite
way
group
higher
level.
up. There's elite groups
Jimmy
and they
Savile.
have power, and you're not going to get to know about those.
Balenciaga.
And those ain't. Yeah. What are those people based upon? Those are part of people
They're
that
not
are.
in
Do you understand?
Islam. Yeah, they don't follow Islam.
And they're grooming.
they're
They've been
following
taking
Satan,
people
bruv.
from. They've
True.
been taking girls off the islands and all of them things there and bringing them to islands from years.
How do I load this?
There's
You've got
been
Wi-Fi
grooming
now?
groups. Do you know what I mean? There's been stuff going on.
Wi-Fi now.
Yeah, but it's not a Muslim. It's not an Islam thing. This is what it is, isn't it? Islam doesn't preach any of that, like you lot rightfully said. And I think that's the slight misunderstanding.
It doesn't.
It can be misunderstood. We could take verses from the Bible and we can start.
English Defence League. Start the English Defence League, yeah?
Yeah, they burnt a sausage.
They're all black. That's my mates.
Yeah, they're sellouts.
They're not sellouts, bro.
You call them Coons and Uncle Toms, bro. You call them sellouts. Any black man that signs with you is a sellout.
Black and white unite.
Because they're sellouts.
Black and white unite.
They're trying to fall in line.
In what sense?
Black and white unite, fam.
Why are they sellouts?
Why are they sellouts?
Why are they
fam?
Why are they
sellouts?
sellouts?
Black and white
they're
unite,
standing
fam.
there,
Because they're
Read the
moving with a
messages.
man that believes that doing a black power sign is a sign of racism. When that comes from black people that was oppressed by white people, a man that does not acknowledge the oppression that black people have been through.
How don't I
mobilize.
acknowledge the oppression black people have gone
Oh my
through?
gosh,
How don't
man.
I?
What are you
How
talking
don't I?
about? For you to say that sign is a racist
I'm
sign,
saying
it
the
means you're a
200
racist
men
guy.
wearing military uniform
Only white
marching through the
people that are
street.
racist would see a
On
black
the-
person
off
do
the
this
back.
and say it's racist because they don't. That means that you're not acknowledging that the first time this was done was by black sports people that was victims of racism that was standing against racism. Black people.
Black power comes from
racism
black
is
sports
prejudice plus power. If you came to the shores of Africa and called us nigger, 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 nobody would have cared, Tommy. The reason why people care is because they built institutions of slavery, colonialism, and institutions which create problems for black people. It's not the nigger word, it's the institutions. This is why racism is prejudice plus power, and black people within this society can't be racist. My example
Black
is...
people can't be racist.
My example is no matter how any black person feels about white people, they can't affect white people in banking, they can't affect white people in schooling, they can't affect white people in the police or any institution
Black
in this
boss,
society. But if white people feel a way about black people, it affects us in every
So what
area
about
of the
Chicago,
society.
where the whole council and government are
You know
black?
what I'm saying? That's
what
it.
about that? Is there
What
racism?
about in Chicago?
So black. Say a black person jumps on a white person.
I'm going mad,
calls
innit?
him, calls him a
Am I
honky.
gonna get rushed by
calls him
all
a
my
honky
Muslim
and kills
mates?
him.
Alright,
Calls him a honky.
Where does the word honky come from?
I don't know. So, okay, calls him a dirty white scumbag.
Where does the
calls
word
him,
cracker
calls
come
him a
from?
filthy white scumbag, yeah?
That's what I'm saying. If I call you a honky,
If you call me a
there's
white scumbag.
If I call you a scumbag,
And
there's
stab
no,
me,
there's
that's
no
not racist.
history.
That's
there's
not
no
racist.
That's not-
history-
imagine that.
There's no history of
Doesn't
a black
make sense.
person raping your mother or a white woman, calling them a honky. The word nigger was used as a word which your ancestors used to rape my ancestors.
When you say my ancestors, what do you mean by my ancestors?
I'm saying English.
Like you're like your
heritage.
great
My black person
grandmother.
could be racist.
See, like your great
My
grandmother.
ans-
I think-
You're
See, like your great grandmother. That's what it means.
My
by
great grandmother's
ancestors still.
Irish, bruv, yeah? So
No,
they were
but he
slaves
talks
as
about
well,
it.
yeah?
Yeah.
So my family are Irish. So
My
when you're
partner's
talking
got
about...
Irish, yeah.
No blacks, no dogs, no Irish.
is also Irish. Was
No
indentured
blacks, no
servants
dogs, no
that were
Irish.
to inherit slave
Reds
farms,
has
but
got Irish in
also
him.
slave
No, but I'm
His
saying
grandma's
Irish
Irish.
and with the blacks, no blacks, no dogs,
Yeah.
no Irish.
Yeah.
To some degree.
You're-
to some
you're-
degree.
but- so you're black, so-
Racist, can we just say racist is when that
going
is
mad.
somebody that hates somebody because of the colour
He
of their
doesn't believe
skin
that, he doesn't
and
believe
they incite hate because of those things. Therefore, a black person can be racist
prejudice.
because a black person can hate a white person and not know nothing about them, but just hate them because of the colour of their skin.
Let me ask you, do you know who Chris Donaldson is? Do you know who Chris Donaldson is?
Okay. Do you know?
I would have said black people. I would have said
That's
black
what I'm
people can be
trying to look.
racist.
So
I
you're
said it
saying
last
that
time, but
racism is based
Clara
on the act
didn't
that
agree
you
with
can
me.
cause the person after.
Clara
because
hates
they
you,
have-
by the way.
Because of the
That's
power.
what racism.
Clara hates you, by the way. She couldn't believe I'm having him on. She hates him.
Racism.
She's like, you having Terry Robinson on?
Racism wasn't born.
Bro, he's a boss.
Based on
You know that? Don't leave me hanging. He's a boss. No, but you know the ones that man's only dealing with bosses.
Their definition of
He's a boss, and when Tommy say "real," it's real, you know. Like it can make he's real. Like man will make the whole of all the hooligans come right now for respect.
That to me explains our Black Lives Matter when they were saying all lives matter.
Yes.
They're
That to me
outside, fam.
explains that.
Yes.
Do you understand?
You've
Like
got
what you
people-
just said.
You don't believe
you can't have
black
be
army
racist. You
suit.
can't. He's
They're
trying.
outside.
I'm saying
Raspec's trying to say that you can't be racist against your oppressor.
Raspek
That's
needs
where
to-
he's coming from.
Raspek needs to know
He's
himself.
looking at white
Raspek
people
needs to know
was
himself.
the
He's got
oppressor
bare
of
hooligans
black
outside.
Is my mother
He's
your
got bare
oppressor?
hooligans outside now. Raspek needs to know what he's
Is my
doing.
mother your oppressor?
With the army, with the army suit.
But so you can be racist. So if you say you kill
I'm
an
going
innocent
mad.
woman,
I'm
yeah,
going mad.
is she your oppressor?
What do you mean?
So you said, say you kill an innocent white woman, is she your oppressor?
I'm saying that racism was defined by an action. It wasn't defined by someone saying nigger, nigger. That doesn't matter.
Hey,
Imagine
Cream,
if
you
they-
look nice
if
today.
they
Come on, my co-host ask some questions.
Tommy, if you
Hey, wait.
Tommy,
My
if you
co-host got
understand
some
this.
questions to ask, man.
Tell me if you understand
This
this.
is too mad,
If you
like.
came-
This
if
is
the British
too much.
came
My co-host is
to the shores
here.
of Africa-
Cream, ice cream, young spring.
know Chris
She's got questions written down.
Have you ever have you ever heard of Chris Donaldson?
You're moving like a
Have
wire.
you ever heard of Chris Donaldson?
Like you just want to.
Chris
Why do you just
Donaldson,
want
who's
to
Chris
talk?
Have you
Donaldson?
ever heard of Chris Donaldson?
Why do you just want to? You're moving like LGBT though. I'm trying to make you talk to the girl.
No, man, it's
Cream,
cool. It's
Cream,
cool.
Have
It's
you,
cool.
Cream, have you ever heard of
She's
Chris
got
Donaldson?
I
questions
have
for
not.
you.
But we're gonna get
Chris
into it.
Donaldson was the
Go on.
first ever,
Yeah, nice.
first ever racially
This is what I'm
motivated
here
murder.
for,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
15 years old white boy,
Raz is looking at me like,
kidnapped off the
"Bullshit,
street,
you
they cut his penis off,
He's looking
fed
like,
it to
"Bullshit, you let me
him,
come
butchered
in.
him.
You don't want me to talk, but
So I'm going to ask you, so Chris Donaldson, kidnapped off the street, 15 years old, they cut his penis off, fed it to him, yeah? Stabbed him.
why, bruv, man?
He's 15 years old.
Why are you talking? Why are you saying
Are you,
penis?
and the men were convicted
Why for that,
of racially motivated
That's
murder.
a why,
Are you
man.
saying that weren't a racist attack? Because he's white?
What, a black guy's done that to a white guy?
No.
What colour were they?
They were Pakistani, yeah? Are you saying that wasn't a racist attack because they're white?
That's
He's not got no.
'Cause they're
he's not
white.
Black people.
what I want to say
He's got his
firstly
black mates.
is that just notice that all the time we've been here, Tommy has not dropped one statistic of anything white people have done anywhere throughout the whole interview. The only statistics he has is
Why
for
would he
the
though?
minority.
Why would he have that?
To be
No, I'm
honest,
saying, why would he-
I can agree that the majority of the Rotherham thing is Asian people, and I've been against that, and I've been banning out them groomers down there. It doesn't take away nothing from me. I can also agree that most of the youth violence is amongst black youths. Yeah, it takes away
And why
nothing
do you
from
think
me.
that is? Why do you
But
think that
Tommy
is?
don't want to talk about what his people do the most, though.
What do you want me to
That's
say?
the problem, and he will never.
I
bring it
don't
up.
see a
You know
colour
what I'm
thing.
saying?
I don't
He will
care
only
about white,
talk-
black.
He will
I don't
only
give a
talk
fuck.
about Asians. And
He
will
did
only
say his
talk about
people are
Africa.
90% paedophiles though.
Yeah, and then he tried to flip it. Oh, but we don't do the gang grooming. We only groom kids.
He
on
said
our own.
90% of what?
I didn't say that.
He said 90%
The only group
of
is on our own. We
people
don't do
in
it as a
England
gang.
are
We
white.
don't do gang.
90%
So what I look
are
at-
paedophiles.
So then,
Basically, the numbers
so then
ain't.
that's hold on a minute.
So he's basically
1 second.
saying the numbers
so if
ain't wrong.
90%
Majority of paedophiles in the UK are white.
are white.
Yeah, he's saying
then that's
90% of
hold on
people-
a-
He has to say
But
that.
if
And
90%,
then he said, I called him up on it.
but if 90%
Rewind
is
it,
a
rewind
fucking
it.
high number.
Yeah, but
So
not-
then
But that's
a-
how much.
But 90% of this
there's 90%
country
white
is white.
people in this
In
country.
this
That's
country.
what he's saying.
My point is, it's not an
There's 90%
overrepresentation.
It's not overrepresentation. If
Okay.
there's 90% of white people in this country,
Country,
and
and they-
90% of paedophiles, there's nothing.
But
It's not.
this
Do you
report
know what I'm
says
saying?
This report says it confirms that white men remain the most common offenders, which is something rarely mentioned by right-wing
Of course
commentators.
they are.
Like,
90%
It's a white
of the country's white.
It's gonna be. It's gonna
It's
be.
not over
It's-
overrepresentation.
That's his whole point. It's
And
gonna
that-
be.
It's going to be.
Of course it's gonna be
and I'm
mostly
talking
white
about
people if it's
specific
90% white.
crime. Yeah.
My thing is this, innit?
Listen.
If you have a problem against sex trafficking, grooming, and then maybe the wording needs to be a bit different. That's just my
Do
thing,
know, I've
because
just
you
done a
can't just
documentary.
say.
I've just done a documentary. Yeah, you should watch it. You should watch it
Yeah.
as well, bruv. It's called The Phantom Rape Gang. So a white girl up
saw
north.
it.
Yeah.
Put on
I swear, but that girl's come out saying that she was lying.
I come out saying she was lying before she come out saying she was
Was it
lying.
you?
I've just done a video. The Muslim man says I saved his life. Yeah, I don't hate him as a Muslim.
Yeah.
I went up there, met his family when this allegation had been made. I knew things didn't add up. Yeah, I sat down, I interviewed him. I went and found the girl's dad and said, "When are you going to tell the truth?" It's all on the documentary.
You went mad on them. You went in the restaurant. I see you. You got in the restaurant.
That's another one. That's when I was after the Muslim.
Because I don't rate them things either, you know. Because I don't rate none. I don't rate them the same way how we don't rate all of that. I don't rate none of that neither. All that sex no, I know, but I'm just saying I don't rate sex traffic. I don't rate grooming of kids. I don't rate none of that. So if he's going up there and trying to what's it called? My only thing with
because it's Asians.
No,
I care about all of it.
No, I don't. I care about it because I know the girls, bruv. I care about it because I know the girls. My cousin was a victim of these fuckers in Luton.
What I'm saying is you only
That's
bring
what I care
up
about.
statistics on ethnic minorities. You never speak about any statistics about white people. The only time you brought up the white people 90% is because I said that you don't bring up any white people. That's the only time you bring up white people.
I focused on the problem
on the ethnic minorities
that I saw in my town, and it was coming from the Islamic community, and I focused on it, and I spoke about the rape of children, and that's because it was something that was being covered up and not spoken about. No one was allowed to speak about it, and because when you speak about it, people want to kill you. Yeah, there's 6 Muslims in jail now doing 30 years. They got caught guns and bombs.
Can I play devil's advocate? Yeah. So he said that basically there was a march. They had a stall out there. They're recruiting. They're not in their country. You know that, innit? When we go to other countries, we have to abide by the way that countries ran. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't be too naked. You know, like if you go to Dubai or etc. etc. Do you think that a bunch of white men or a bunch of black men could go in one of those countries and just be recruiting, and they knowing that they're against everything that they stand for?
Yeah,
do you think that could happen?
Gambia, sex
could that happen?
Yeah, it happens in Gambia. White people go to Gambia from England and they pick up young boys and young girls and have sex with them.
Publicly on the street.
It's a big prolific problem in Gambia.
Yeah, there's a sex tourism problem. There is, but I'm talking about. I'm talking like country. Yeah, but I'm talking like, you know, like countries like Dubai, Iraq, and them kind of places. Could a bunch of white men go over there and just be so radical and be saying, "Come, they're recruiting," and all of this, and could they do that? They could not. Yeah, but but we have to look at it on both. But you can't.
Can you bring a Bible into?
Do you understand? But on the other hand, with that, what I will say, the only thing with Tommy, with you, like I saw a clip, it was 5 years ago, so I don't know if you still feel the same with you and Piers. You know, when you held the Quran, do you still feel that way? Do you feel like...
I feel that a lot of the problems
easy, Tommy.
Yeah,
easy, Tommy. That's what I told you. It's not a Muslim thing.
I feel that a lot of the problems that are coming. Say for example, Salman Abedi. He blew up and killed 20 odd children in the Manchester Arena bombing. Yeah, his dad come here as part of the Libyan Liberation Front, which is a terrorist organisation. His dad was a terrorist. We brought him in, give him a house.
Yeah, NATO.
His son comes up. His son comes up to be a terrorist. His son could recite the Quran without looking at it. Yeah, without looking at it, right?
Mashallah.
He could recite the Quran without looking at it.
Mashallah.
So he's mistaken as well, obviously, in how he's taking. My point is, all of these men, these fundamentals, when they take it literally, say for example, Lee Rigby's killer, Michael Adebolajo, when he beheaded Lee Rigby, he handed a woman a piece of paper with 52 verses that he said forced him to do it. That he said. So what I'm saying is, if he's saying that, if Salman Abedi's saying that, if people are literally quoting the Quran while blowing things up and beheading people, then we need to examine
people quoting Tommy while shooting people.
Innocent
women and children in New Zealand.
They just misunderstood.
One man,
yeah.
They misunderstood the same way you're misunderstood.
But someone also ran over people outside the mosque, and he was also a follower and a supporter of you as well.
What about the Pope?
But we haven't got to my question. But we haven't answered my question.
What about the Pope, though?
No. We haven't answered my question. So in the thing, you know, you said that until this book that this
he
is
did.
about
He answered straight away. He said, "Yes, I do feel the same way."
He didn't say that.
He did. He did.
Yeah, Cream. What I said is, what I said is, I was quoting William Gladstone. William Gladstone held the Quran above his head in Parliament and said there will never be peace on this earth so long as we have this book. It's a violent curse.
Suck your mother,
William Gladstone said that, yeah? So William Gladstone's one of the previous leaders of this country. He didn't talk about an interpretation, yeah? He spoke about... I think, with most Muslim conversions in jails and things like that, they're not converting because they believe Muhammad flew up to heaven.
They're converting because they're shook.
For a
yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're shook. They want. It's not a religion. They want. You know what I mean?
They're converting.
They want. I swear, I'm with him with that because a lot of them they're converting just for the because they can't hold their own in it.
This is my point. The black community, SMS, all of that had a time in South London where black converts was literally sticking up man and forcing man to join Islam. But the black community didn't look at it and say this is Islam. We understood that this was Islam linked with these linked with these road use culture, with these road culture, and they was practicing it wrong. Not like the Muslims in the masjid that we know that pray 5 times a day. In the same way, we can see that with these grooming gangs, we can see that it's not Islam, it's Islam linked with British culture, which is called...
It's British culture's fault that Muslim men are raping kids.
Yeah,
let me get that clear. It's British culture's fault that Muslim gangs are raping British kids.
It's British culture why they're drinking alcohol and using drugs. 100%. That's British culture.
You said it's British culture's
yourself,
fault.
mate. You was part of the people that used to buy the drugs, bro. So
as a youngster,
Primo, you're gonna ask me questions. Or you're gonna keep saying you're gonna wait till.
When have you
I
seen
have asked him a question. I'm listening, waiting for him to say. Yeah, but we're in talking about something else.
I know, but now you're making them.
All I'm taking from this is, you don't think black people can be racist even if they're killing an innocent woman, and you now think it's British culture's fault that Pakistani men are raping British kids.
This is what I'm saying.
That's fucked up, man.
I didn't say it's British culture's fault that Pakistani men are raping British kids.
It's because of British culture.
I said British culture is part of the reason why people are using drugs, because that's part of
That's not what you
British
said.
culture.
We'll rewind this. Make sure this is in there.
That's
Rewind
part
it.
of British culture. Yeah, it's nothing Islamic culture about using drugs. There's
drugs
nothing in
isn't
the
British
Quran.
culture. Drugs is in Colombia. Drugs is in Mexico. Opium is in wherever. That's not true.
I'm saying that if you go out with the white football hooligans and you go to a pub, part of British culture is drinking alcohol and sniffing lines. That is part of British culture.
Luton's football hooligans.
Listen, Kushkan, I'll have nothing said against sniffing lines. I'll have nothing said against sniffing lines.
You're a joker.
That's all. Me and Jama.
I never done a cheeky one with you.
Me and Jama are having nothing against sniffing lines.
You made a good...
I sat down with Muslim last night, yeah?
Sorry, Tommy, you just said you ain't taking nothing from this podcast so far. All you've got in this... Just before this, one thing I just...
He said he hasn't taken nothing from this podcast.
No, apart from he thinks all...
This in the podcast,
people can't... No.
Oh, come on.
Stop. Let me land before you go, man.
No, but that way
let me land. Because I want to teach him something. Before we go left, I need to teach you. Not like that.
I know.
You don't rate this podcast.
Can't swim.
You don't rate this podcast, fam. That's what you don't rate this podcast. This is a wicked podcast.
Tommy,
don't rate. Come on,
we don't blame.
The pub
This
stuff
is where I want to go with it.
yeah.
We don't. No one don't turn around and we don't blame Catholic or the teachings in the Catholic Bible and say that's the reason why stuff
There's
happened with the Pope. No, and the kids.
Yeah.
We don't. No, wait, hang on. No, but I'm saying, just like you said, the Pope is a nonce. We don't blame it on the book, but they can probably bring up teachers and say this is why they do certain things, and I don't know the Bible like that, so I'm not going to quote like you have. But I know they too can revert to old scriptures in the Bible and can bring up stuff that kind of support what they're doing. It's wrong. So see the same thing you're blaming about Islam.
But you always get people that like to manipulate the word.
Muhammad.
I get
Don't say that, blood. Yeah, Muhammad did it.
You always get people that you get wicked people out there that try to use the word and for their own evil
But my
gain.
problem is,
Do you understand what I mean?
Did Jesus kill anyone, bro?
He's taken Islam and he thinks all
Moses
of
did.
the teachings in Islam why
Moses
they do
did the
it.
first murderer.
And my
getting
point
to.
I'm trying to make is, you said it earlier. These people, they may as well
Well, I
worship
can't tell you
Satan.
that
Forget
because
the whole
I'm
thing about
Christian, so
Islam.
I'm in the
Islam
know.
don't teach you that. Same way
I'm
the
aware of that.
Christian book don't teach you to be a pervert. But certain people's cultures possibly lead to certain things. Why it happens more in certain
That's what I'm
cultures.
saying, it's a
Because you
cultural
keep going back to a question, why does it happen in that culture? And it's not the religion. The answer to it is the culture. It's
that's
more
what I'm trying to say
accepted
to you.
in
It's not
their
Muslim, it's
culture.
more-
That's
you
the
get what
only
I'm
thing
saying?
I
There's
want to
different-
say.
I wish it was. Yeah, it would make my life easier because I wouldn't be upset.
That means he don't believe you, Deeks. You
'Cause
didn't
I
do
wish
anything.
it was, bro. Because I'll be
You still
straight
don't
away.
believe ya. It's to him.
Because he's got a narrative.
To me,
He's got a narrative that he's here to push.
To me,
So
it
it don't matter what you say to him,
it
he's never
comes in
going to
like
accept
No,
it.
what I'm saying
Tommy
is-
feels like it comes from the
My-
word.
The book.
The
You know what I'm
book.
saying?
I eat that.
No.
He's not wrong. He does say that.
It does say
Not
that.
having it.
But people are taking that and run with certain aspects. Now he's right.
The book,
Certain aspects
bro,
of the Bible are
fam.
fundamental.
The camp. You need to talk on this.
Yeah.
Bruv, I done a presentation in Russia called The Rape of Britain, yeah, where I examined all of this, including the men's quotes. So what I've done is took the men's quotes from the court cases and literally found the verses of what they said. Yeah, it's like the man said this in court. Here's what he said. Yeah. Here's what he says. Yeah, he literally quoting the Quran whilst he's raping her, bruv. Like, come on, man. Come on. And we've got to be able to examine it because I wish it wasn't.
Listen, you
and
gotta stop
I understand
blanketing
that you're
the
a
whole
Muslim, I
Muslims,
understand you're a
man.
Muslim.
You
And
gotta
I'm
stop
not blanketing all the
blanketing.
Muslims.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not. I'm trying to find, which we have to.
But you see
the
what it is?
reason.
Because like I said,
The view on women, the Muslim view on women,
with
the Islamic view on women.
I see
Women
with
are worth
Tommy,
half of a man.
yeah.
All
With
these
see with
things.
Tommy, like what I get with you, yeah, or why I kind of got where you was coming from is because, like, I rate a patriot. I swear down.
Yeah,
Not like that.
You got your Union Jack on your socks.
I know, yeah. I made you.
He's
Yeah,
wore the socks for
yeah.
it, isn't he?
Wore it for Tommy.
Bun them socks.
Come on.
I wore it for Tommy. You get me? I know why for that. That's a bit why, innit? Man said I wore it for Tommy.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
love
why.
us,
That's a
man.
why. That's
Do
a
you
why.
like Britain?
I
Do
take
you
that
love the
back.
country?
I take that back. But you wore that army thing for Tommy though. But
Do you
yeah,
love the
boom.
country, bruv? Do you love
You
it?
went mad as well. But I love the fucking.
I know you
I'm
do.
fish and chips, mate. I'm pie and mash. I'm cockles. I'm all of that. But that's why I get.
I love my
no, but that, a bit of
ancestors
Charlie.
that
My
Done.
thing is, Tommy's supposed to. Tommy,
That's what I get him, you know.
don't have a problem with Tommy loving Britain.
No.
And to be fair, I'm gonna
No.
say
I hate
this.
the
Yeah,
government.
I've got Caribbean I'm Caribbean background. My background is Jamaica. Yeah, but what I will say is this: if you would live in a country, and because of so many different cultures now coming into the country.
You're using what I said.
What would I say?
Go on,
You
go on.
cannot now, in certain schools, you can't even celebrate Christmas and things like that. It was a Church of England thing. Like, do you understand what I mean? I just feel like
When things are
you can't
changing.
go into another countries and say, right, you lot can't pray 5 times a day, or
Listen to
you
what it
can't
is.
do this, or things like
Listen
these
to what it
things
is.
are
Can
actually
I just
happening.
go back to what? Can I just
Britain
wait,
went to Africa,
Ras.
colonized Africa.
Wait, Ras. Wait.
They genocided
Listen.
the people in Australia.
Listen.
They genocided the
All right,
people
cool.
in America.
Cool.
They
Let me
colonized
just
the whole of Africa.
let me
That's
just
the
finish
reason
saying
why
what I'm saying.
immigrants are here.
Ras, let me just
Immigrants are
finish
here
saying what I'm
because they
saying.
went everywhere else.
Alright, cool.
Respect.
Alright, cool. That come the
talking
things they
about?
respect. Alright,
Triggered it
cool.
more than me.
Listen, stick a pin. Stick a
it more
pin.
than me.
Listen, hey, listen. You got it. What do you mean? How did I
I'm
get
a wealth
here?
and that.
My mum and that, innit?
That's
My
what I'm
nan.
saying. How
But
did they
listen,
get here?
listen. I'm not born here, innit? Yeah. I weren't born here. I was born in.
know what?
I was
Your
born in.
Wikipedia page
I was
says
born-
you was.
They were going mad. You get me? They got it wrong. I was
know.
born. I was
Come
born
here,
in
7 years
Dominica. Yeah. I see. So you know. So my whole thing is I get where Tommy's coming from. Because not even like that, but I'm not even born here. And I'm more patriotic than people that's born here. Yeah? But listen, stick up in, let me talk now, innit? Because you've been talking the whole fucking episode, like, where my co-host can't even get a word in. So boom, I want to talk now. You get what I'm saying? So boom now, what I'm trying to say is, it's in Dominica where I come from, yeah? I wouldn't like a bunch of white people coming to my island and then, I shouldn't even say white people, but from different country or whatever, and I know I'm going
can
mad.
say white people, bro.
Listen, forget all of that, yeah? And then they just, in my island, acting not dominant, and they're not embracing the Dominican culture.
They're not assimilating.
They're not, do you know what I mean? They're not embracing. So I get where you're coming from. It's like, this is his country. No matter how we want to look at it or what we want to, I'm not here.
If you go into a country, though, you're supposed to add to it, no? So if you're gonna come into a country and cause bare destruction and stuff like that, do you
as
get
far
what
as
I
I'm
mean?
concerned, it's your country. It's their country, and that's the truth. That's the short and long. Whatever you say, it's not your country. Respect. It's not your country. It's not. No, but I'm just being honest. It's
I've
not
never
our
said
country.
it's my country.
No, but I know. But I'm just saying. No, but it's not. It's
Why is
not.
it not your country?
Let me. It's not. It's not.
I don't feel like it's my
not.
country. I
She's
feel
born
I
here.
was born here,
It's
but
not.
this isn't
But
my
it's not.
my
My mum's
roots.
from Ireland, so
Yeah.
but this is my country.
I was born here, but I just feel like my roots.
it's not
Like
my
I just don't
country.
feel like this
Do you
is.
know what I don't get? So
You're born here, innit?
Do you know? I was in
I-
jail with. I was chatting to a Jamaican boy who converted.
You ain't
Pops.
Joe. No, you's on peace. You's protected
Hobbs.
custody.
I won't
blow it,
know,
blood.
bruv. Put on
You were-
25 police custody. You see me on the wing scrapping with one of them. Yeah.
Was you on the wing?
I was on the
What,
wing with
Woodhill?
Woodhill. I got fucked up in Woodhill. I got
Cool.
battered in Woodhill.
I was in with deal though.
But
I done with
what I'm
deal.
saying is,
Country.
I got Hobbs.
Yes and no.
And he comes out. He's got his
Yes
prayer mat
and
over his
no.
shoulder.
More
yeah?
yes and
this
no,
is
innit?
made-
Fam, you're not letting me finish.
go on,
'Cause
finish,
I'm trying
finish.
to back you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say why.
It's not you.
And look, Respect's
If
even looking at me mad.
Dominicans wanted to go and
Listen.
colonize the whole place,
Listen.
then you got to have everyone
Fam,
come back to yours, blood.
You got to
Or
stop
give back
getting
the people
emotional.
them
You got to
their
stop
things.
getting emotional. You got to stop getting emotional and just, yeah, you got to stop getting emotional. Just so boom.
But my
Yeah.
ancestors are
I know,
coming to
but I'm.
Do you
listen,
like
listen.
Britain? Do you like Britain?
Listen.
Jews
Listen.
like Nazis.
Do you like Britain?
Listen,
like Germany.
let me
So
just
you
finish.
hate Britain?
Stick up in a sec. Let me, can I finish what I'm saying though?
you-
Like
the Jews
before,
don't like
can I
Nazis,
just
the Jews
finish
don't
what I'm
like Britain.
saying? Because look, what I'm trying to help you, Tom. You get what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it'll be different because see, his thing ain't about black or white. His thing's British, English. Like if your hair.
I think you're black.
Act like,
I think blacks
act
are
like you're
English.
English. No, but that's what I'm saying. His thing is, if you're here, he don't mind just as long as you
As long as
embrace
you become a slave
the
to
British
the
thing.
culture.
What do you mean a slave
Embrace
to
the
culture,
British
bruv?
thing.
Yeah,
Sikhs still
Embrace
hold their
the
identity.
British-
Embrace your
Then don't-
I love
colonizer.
them.
Embrace the person that embrace the British Empire, which is still colonizing your homelands.
Or
and
go
stealing
home,
it.
or go back to where you fucking come from.
Not until-
Or go back to where you
Tell them-
fucking come from.
tell them to come
No, but
back.
it's true. No, but either you embrace
Give us
it,
back our
or
thing.
fuck off. Embrace it, or get the fuck.
Give us our things and we'll
Go
go
back
back
to where
now.
you come from.
Give us back our things. and we'll
Stop
go back
getting
now.
the gyro.
I'll go back to Jamaica now.
Stop getting the benefits.
That's reparations.
Don't get no benefits.
Reparations.
Don't get no benefits.
Reparations.
No housing
Reparations.
benefits. Get the fuck back to
Reparations,
Jamaica.
bro. What are you talking about?
Get the fuck back to Jamaica.
Reparations.
Right? Listen, mate.
Reparations,
If you're
bro.
going through your history,
You lot back to Jamaica.
Reparations.
You lot back to Jamaica.
We'll go back once you
Do you know what I mean? You lot back to
We'll go back
Jamaica.
once
When
you
you're
got
going-
our
you
things.
can't
Fish and
stay
chips.
in our home anymore.
Fish and
you
chips.
keep going on
Pie
about
and
your
mash.
history, your
Cockles.
history, yeah. Well, I keep,
Cockles a bit
Okay,
wide.
Jamaica is one of the richest.
Cockles are wide, innit?
But Jamaica is one of the richest
that's you lot's
countries
thing,
in
look.
identity.
Look, funny.
Yeah. They've
Look,
got more
look.
churches per square foot
British.
than any.
Fucking.
We got what?
I'm
More
going
churches
mad,
per
I'm
square
going
square
mad.
square
Yeah,
mile
I know,
than any
yeah.
other country in the world.
But for that little
and you're
island,
converted to Islam, bruv. I
Yeah,
think
just that's
Jamaica,
a
that
good-
your country, your family's
got the most
history
parishes
has
than
more
ev-
churches per square mile
Yeah.
than anywhere in the world. It's one of the
Yeah,
most
they
richest
are
countries in
Christian
identity
still.
of who they are.
But they're evil, Ed, though.
Because the British
You
Empire-
can't talk about
And you
Jamaica
think
like they're not
Islam-
evil,
Because the
Ed.
British
I've been
Empire,
there.
because the British,
Evil, Ed.
because the
engaged
British
there.
Empire
Evil, Ed.
came with
Come
their
on.
Western
Went to White
Christianity.
House, sandals
the
and
same-
Did ya?
Yeah, yeah.
The British Empire came with
Duns
their
River.
Western Christianity, which we bun out.
Filming.
The same way that the Arabs came with their oppression during the sub-Saharan slave trade. Yeah, in the same way the
Do
Christians.
you know what Muhammad referred to black people as?
But can I say something?
Astaghfirullah.
Can I say one thing? I'm from my roots are Jamaican. Yeah, my roots are Jamaican, and in St Elizabeth, where I'm come from, like that part of Jamaica is where a lot of the fair-skinned people, like it's very mixed because a lot of the soldiers settled there, and they slept with a lot of the women and created a lot of the kids and raped them as well. Do you understand? Like these things happen all around the board. Do you understand? Whites do it to blacks. Do you get what I mean? So.
But whites were slaves as well, right?
But
No, they was
White
indentured
women were
servants,
slaves.
man. They was
Slaves
indentured
to who?
servants,
It was
man.
what?
Slaves to who?
Indentured
When was
servants.
whites
Indentured
slaves?
Servitude. They could earn their freedom. A white Irish.
When was
slave
white
could
was
earn their
slaves?
freedom. Within Jamaica.
Oh, were they slaves?
Yeah, but they could
Oh,
earn
God.
their freedom. Whereas our children and our children's children.
Where
and
were
our
they
children's
slaves? Where were they
children's
slaves,
Jamaica.
where?
Why have you realised the accents?
Was white people slaves in Jamaica?
Indentured servants.
White people
not
were slaves
slaves.
everywhere, bruv, as well, man.
I didn't
Not-
know
not
this.
slaves, indentured servants.
This is my first knowing this.
But what I'm trying to say is, yeah, once
know
once if Dominicans decide to go to Brazil and colonize Brazil, and
We
take
can't.
the
There's
riches
only
from Brazil,
70,000 Dominicans.
But if they did decide to do that, and then people
That,
came
that's
back-
just on the island, so
and
we
people
can't
came back from Brazil
we can't
to
colonize
Dominica,
no one,
then
nowhere.
It makes sense.
We can't even
innit?
colonize Wolfenstow.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
You can't even colonize
You know what I'm
Wolfenstow.
saying?
There's
Give
more
man
people
back
than
man's riches,
Wolfenstow.
Give man back man's land. Stop profiting off the land, and we'll go back. Every single one of us. Every single one of
We
us.
won't. You're lying. You won't
Yes,
go
we will.
back.
Yes, we
You're
will.
lying. They won't go back. He's lying.
I'll go
They'll
back.
still be here. They'll be here next week. You know what I mean? He's lying. They won't be going. A lot of people won't go back.
But you know what? I get. If you look through
What
British
day?
history,
There's been 79 murders in Jamaica since the 1st of January till now. I will
It's the
not
30th,
go
30th.
back to my original country to go base up what?
Yeah,
No,
yeah, but why is that? Why is that? What's that?
Yeah, but-
what's that? What's that a cause of?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
you're not gonna blame that on British culture as well,
Yeah,
Papa,
but that's
we
because
are.
of corruption.
You're gonna blame that on British culture.
We're going to blame colonialism for the
But
state
that's
of
because
America,
of
Jamaica now because
corruption.
it's a Commonwealth country. Yeah, it's a Commonwealth country where you took slaves
Yeah.
from Africa to Jamaica and buck break them. Yeah, that's something called buck breaking. You broke down the people and then you left them to their own self-destruction. So what I'm trying to say is, if Jamaica, had the same financial infrastructure
Exactly.
that this country has, no one would be in this country.
Because we're one of the
one's
biggest
here for the cold.
influential
No one's
islands
here for the freezing.
out.
The reason why this country is the country it is because it's running off of the riches from Africa and the Caribbean.
And it's in
the
debt.
The minute this country has to give back the
In debt
riches
to who?
to Africa and the
To
Caribbean.
even China. They
no
built
one's
all
gonna
their
be
roads
here.
and stuff
You're
like
not even
that.
going to be here. You're going to be back in Spain, mate. No one's going to be here once Jamaica and Africa has the same infrastructure, financial infrastructure, as this country. Remember, all of the material, the resources resources under the ground come from Africa and they come from the Caribbean. The only problem is right now is that the British Empire, which is why you asked me if I like Britain, the British Empire is still in control of our resources, along with the French, along with the Spanish, and all the other colonizers who got together to slice up Africa and colonize my ancestors. So that's your answer. If somebody raped my mum to have me, would I like my dad? No, I wouldn't.
Thank you.
So you hate Britain? Oh, simple, do you?
Do you see what I'm saying?
I get.
But you've got Tommy.
I don't agree with
But
British
you
history.
must have understood where he's
fully
coming
get it.
from. Like that's what we've
When I look at
dealt
the
with.
wrongs, even if we just go in the last 20 years, look what happened to Iraq.
Listen.
Yeah? 1 million of them were murdered. Yeah, due to
Yeah,
British
but
foreign
you can't
policy.
even.
Listen.
You don't like. Hold on a second. You don't like the fact of just what's been happening, like what you said with Pakistan, you know, and the raping of the girls and the stuff. These things have been happening to our race for generations upon generations. You understand what I'm saying?
get it.
They don't even balance out.
I'm not
They
arguing
don't-
about it,
Yeah,
though.
you
I'm
know
not
what I
arguing
mean,
Listen.
innit?
about it,
And
yeah.
we don't sound as.
I'm not
do you
trying
get what
to.
I mean?
I'm not trying to defend.
Listen, Tommy,
any of the things
Tommy,
that went
this
on.
is what I'm here to. This is what I'm here for. Yeah, like I don't know what else is going on, but my whole thing is to try and make you understand, bro, because it's not an Islam and a Muslim thing, bro.
That's what we're
That's
saying.
all I don't care about anything else or all of this. I'm just trying to make you leave here and understand, bro. Like it's not like how you feel towards Islam and Muslims.
It's not towards Muslims, bruv. It's not towards
That's
Muslims.
not the right way to feel towards Islam and Muslims. It's to feel towards them them perpetrators. There's bad Christians,
And the Muslim
there's
government.
bad Muslims, there's bad Jews. Let me finish. There's bad everywhere. There's bad people everywhere. No matter what they believe in or whatever. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And to
Can
me,
you separate-
it just sounds like you coming from Luton, you've had to see a lot of madness from the Asian community. Because I know Berry Park, I was in Woodhill, so I know they bury them, yeah? So you just had bad experiences with these people, and they might have shone a bad light on Islam and Muslim.
Which has
but
made you
it's
prejudiced.
Not, like, trust me, it's nothing to do with Islam or Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Even the surahs you're reading and all that, yeah? It's like the Bible, bro. Like everything is open to discussion. Do you know what I mean? You can take from it
But
what
it's
you
not,
take
'cause we're
from
not
it.
allowed to discuss the Quran.
We just discussed it.
Yeah, it's good.
You're saying about the 6-year-old and all that, and we've actually tried to get to the bottom of it, or kind of said there was nothing sexual or whatever. But like, everything's discussion, innit? And man weren't there in them times, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? I just know I believe what I believe in because that's what touched my heart, innit? That belief or whatever. But I know that the Quran in itself, it doesn't teach nothing harmful or it's pious.
Yes,
Do you get what I'm saying? It's pious. It's not.
Can you separate the crime
They're
from
not
the
following the
religion?
Quran.
Can you
They're not
separate
following the
crime?
Quran.
In the Quran.
They're not following the Quran.
Can
The
you
people.
separate the crime from the religion?
Yeah, they're not. It's not.
If the man's quoting the religion as the reason why he done
One
it.
minority of the country, brother, that man is not.
No, but
there's 2
he's a
million
madman.
Muslims and one
He's just a
Muslim.
madman.
He's just an ex.
No, but you get what I'm saying? He's just a madman.
There's
He's quoting.
20,000. There's 20,000.
No, but there's
now
madmen
on a-
Christians.
There's 24. There's 20,000 British Muslims on a terror watch list. There's
madmen Christians.
3,000 of them are monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at a cost of £9 billion a year.
Yeah.
At the growth of the Islamic community, that 20,000 will become 40,000, which will then become 80,000, which is more than the British Army. Yeah. And the cost of
And
it.
then we fuck up everything.
What do we do then? So what I'm saying is, if there are these people who are misinterpreting it, if that's where we're going to go with, yeah, if that's what people think,
Yeah.
then there's a fucking hell of a lot of them, right? And they're costing the system.
Not really.
There's 3.9 million Muslims in the UK.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
3.9
Not really a lot of them.
Million, Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy,
and
million.
one killed 22 children.
Yes,
One.
and
Just
we
one.
Run out the
10%.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
run out the one.
Yeah.
We done out the one. We chop him up.
No, you haven't
Just
chopped
like
him
we
up. They're
chop
running the jails.
just
No
like
one's
we
chopping him
chop
up.
the
Bruv,
Islamic,
are Islamic radicals
heads of
getting chopped up in
countries
jail?
No, we're
that
running it.
justify
They're running it.
We're running
paedophilia.
it.
Do you know who's
We're
running
chop
the
them
wings
up
in
as
Woodhill?
well.
The
We're running
fucking
the
dog
bin.
screamers,
All
bro.
Muslim
We're running the
kids.
bin
You know
still.
one's chopping them up.
Listen,
No one's
Tommy.
chopping them
No
up.
one's chopping up. No one
They're
in the
running
bin.
the jail.
Yeah, we're running the bin still.
All the radicals run it.
We're running
Let me show
it.
you something. Let me show you something there. I don't know what everyone else is on. I'm saying where I come from you're a paedophile, yeah, and you've been caught raping or molesting
Fire.
children, no one don't care whether you took your shahada yesterday, you're still gonna get the smoke
fire,
today, boy.
fire.
Yeah. What I'm saying is we need to ban out all of them Muslims, just like we need to ban out the white man, the black man like Caden. Caden is a black guy who kidnapped a young girl and tried to rape her on the roads. We need to chop up all of them. And the same way you need to ban out every single Muslim, French, Christian, atheist government that still allows children that can be harmed to be in consensual relationships. Ban out and run out all of them. What we shouldn't be doing is categorizing and labeling,
Generalising.
and blanketing.
and generalizing.
I have not one
blanketing a whole religion.
I've not done that. I've not blanketed all Muslims. I've not.
Because imagine I phoned my brother because I was even annoyed, you know.
Talk about this without
Yeah,
everyone
exactly.
saying
No. I phoned Smiley in it. I phoned Musa because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, because I've only just thingy today in it because I'm a madman. I'm just following Tommy like a madman. But I ain't. That's what I'm saying. I ain't even properly looked into it. So I've looked into it and I'm thinking, bare Islamophobia. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, because remember I'm Muslim in it. But I didn't know that part of
Islamophobia is just a
no, but I didn't. No, yeah, I know. But
prevent criticism.
That's how I feel about homophobia. I'm like, I'm not homophobic. I'm not scared of them. I'm not scared of no batty, man.
They are scared of Muslims, though.
No, but do you get what I'm saying? So I'm saying, so the phobia thing, I get it. Like even with the Islamophobia, I get it because you're not scared of it.
It's not an irrational fear that I'm talking about.
I get
It's
it.
genuine.
It is an irrational fear.
Why is it an irrational fear?
Because nobody in this country with any sense is fearful of Muslims. If anything, if there's Muslims there, you're more safe than anything else. Like if you got practicing Muslims there, then any person in this country that's honest, even if they don't believe in the deen, would say they'd feel safer with a practicing Muslim than you're just your average Tom, Dick or Harry because of their religion, because of what
Very
their
pious
teaches.
religion.
Like
Very pious.
that's what I'm saying. We're more safe with. Say if a group of Muslims came to Trafalgar Square, we would have been 10 times safer than the people that follow you that tried to literally murder innocent men, women, and children.
Murder.
Yes, they was throwing homemade bombs. They was throwing
Homemade
fireworks.
bombs,
They was
come
throwing
on, man.
bottles.
Bullshit.
Yes, that's what
You're
they
just
came to
bullshit,
do,
bro.
and they got their head bust up.
You're just
left, right, and
bullshitting.
centre.
You're just bullshitting, man.
I can't believe they got beat
Battle of
up.
Trafalgar. Your guys
I
got
can't
beat
believe
up.
that. I can't believe that.
It's not my guy.
Yeah,
bro.
your guy. They came.
Why
for
not?
they
Look how
singing
much,
Tommy,
look how
Tommy,
much people
getting
was there at
knocked
the
out.
march.
No, but I'm saying they got bare people. They come. I can't believe they lost.
Because they came with thousands, cream. Thousands.
They
of
came
them
with
came
bare
for
of
us.
them. That's what
They
I'm
didn't
saying.
come.
100 of
They
us.
didn't come
And
for you. They
came-
didn't come for
They
you.
came-
They come to
they-
protect statues
They
that were
fought
coming
police to
under
get
attack.
into
Do you know what it is?
Trafalgar
Do you know what it is?
Square.
Do you know what it is?
They
You got.
fought
You know
to
what
get
it is?
into
Can I say
Trafalgar
something?
Square.
You
Do you mean they didn't
know
come
what
for
it
us?
is? Wait. You got a lot of black people.
I don't ever talk about
He
it.
don't.
You got to say on the
I don't
Pakistanis.
He doesn't.
No, but do you know what it is? You see, when you're doing the Pakistanis, you
I
don't
ain't
get
heard
beat
Tommy
up.
talk about
No, but-
against about
No, but see when
I'm
I'm going mad. No, for real. Let me stop. I'm going mad. Big up my
after
niggas.
this, Pakistanis
No,
gonna
I'm
hate you
going
more
mad.
than
I'm
me.
going mad. I'm actually going mad.
Yeah,
No, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? The Black Lives Matter thing, you lot went there. It's a bit more techie in it than when you go into the other stuff.
My
You
thing
just gotta
thing
just
is, I think we need
lie
to
to
stop
black people,
confusing
bruv.
criticism of religion with racism.
Black people, we got guns
Racism
and
is
that.
when you're hating on someone based on the colour of their skin. I never talk about the colour of skin. I don't actually see the colour of the skin. You know, I don't care. Right? Doesn't bother me.
Shouting about guns and knives to the crowds, including young children, and go on to do Black Power racist salutes. 5 shot and 8 stabbed in the blood cloth in London, and these clowns turn a blind eye while calling for police to be defunded and chanting for government handouts. All which is lies that you told.
Was
Comic.
Sasha Johnson there?
No,
Was
it's
Sasha-
not. No, it's not Sasha Johnson.
Was Sasha
It's
Johnson
me.
there?
No, she wasn't
Was she
there.
there that day?
No, she wasn't there.
No?
Yeah, none of us.
Who's
has ever
Sasha
called for-
Johnson?
The girl who got the shot in the head.
Okay.
No one has ever called for.
Why
police
did
to
you
defund
ask that?
Because she come to my house, Sasha Johnson did, when Black Lives Matter hit off. But she was totally unaware that Black Lives Matter wanted to break up the family. I showed her, yeah? So what I'm saying is, when I'm talking about that, when I say I think it's hypocritical and you need to talk about
It's
it,
different
breaking
sides of
up the family, why are blacks in poverty, yeah? Because they've been targeted as a community in the United States to keep them on the plantations of the Democratic fucking the Democrat Party, yeah? Of the Democrat Party. Because they want them reliant on the state. They want you growing up listen to what you used to, some of the lyrics probably you used to spit a while ago. Yeah? They want you looking up to these drill artists, they want you looking up to these gang members, they want you looking up to this, they don't want you to have a fatherly figure. And if you look at the percentages of children that end up in criminality and crime and sexual abuse and all of these things, it all comes from not having a father in the home. So when I'm saying it about hypocrites, I'm saying if you really care,
And a group of
if you
black
really
men
yeah.
came together to deal with that issue,
No,
and Tommy Robinson,
no, you didn't come
Mark
together to do that.
Collette,
No, listen.
Mark Collette,
I don't like Mark Collette.
Mark
He's a
Collette.
Who's Mark
no,
Collette?
It's
He's
all the
a Nazi.
racists. The
Who's
beef.
Mark
All the
Collette?
racists. The
as a
BNP,
Nazi.
he's a BNP guy that used to
You're not
roll
listening,
Tommy.
bruv. You're not listening. What I'm
Yeah.
saying, no, he's never rolled me. What I'm saying to you is,
Every
what I'm saying is,
racist
you didn't come to
organisation
talk about
include-
any of these issues. You
Yes,
come
we
to talk
did.
about
Yes, we did.
racism. Yeah?
No, we didn't.
Yeah?
No, we didn't.
No,
We didn't. We came specifically to talk about mobilizing the community against what's happening with the youth violence in our communities. That's what we came for. And what
You
happened
come in
is
response to Black Lives Matter.
Every racist in the country, Katie Hopkins, Jada Frampton from Britain First, Paul Golding, Tommy Robinson, Mark Collette,
Have you fucked
and
Katie
all
Hopkins?
the other racist organisations
Have you fucked Katie
came
Hopkins?
together
Nah, bro.
to fight against
Would you fuck her?
black people. That
Would you
was
fuck her? Tell the truth. Would you fuck her? Tell the truth, Tony.
talking
Like,
about. Yeah?
would man
They
fuck?
came to fight
Would man
against
fuck Katie
black men
Hopkins?
that
Would
were
you?
stepping up.
Would you fuck Katie Hopkins? But he wouldn't. He wouldn't.
They came to
He
fight
would, he
against,
would,
they
he
came to
would,
fight
he would.
against black men that
He'd
was
fuck her,
that
he thought he
were
definitely
stepping
would.
up.
Would
to
you fuck
replace
Katie
what
Hopkins,
we're talking
though?
about. Man, don't ask
No,
no
they didn't.
dumb questions.
You wouldn't,
What
innit?
black men that
You
came
would,
to
he
fight up
definitely
against
would.
racism? You get me? That's what you lot all fought
Spray.
against.
So he's saying they came for the black men. He said they came.
You came
to
for the
protect
black men, fam.
But he's saying
I can't
he's
believe-
saying they came to protect the statues.
Came to protect the statue.
No,
This
I
is the second
called
time.
on
the statue.
I called on a demonstration to protect
With
the
him.
statues.
He
And
came
then
to protect the statues.
And then when I saw how it was received,
He came to
I
protect the
cancelled
statues.
it.
Yes.
I cancelled
my
it.
God.
Do you know what though?
Okay.
So what would you say though? Because
Cause let me
remember,
know, I'm gonna get
so
arrested by the
obviously
Muslims,
you know
fam.
you're
Hey,
the
Muslims
so
told me,
you're
I'm a
obviously
guy
the
in
leader
Cuba.
of EDL,
Muslims
yeah.
leaving me.
Oh, you're not.
I
Sorry.
left,
Muslims gonna
I
rush
set
me.
up the English Defence League. I
Yeah.
left in
My brethren's
2015.
gonna rush me.
What they don't want to, when I left with two Muslims next to me.
Dicks,
Yeah,
they're gonna rush
because
Right.
I joined an anti-extremism think tank
Remember, I
to
got
try
a
and
think
find an
for my
answer.
thing, you know.
Yeah?
Right,
Because
right.
Can't kill
and
it too
because
much.
I don't hate them, which
Yeah.
is what I said. I don't hate them. I'm not willing
Yeah.
to be the face for certain fucking.
Fam,
Because
you
that's
can't
what I was
hate
going to
them,
say.
blood.
Because obviously, with leadership comes great
Buy his,
responsibility,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And
If you
there's
ain't got
going to
man
be a
outside
lot
waiting
of
with
people that
buys.
are that will hide under that
Let me-
umbrella. Do you understand what I'm
You know the
saying?
brand- you know the
So
brand-
he's going to have to take the rap.
I did.
For
I made-
a
She
lot
got
of
questions.
people.
I made
That's
a video.
what one of them.
I
do you
made a
want-
video before the demonstration, before it happened. I held my hands up and said, "This has been received totally wrong.
Yeah.
I don't want people. I'm not going. I don't think people because I didn't want to see race riots.
Listen, mate.
I don't want to see this. Yeah.
Don't go against the blacks, mate. Keep it against the Pakistanis, mate. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
being
I'm going
labelled
mad.
the
I'm
face,
going mad.
being labelled
I'm
the
going mad.
face
'Cause
of
I've got
hate
bare
is a big
Pakistani
thing.
races.
Do you
I'm
think he's the
actually going
face
mad.
of hate?
I was labelled the face of hate.
So you know how it
Yo,
feels
you
then,
not
bro.
like you.
So you know how
Bruv,
it
you're not
feels
on the
then, bro.
levels of touch. He's the face of hate. I can't believe it. He's thinking he's the face.
Because when I looked, they were saying even
believe you think
in
he's
on
the
the
face of
news,
hate.
even in
Why was you
America,
the face of
they
hate
were
now?
saying that
Well,
he's
Tommy
you're in.
Robinson
You
is
know what
the
I'm saying? Because you're speaking out against certain things. So I was trying to.
But they lie.
I didn't really.
But they lie.
Do you know what I mean?
You got another. What's that?
Who's the face of race hate, bro?
Guy Adams. Forever family force leader reveals in
Anti-Semitic
anti-Semitic abuse. Okay.
So hold on, bro. If you haven't just sat here and lectured me and you're an anti-Semite, are you? You haven't just sat here and
I'm
lectured me.
Semitic. I'm from a Semitic people. I don't know what anti-Semite is.
Okay, what have you said about the Jews? Let me read. What have you said about Jews? Just tell me, come on.
What do you mean? I don't
Come
know
on,
what I
bro. What's
said
this?
about
Yeah,
What's
go
it? Come
on. You've come here
Be
to do.
honest.
Yeah,
Be
do
honest.
your
Be
thing.
proud of your views,
Do
bro.
your thing,
Be proud of your
fam.
views, bro.
Knock heads.
Let's hear. Let
Knock
me hear. it.
heads.
Come on.
All right.
Knock heads.
Come on.
So what I've said is one, the only people that can be Semitic are people of Semitic heritage.
The new face of race hate marching through London. They claim to be fighting bigotry, but as this expose by Adams lays bare, their leader revels in anti-Semitic abuse with chilling echoes of 1930 fascism. I don't believe the media, so I'm going to go past that headline, yeah? Because I don't believe the media.
minute.
But
Like, we're having
you're
a conversation.
quoting headlines on me, bruv.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
can't
Come on,
believe-
man.
Yeah, I'm showing.
No, but you was
I
quoting
didn't know
headlines.
this is, you know when
You quoting headlines on
you know
him.
when I said
I will not.
they're marching through, they're giving their black power and they're...
Giving their black
That's what I'm
power.
saying.
That was this.
Racist, you know.
That's this.
Giving their black power. Look, racist.
point.
That's this.
That's
Giving
my
them black
point.
power. Look, he got onto us quickly.
Protesters.
Pass my phone.
A group of protesters trapped... Can I read that?
No.
his
You
phone.
asked me a question. I'm talking about anti-Semitic.
I want to read what you've done, bro.
Can I just
Read
say?
what you've done.
What's his phone?
Who said this is being racist? Because that's not being racist.
Can I land?
I didn't say it was-
The person
Fam,
who
you've
wrote
landed
this
about a million times,
The
though.
person who wrote this article is along with Tommy Robinson. They're along with
Oh,
Katie
for
Hopkins.
fuck's sake. Don't
They're
blame, you're
along with-
blaming me for that article
Yes,
now.
I'm saying.
I didn't make you anti-Semitic.
I'm saying when black people march from Clapham to Brixton, every single one of you racists, including the racist writer of this article, decided to go against us.
What did you say that was anti-Semitic?
What I said is that black people or Semitic people are people of Semitic heritage. The people that are calling themselves Jews right now are converts to the religion, and originally they speak Yiddish. Yiddish is not a Semitic language.
And that's
So-
how you said it.
And that's exactly what I said.
So that's what's quoted in there.
And I also said that those who do not like what the Jews happened to with the Nazis, they should not like what the Jews are doing right now to Palestinians. Because I am against what's happening to Palestinians.
Free Palestine.
Children are being murdered in Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Have you been there?
Loud that, Tommy. Free Palestine.
Have you been there?
Do I look like I've been there? Free Palestine. I ain't been in Palestine.
On top of that, refugee camps to find out how they feel.
On top of that, Kyrie Irving.
Free them though.
Kyrie Irving was recently.
Been there, but
Kyrie Irving was recently cancelled
free
for
top
sharing
G.
A documentary.
Someone,
on his story.
you're not Muslim.
So what we're saying is anyone in the black community, anyone in the black community that questions a certain group is labelled as anti-Semitic.
And anyone who talks about Islam is labelled as racist, and you're one of the people doing it, bruv.
Talking about
you can't be unhappy with someone calling you anti-Semitic.
I'm talking about racism in regard to you saying the black fist power sites that we was doing was racist. That means you're a racist for you to see it as a racist thing.
I was quoting this stuff probably.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. All of the racists came together against a group of black people that have come together to try and stop black youths from killing each other, to try and deal with the situation of youth violence. That's why we came together. And a group of racists, including Tommy Robinson, Daily Mail, Katie Hopkins, Nigel Farage,
I'm going to find you what they were doing on this day, because I can remember the quotes that were being chanted as well. Yeah, what quotes were being chanted on that day?
We're forever family, here to set the children free. I don't know what you've been told. Families taking back these roles. Our children will be protected. Our elders will be respected. All for one and one for all. You touch one and you touch all. Stand up.
Stand up.
Stand up.
Stand up.
Those are the lyrics.
Those are the lyrics. Oh shit.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so
that's heavy.
Yeah, I love that.
We've never done what your people done and gone to Trafalgar to beat up innocent people. We've never attacked.
Bruv, you went to Trafalgar and you beat up innocent people.
No, we didn't. We defended ourselves against racist people that fought against police to beat us up.
I've watched the videos, bruv. There's innocent people walking, getting banged everywhere.
Smacks in the face.
I'm lying.
Smacks to the face. Immediately. No, but if I was there, I'd have smacked them to the face as well, because you're coming. Why are you coming? No, but that's the thing. That's why you have to know your enemy. You have to know thy enemy. No, you have to know thy enemy. No, you have to know thy enemy. If it was like Pakistani lives matter, then you lot come in it, go there, cause you know that's who you started. That's the people in Berry Park. What Black Lives Matter? You know where we got the machine? We got, you get what I'm saying? We got a couple things. It's gonna go wrong. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna go. I saw Megha and that. Megha was nervous. I saw Megha and them. For a minute, they were nervous. I saw Megha and...
No one was nervous.
No?
No one was nervous.
You lot looked a bit nervous.
Everyone was sturdy.
To begin with, you lot looked a bit nervous. I saw it.
Sturdy.
No, you lot was nervous. He was nervous. He was nervous. I remember. You know how I know? Because I remember he was doing posts that... Wait, he was nervous. I remember. He was doing posts that, like, he was, you lot better come down. He's telling everyone, he's telling people, I saw it. He's telling, you lot better come down, you know, cause these lot, you remember, innit? Do you remember these? He was nervous. I saw it. Nervous. He was nervous. You had him nervous.
I was probably more nervous than you.
No, he was nervous. Megha, I'm seeing everyone. Fox, everyone's nervous. Fox R.I.P. Nerves all over the place. You get what I'm saying?
The innocent women
Nerve, you was stuttering.
There was no women in
I remember, you was a bit. You was like, blood, you went so mad, I nearly came there.
This guy.
Bam, he went so mad. I thought, raw, that's liquor, bro. Cause I'm thinking, is it mad like that? Cause he's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, there's bare people running. He was nervous still. If I had your number, I'd have phoned you like, Tom, allow my liquor. Just allow, leave respect out of it.
I sat at home shitting myself.
But how can you not come there and lose?
We didn't come. I didn't come. But I was watching.
Yeah, he left his people.
Yeah, come on,
I didn't want to see him riot, bro.
He sat in the violence.
Fasting. You send them and just.
But the way how the police go on with us differently, when there's stuff like protesting, rioting and things like that, you know how they deal with us when they're holding us down anyway. So you lot we needed people there.
Wait, we got to finish soon, because he's got to go in it. And this is what I'm going to say though with this. We need to come to a conclusion. We need to actually come to some middle ground.
Yeah.
It's all good we're here, you're saying this, you're saying... But I'm trying to get to some...
Off camera, you both alike.
No, but...
You two, the both of you two. Not like that. And I'm not agreeing with...
No, but I need to get to...
I'm not fully agreeing with Tommy over here, so I don't want to make it sound like I'm fully agreeing with Tom. But what I'm saying is, off camera, what you both are saying is, you both saying certain things which are getting portrayed differently in the media. He's saying, you're saying I didn't do... They've written a mad racist article, and he said your black fist was racist. He then turned around and said,
he didn't say
I think I saw it in that paper. So not even like that. However, the papers portrayed you is what he thought, and the papers have portrayed him as a racist. He hates all Islam.
But he's got
sat
black
here and
people
said,
in
"No,
his
I don't."
group.
If
So
anyone-
it's
if
happened
anyone-
to the
Yeah, he's
people.
got Dante in
He's
that.
got black people in his. Why would they follow you? If
Listen,
they're- do you understand?
listen, that's fine, but can I just get to the actual, because we're trying to wrap this up, innit?
Go on.
Like, no, but I'm not you. I'm just saying in general, because he's coming saying whatever.
But-
I'm just trying to get to a, we need to reach some middle
But I
ground.
hear
We
what
need
you
to,
say,
we
yeah.
need to, no, but I'm saying, no, but I'm, no, it's not about not happening. I'm trying to get some dialogue here. It's not, what's the point in coming here? We come here,
we've
we
had a
spoke,
good
you
dialogue.
said what
I
you
think
said,
we've had
you
a good
said,
dialogue.
no,
We've had a good
we've had good dialogue, but I'm trying to,
do you know what?
we've had good dialogue, but I'm
More-
trying to get to something. I need you to understand something.
I'm not gonna
innit?
bend,
It's
bruv,
not Muslim.
right?
No, but it's not about bending. It's not about, bruv, I'm not gonna bend. I'm not a batty boy. Bad man don't bend. Bad man don't bend. You get me? We don't bend. You get what I'm saying?
I don't think it's all Muslims.
It's not about
I don't say it's all
bending. It's
Muslims.
about reaching some form of understanding. Then.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I
'Cause
understand
I don't
it,
expect
bro.
you to change your ideology or what you believe in. I don't expect
All
that.
I want people.
You're
I
not
don't
saying
expect
that it's
Ras
all
to.
Muslims, but
You get
what
what I'm
you're,
saying?
but
I'm
you're
just
not,
trying to make
you're not
sure
saying that
it's
it's
not-
you're not
it's not
saying that it's all
Muslims,
Muslims,
it's
but
not-
what
you know what I
you're
mean?
doing is you're offending Muslims
Yeah.
when you're saying that their faith is the thing that is
I'll be
is
totally
triggering
honest, so, yeah.
all of the bad things that those people are doing. Do you at least understand that? Like that's what they believe in. Do you
Let me give you a
understand?
black community, for example, in America, right? Man, them was just having sex with girls, doing a mad thing. Malcolm X went jail. He read the Quran. On reading the Quran, he came out, joined the nation. Thousands of black men, were changed from drug dealers and drug takers. They come off the drugs, off the alcohol, and made into husbands. Yeah, this is through Islamic teaching. Yeah, made
Cable,
into
have you got any more
husbands.
questions?
Yeah,
No, 'cause we've
and
spoken
raised
them.
You've done
powerful
it.
Yeah.
families.
We
Malcolm
need
X
to
is
wrap
probably
this
my
up.
favorite person and most inspirational person in history, and he's definitely a reason why I've gone down the road that I've gone down. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, when you say Muslim, you're talking about Malcolm X. You're
You
talking about
haven't
the whole of
finished.
Gambia.
When have I said
You're
Muslim?
talking about
I've talked
Yeah,
about
you
Islam.
haven't finished.
Islam.
That's what I said to
No,
you.
but we spoke.
Talk about Islam.
Right.
Don't say Muslim, bro.
Listen. This is Cream's question, yeah. Forget everything, because we're trying to wrap this up, innit? And he's not even letting my co-host speak, bro.
Sorry.
You get me?
No, sorry.
Yeah, but yeah. So she said, if you're not racist, yeah, which obviously you're racist, innit?
Fuck off, man.
If you're not racist, what would you say to a racist that follow your party? Because remember, you're a boss, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's what you also have to. You also have to remember. Like people follow you, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And so whatever you feel, you have to understand that there's people following your
Following
madness.
him. Do you understand?
So
I get it.
that's why I'm trying to
Okay.
make them know it's not all Muslims, bruv. It's not. Do you know what I
25
mean?
minutes, 20. Let me show you what I say, yeah? Because, again, if you follow what I say, follow the headline, let's see. This is at the height. Let me just get through this. I hate all this shit, man, cars.
You're a man that's driven for Google too much, you know.
Right.
Imagine to get certain things up, you have to do that. Is it because of what
Probably 'cause
you're
I've got-
asking about?
Nah, probably because I've got VPN on.
Oh, okay.
Right. I've got shit reception. I should have gone on the Wi-Fi, shouldn't I? Should I go on the Wi-Fi?
Well, break it down to us for a little bit.
Right, there you go. Come on. Brown and Prejudice. So 25 minutes. 20.
Wow.
This is at the height of the English Defence League. Listen to what I say. Did you know that at every single English Defence League demonstration, a non-white person spoke? Every single one of them. Yeah? You won't know that because all the media would have showed you was a couple of skinhead men with a can of beer in their hand.
Suck their mother.
You know what I mean? Come on,
Uncle
no.
Tom's. Sell out.
It's Uncle Tom's. Well, because they love their country, not an Uncle Tom.
I love no, but
Come on,
it's,
bruv.
no, it's true though. No, but.
Let me
You
send
know
this
what
to
I
you,
don't
you
get
this
as
up,
well?
yeah?
I don't get as well. See, like when England's playing and all that, and you live in a country and then you support the team that's playing England. I don't get it. You know, I just think fucking. Country.
Everyone in
Fuck
jail
off.
supports the other team. Innit? I was
Fuck
listening in
off.
jail. The
I
whole
think
team.
fuck off.
The whole. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna get rushed. No, you might get me rushed.
Have you got
know.
your phone? Let me send
You
this
might
video
get
to
me
you
rushed.
and
You know.
watch
Yeah, I've
this,
got
yeah?
my phone, but you might get me
How do I get on
rushed.
the, what's the
Tom,
Wi-Fi code, bruv?
Go into dot 11 guest. You can log in like hotel.
Dot 11 guest, yeah?
Yeah, dot 11 guest, and then take you to
Tommy's
Very
gonna
clear.
get
If
man
any
rushed,
of you
man.
black people watching this decided to mobilize and organize and put on uniforms to solve the issues in the community, you would have been attacked by Tommy Robinson, Katie Hopkins, Jada Franson,
No,
Britain
Katie Hopkins
First,
can't attack,
and
man.
all the other racist organizations that came together and attacked us. One thing black people need to know, though, is they made a prediction. They said that these black people are not going to last because we're either going to start fighting each other or we're going to forget what mission we're on. So we just got to make sure they're not.
I'll just show
right
you
with
this.
that
Yeah?
concern.
So when you say what would I do, yeah?
The EDL is riven with internal factions, and Tommy has to constantly reassert his authority. A group of dissenters from the northeast have links with the racist neo-Nazi National Front. Yesterday, they accused Tommy of being a police informant.
Fucking
Watch, yeah?
you snitch.
So you see, this is the...
Who do you fucking informant?
Right?
Hey, that our clip.
Listen.
That our clip, Tommy.
Hey, listen.
But first, he introduces an Asian member.
You introduce the Asian member, you got a snake with you, yeah?
Listen.
Supporters near the stage start to barrack the dissenters.
These are the national...
Mind games.
It's not mind games, brother.
Mind games, yeah.
Token.
He's on mind
Asian
games,
and
yeah.
Token black person to say I'm not racist.
No, this is us fighting the national... It says here I come off the stage and headbutt one of them. That's
I'm
us
saying
fighting
these
the
are
national
token
front.
Asian
No,
people,
but
token black people.
he
Why
goes
is he a
against him
token?
though.
Because he loves his
Tokens.
country. Because he
They're
loves
not-
his country. Is
No,
it?
Token,
it's
they
true though.
use
So he's
them
only
as-
acceptable if
you
you
put
hate
them to the
country.
front
So
and
am
you
I-
can say
am I-
I'm not racist, but these people have probably a lot of ideologies that are very self-hating towards their own cultures and own people. That
Why
is
do
why
they?
you put them to the forefront.
Why do they?
Yeah.
So
Can we get to some form? No, but you know we're trying to like close.
So
I'm trying to get to a
person,
conclusion
a black
of that
person or a
thing.
Sikh person ain't allowed to love their country and be a patriot.
I know, but I'm trying to get to some form of. Yeah, I'm trying to get to some form of middle ground or.
That smells nice.
It costs enough to smell nice, but you
I
get what I'm
don't-
trying to say? Cream, come on, man,
I
you ain't
don't-
said enough.
Is he a token?
I have said, ain't I
I'm a
spoke?
fucking
Is he a
token,
token?
mate.
No, definitely not.
I'm a
you never
token,
see
mate.
him join the EDL in his whole life.
What are you about
I might,
to say?
though.
Look, forget joining the EDL.
I might,
EDL is
I
an
might.
umbrella.
Don't say
Yeah?
that.
What
I
about
might,
loving
no, but I don't know. I might if he.
Because
Come
remember,
on,
there's
come
going
on.
to be a lot of people that are going to hide
man,
underneath what he's doing. Do you get me? He's not all of those. You can't really say that he represents what everybody
You're
that's
telling me you
standing
don't mean to
there
tarnish
does.
the whole of the Muslim
Do you get
community.
me?
Yeah, you're tarnishing the whole of the English Defence League. You're doing exactly what you don't want to happen. You're saying every one of them are racist, every one of them are this. I'm
in
saying,
my bag,
no,
though.
most
No,
Muslims
I
are
think
all
I've
right.
left.
You're just blanketing. You're doing exactly what you accuse me of
What
doing.
I'm saying about the English Defence League is they are a political
my cigarette
structure.
over
It's
The English
not
Defence
like-
League hasn't
it's
been
not-
around since 2015.
but
It's
what I'm
gone,
saying-
yeah?
But what I'm
I
saying
closed
is
it down.
I came
Oh,
up with my
EDL ain't there
elders
no more?
talking
I
about
shut
the
it down in
BNP and
2015.
the EDL doing nigger bashing. That's what I came up with. I came up with my elders specifically telling me about EDL.
Your
and
elders
BNP
lied to you, bruv.
And Tommy, they're not lying to me.
They lied
They're
to you.
telling the truth. You get
So you
me?
think the
You
EDL
know what
going
they
around beating
went
up black
through.
people?
You know what they went
I've
through.
lost
at
that.
the
But
hands
do you
of
think that
racist
there is
organisations.
racist people
I went
that
through it the
follow
other
the
day about
EDL?
Trafalgar. I went
Because
through
I
it the
said,
other
of
day
course
with your
there are,
people.
but
I went through it with the people you sent down the other day. Just the other day, I went through it. I went through what they went through. I went down to Trafalgar, and people that support you came to hurt innocent men, women, and children.
people that
because
support
they're
him, or
doing
did he send them? Those are two different
People who
things.
support me.
Both.
So people who, okay, so that's my
He
fault.
sent them
That's my
there.
fault. So people who support Mohammed behead people, is it Mohammed's fault?
But
No,
why?
I'm
But
saying
if they
that
was
you've
coming
done a
down there,
speech
but
telling people to go down there,
if
and
he
this is what they're
sent them
coming
down
down
there,
To defend statues.
don't
So
understand that.
Mohammed
Murderer,
wrote a
bro.
book telling people
Do
to do
you
something, and
believe
they've gone
that
and
they
killed.
just came there to defend statues? I don't believe that, though,
He knows he
Tommy.
wasn't
I'm
gonna
going to
do
be
that.
honest.
He's completely
I don't
different.
think that they just came. At the end of the day, yeah, you've got like we going through something, and where they're saying Black Lives Matter, and then here you lot come about your little statues. It sounds it sounds also like you lot are patronising our thing, what we're doing.
Yeah, okay.
If you've got a problem with the organisers that started Black Lives Matter, then you need to go down to their offices.
No,
but not come down to a march that we're having because we're saying that Black
statue-
Lives
No,
Matter.
Cream,
If you come down there,
Cream,
a
they
bunch
smashed
of
up-
white
they
people,
smashed up
then
war
we're
memorials.
gonna think that
statues
you're
were
coming
put up.
against us.
No, Cream. In the first demonstration, they smashed up war memorials. The most thing that we, the
believe I
most
lost
thing
my
that's dear to
cigarette.
us, yeah, war memorials of our
box,
ancestors had died, and they smashed them up. Yeah, that's what we're angry about. And let me tell you the story of when that happened. Yeah, I've been up in Barrow. You can watch it on my last documentary, the Phantom Rape Gang. It's where Muslims were accused of raping. I proved they didn't. I've done a documentary showing everyone it's fucking lies. Yeah, and I was arrested for a GBH up there.
Bag.
I was
It's
arrested
right
for a
there, Deeks.
I was arrested for a GBH up there. Some lad comes up, spits in my face. I end up hitting him. I get a nick for a GBH. I take the
Section 20.
Yeah, no, I was nicked on Section 18. He broke his leg. He broke his leg. But then so then as the police come, I take the SIM card out of the camera, yeah, and I plug the camera. I plug the SIM card, so I get arrested.
Why for that, man?
Yeah, but I've got the footage. I've got the footage that proves I'm innocent. Yeah,
Everything's in the car.
I come home, plug it in the computer. Plug it in the computer, and the footage is blank. And that's when I went on that rant. Remember, the rant I went on was on VK, a Russian social media to 7,000 people. I didn't expect every fucking person in the UK to see it. I mean, it went fucking viral. It was clipped into 30-second clips. It's like what they've done to Andrew Tate. You didn't take the context of what I was saying. It was cut into little clips of me being very angry, which didn't look good, delivered totally wrong at the most ill-timed I could have done it after George Floyd's death. Yeah, but I'd done it in response to watching people smash up.
It was good because it showed the black community. Before that, the whole black community had been believing you when you said you didn't have a problem with black people. You only
It didn't show the black community shit,
groomings. And what that showed the black community was that, this guy.
Do you know where you come at this not as a black man, you come at it as a Muslim.
On top of that,
that's why you're unhappy.
The next
if you're sitting as a black man, you wouldn't have a problem.
Say that again.
You're sitting here and you have a problem with me as a Muslim, not as a black man.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I got a problem as a Muslim.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I only learned about Islam because of you. Because I went to Speaker's Corner and Sarah and all of these people tried to make me hate Muslims like you do. And then I started to look into the deen and I realised 1 minute.
But what I'm saying is you're sitting there with a problem.
Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a true story.
Yeah,
I had a bag of people try to turn me against Spray, yeah, and all my Muslim friends because they were supporters of you, yeah, and I had to research the deen, and the more I researched it, I realised 1 minute, these men are lying. These men are lying.
Who tried to turn you against him?
I'm saying that I had Tommy Robinson supporters in the black community was coming at me at Speaker's Corner,
like who?
Trying to Tommy Robinson, Raj, and all of those.
He's not black. He's not black.
No, I'm Sarah. You sat down with Sarah.
Sarah's cool.
Yeah, all right, cool. So that's what I'm saying.
Oh, is Sarah a token as well?
Yeah. So yes, definitely. Sarah is one. He was at the Generation Identity protest as well.
It wasn't a Generation Identity.
Why did
protest.
they want you against
flag
him?
was flying.
'Cause he's
It was a
Muslim.
free speech protest, bro.
So basically, what they was trying to convince the whole black community is that all black Muslims are sellouts and are dangerous to the black community based upon Tommy Robinson's rhetoric. So I said, okay, if Young Spray is a danger to me and RA and all these black Muslims in my community, I've got to research it. And the more I done research into the deen, is the more I realised, 1 minute, these men are taking this thing out of context, furthermore, if you look at the deen, it's actually promoting marriage. It's not promoting sex outside of marriage.
It is. I'll just give you 4 verses, bro.
It's promoting
4
fatherhood.
verses.
It's promoting. And then
Have we just established 4 verses?
Then I looked at the Muslims around me, and I couldn't
man.
see any of these guys doing any grooming. I could only see fathers and wives raising their children in stable households. So you was actually the precipice, or the inspiration, or the nucleus into me understanding Islam.
If we've got a black audience here, stop converting.
But way before.
Your mums and dads.
But way before.
You're going against your mum and dad's fucking culture and identity.
But way before I even understood Islam, I knew that Tommy Robinson is a far right racist, and I've been saying that
Based
way
on
before
what the media said. Well, now I know you're an anti-Semite.
No, I know because you told people to go to Battle of Trafalgar when they came and done.
I'm not racist. I haven't spoke about race once. I've never spoke about race.
Not
How
fucking
come
He got black pals.
What clip?
He's got fucking black pals.
He said stop convert, so he used stop converting.
Yeah,
them.
Stop converting. Stop searching for an identity. You've already got it. Be proud of who you are, man.
Man is proud
What
of
do
me,
you
man.
say about that though? Because I haven't. You've convert. No, I'm just. Let me just
Revert.
say.
We call it
Let me
revert.
just say. Let me just.
We call it revert.
Right?
still.
Because
we call it revert. Yeah, we call it revert.
I still follow the thing that I was born into. What I know. What do you know? Understand what I'm saying? So, because you lot have converted into something different.
Revert.
Oh, reverted.
Jail,
Okay, cool. I don't want to say it wrong.
Yeah, we call it revert. We believe everyone was born Muslim. Yeah, we believe everyone was born Muslim. So when we go back to Islam, we call it revert.
You reverted back.
Just
We
means
believe everyone was born Muslim.
It
Okay,
means
cool.
surrender, yeah.
Okay.
Believe everyone was born
And I'm asking you all not to surrender.
to the creator.
But you know, like you had
And
said,
your
you know,
mum-
you
La
had-
ilaha
can I
illallah
say-
Muhammad
Rasulullah. Can I say one thing to you, Spray?
For the record again,
I'm not getting on to you.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah.
I don't hate Muslims, yeah. What I'm saying is I don't think people need to search for this identity and join this gang.
It's not a gang. It's not
Remember,
a gang.
see
In
me.
jail, it's a gang.
I never turned Muslim because I
That's what I
needed
would
no
say.
protection on that time. You know?
Did you join
No,
because you thought?
You get what I'm saying?
it wasn't.
Every
It
word of it
wasn't.
was
It
Yeah,
wasn't.
I actually. Of course I do.
Had you studied every word?
No, I ain't studied every word, but I've studied enough to believe what I believe. You get what I'm saying? Cause it's
Mate,
just
anyone-
more.
anyone
it
can
was
believe
just-
what they want,
Remember,
yeah, but what I'm
I'm a stand-up guy, innit? I'm not into turn the other cheek type of thing. So it's like when I read certain things, I just realised, hold on, this is seeming like my thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
They're
Like,
strong.
do you know what I mean? It's more seeming like my
but
thing
that doesn't mean you
than the
believe
other
that
thing.
Muhammad was a messenger of God. It means you've joined a strong
No, I believe Muhammad was a
identity and strong
messenger of
belief
God. Oh,
and a
he's
strong
bad.
group.
Bonkers,
You know what I mean?
Talk to him. He's getting a bit mad.
I can't answer
No, but
that
you want
because
me to
I'm
get
not-
rust. You want me to
that's
get
not
rust.
why
I
I-
don't, bruv, I
You
don't.
want me to get
'Cause
rust.
I've got
You want me
mates
to get
who are
rust.
Muslim.
All my Muslim mate says don't get Tommy on, and now he wants me to get rust. You get what I'm saying?
I don't, bro.
Like I'm there trying to,
Me,
I'm trying to pattern him. He's not take.
I come
I-
from a Rasta culture, and
So,
me,
yeah, my dad's Rasta.
My mum. Do you think my mum go mad? My mum don't like that I'm turned Muslim.
Of course.
My mum's still
That's what I'm
cooking up the
saying,
Trent
because
and
we're
then.
Christian,
but-
man.
No, but she just left me to it because
So
no
many
matter what,
black
no,
mums
but
in
no
Luton,
matter what,
they're losing their kids,
no, but
bro.
no matter what, she knows that Islam changed me. I was in and out of prison.
Which is good.
From
Did Islam-
16
did
to.
Islam change
Yeah,
you?
but
Of course it
spray,
did.
yeah, but spray.
Islam.
Okay,
Yeah, but-
Do you get what I'm
it's
saying?
good
Islam.
for you. Yeah, well.
Do you know what I mean?
You don't like
Yeah,
it.
you have to pray 5 times a day.
What did you ask? What did you?
He said, "Did Islam change me, or did growing up change me?"
That one hurt him still.
Bruv, look,
Do you get what I'm saying?
The deen is
But it's
if the deen, like the thing is, people look at like I don't like.
And my
the
mum even
Sub-Saharan
knew that.
slave
That's why
trade.
she allowed it.
I
Because she
don't-
knew, you know what,
I'm
alright,
critical
cool.
of the Sub-Saharan
But,
slave
you get what I'm
trade.
saying? At
But
least
it's
he's not.
something that happened
I'm
gradually,
critical
though,
of
innit?
racism within
It's
the
not that
Ummah,
you saw the
but the
faith and
deen-
you wanted to think because of it. You went into it first and then you loved it.
Nah, I went
Am I-
into it.
No,
I
because you
initially,
said that about the jail, when it-
I initially done
They take
it.
the shahada without knowing anything about it.
No,
Right,
sticker
a
pins.
lot of people do that.
Sticker pins to me.
But-
Let me tell you how I
You told
reverted.
us.
How I reverted. I went. What you say?
You told me.
I
Did
know,
you
but
say it on the
he's here.
show?
I know, but he's here.
Okay,
He's
cool.
not- he
Not
has-
that he knows.
Yeah,
I'm just
but he's
saying
here,
you did
though.
tell the
so
people.
boom, I
then.
know, but he's here. So boom
You
now.
don't know what
When I
I'm
went Wood
saying.
Hill,
No one's shading you.
remember Ramadan, yeah? They
You want
get
extra food.
all right. You get that.
Is that it?
You get,
Yes, that's what it was.
That's why
You can
initially.
buy for extra
No, but that's
food in
why
Telford.
I can't believe you're laughing.
Good.
That's why initially I turned. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I wanted the food in it. My soulmate, he's getting the the kebabs
the
and all
hot
that.
food at night.
Right. So I'm thinking, hold on, I need some of that. Boom, I've reverted. But from that, remember once you do that, you now
Don't
have to
leave it either.
No, you now have to go Juma.
I know.
They're now coming for me, bringing me Friday prayers. I've got my soulmate telling me. Do you know what I'm saying?
So
now,
vulnerable people in jail.
But that's what-
now but it's
he
for food. Not because I didn't need no one to
No,
protect me. I'll smash
you can see
every white, black, anyone. You got Dully. I've got
Yeah,
my
but
Dully.
but that
I've
was
got
the
my
question.
knife.
But that was the question. Did you
2000 from
did you go
January
in
to
there
July.
because of what you
Cherie
liked
Blair.
in the beginning, or did you
Cherie Blair.
convert first and
Imagine I
then
saw the thing.
you
He
did
said
it the
Cherie
other way
Blair.
round?
But you know she acquitted me.
Me,
She
I'm the other
acquitted
way
me.
around though.
Luton Crown
Like,
Court.
you liked
I've
the
read
For robbery,
what
imagine
it
that.
about, and
That's
then
how I came
you
out
went
of
into
Wood
it.
Hill.
I've read the
So I
Quran
got
from start
acquitted.
to finish. I've read both from start to finish. So
So
I'm very versed
I could-
on both.
That's why I wanted
texts,
you here.
Get me? So my thing is that.
But
I
can we
go-
reach common ground?
I
Are
go for a
you
fact.
going there? Are you leaving
Lads,
here
I'm happy.
on a fuck Muslim thing?
No, I don't think fuck Muslims.
Because
mate.
that's what. Or is you can't go against
Come
Islam
on,
and
bruv,
that.
you've got to be
blood.
able to criticise Islam without it being fuck Muslims. You've got to be
No,
able to
I
be
feel
able-
like
you've got to be able to speak about this.
Tommy feels like Islam is more of an ideology than
Yeah,
it
but
is
so's
a,
Christianity.
than it
A
is a
religion.
religion.
It
Do
is.
you understand
So's
what I'm
Christianity.
saying?
If you're gonna say that, so's
No,
Christianity.
I said that's what I think.
No,
he thinks, but I
no,
don't
I'm
think
saying-
that.
Christianity has separation of church and state.
I
Islam
don't
is a-
think that Christianity is an ideology, though.
No, it's a religion because it has
It's a
separation of church and
religion.
state.
Within Islam, there's a ummah, right? Within the ummah, man's critical of the history of the sub-Saharan slave trade. Man's critical of a lot of the leaders in Muslim countries. Man's critical of racism within the ummah. Has that got anything to do with the deen itself?
And
the
no one's
teaching
allowed
of
to
the
be critical
deen?
of Muhammad.
No, it's not got nothing to do with the deen.
Astaghfirullah.
So
No
what-
one's
Peace
allowed
be
to-
upon him.
He beheaded 600 people in one day.
So what?
Astaghfirullah.
He tortured Kanana.
what-
He
so
set
what-
him on fire.
So what it's about is doing is differentiating
mad
between
reading.
the people that man does not like and the deen itself.
read-
And
read-
Allow it,
a lot
wait,
of
tell me,
people
allow
don't
it.
like are going against the deen.
No, but it's the truth, though. You have to know your thing. If
Bro, I don't
you're
tweet- I've done
standing-
the million
to
year
me,
on
my
social
thing is
media.
this:
I've been
if you're
reading it.
standing for something, yeah, especially if you've reverted to it, you definitely need to
Here
know
we
it.
go.
I mean, what are you representing?
Oh, what are
what
you
is it that you
representing?
joined? Like,
Oh, what
come
is
on.
it- what is it
No,
that
but
you
it's the
joined?
truth. It's the truth,
Listen,
and that's my opinion.
man
It's the
bun reading
listen,
it, astaghfirullah.
and you're picking and choosing out of it what you want.
So do you? So do
I
Christians.
know.
So do you Christian.
Say that
So
I'm
do
not
you.
born again. Did I say
So
I'm
do you.
baptized born again?
So do
I
you.
said I've got a very strong relationship with
Whatever,
God.
man.
I believe in
Whatever,
God.
man.
Yeah, that's
Do you
me as well.
understand?
So do I. So
know
do
my
I.
heart's clean.
So do I.
I tried to
So
be
do
as
I.
Christ-like
So
as
do I.
possible. I didn't
So
say
do
I
I.
was perfect.
So
but
do I.
that
No one's
doesn't change
perfect.
the fact that God.
No one's
I'm
perfect.
saying the way everyone's going on, like you have to know all about. You have to know what it is, especially if you've chosen to go back to if you was doing something else.
But what I'm saying is, we could bring up verses from the Old Testament of servitude
bastards.
and slaves and all of these
Black
people.
bastards,
but-
guy,
but that's not
we
Jesus.
also-
Bring up
but
Jesus.
We also know.
Jesus killed no one.
We also know. Huh?
Jesus killed no one.
Sorry.
Jesus killed no one.
I know, but the problem.
Moses did.
Muhammad beheaded 600
Moses is
people
a
in one day.
murderer.
Why?
Do you know?
Jesus died.
Do you know Moses is a murderer?
He
Wait,
died.
don't you know Moses is a
Do you
murderer?
understand what I'm saying?
Let me expose the
The
devil.
other
had
way coming
surrendered.
like
Hey,
it's
we've
the
got
other
too much
way
people
around.
talking
They
at the
want
same
you
time.
to, for
We've got
them.
all four of us talking at the same time.
Let me expose
That's
the
mad.
devil trick tactics here, because okay, you've thrown something out. But
Who's
what
the devil, me?
I'm saying the devil and his trick tactics. Yeah, I'm saying
Moses is a murderer, though.
I'm saying
Moses is a
What are we
murderer.
doing?
Or when you're talking about
listen,
Jesus
stop.
never murdered, Moses is a murderer.
Jesus is our prophet.
Moses is a murderer.
You don't let me have to get Sharon on the phone.
Moses is a murderer.
Stop.
Sharon will tell you Moses is a murderer.
Yo, listen.
Spray,
When
what you
you're-
saying?
All right.
Huh?
As long as you know, no, because people moving like they don't know.
Listen.
People
When-
moving like they don't know. Moses is a murderer.
When we throw
You know
out
what I'm saying?
statements without any historical
So carry on.
context,
What's the
it
context?
sounds
Muslim
crazy.
What's the
I mean,
context of the Jewish
Christianity
tribe
and-
who'd
I'm
already
not
surrendered?
against it. I'm
And
not
then
a
he
thing.
took
I'm not against nothing.
He took the leader of
I'm
that
just
tribe's
saying
wife
what I
and
am,
fucked her
what
that
I
night.
believe in. I don't know enough about it to think because I don't. That's not.
Sophia, he took the leader's wife. He
Astaghfirullah.
married her that night. So they surrendered. He beheaded her husband and beheaded her son. And then that night he married his wife.
Listen.
Spray.
Come on, bruv.
Listen.
Rap it.
So,
I've got to wrap it.
You know what? No, we need to.
Let's get. No, forget all of that. We need to get to some common ground.
statement.
We're gonna do all of this.
Yeah.
I've got a podcast coming out in February.
Yeah,
You'll
it's
come
gonna
out.
be two back and forth.
Let me just say my
Bro,
last thing though. Let me just say my
bro, you
closing
said your
statement.
last thing about
My
10
closing
minutes ago.
statement is that when you study the Deen, anyone study it, go watch The Messenger, right? It starts off with Muslims preaching their religion and they're being oppressed.
I'm with you.
Oppressed by the
You can't,
Arab,
like,
the
Islam
pagan
is not
Arabs. Then when it came time, obviously their man chopped up the pagan Arabs that was killing them. They didn't go to no one.
Muhammad
and
was
go and
peaceful
take
for the
over
first
their
10
thing.
years and he had
I'm
350
with you,
followers.
Creams with Tommy.
He had
Stop
350
telling me
followers.
what I'm with.
Self-defense.
Cream is cream.
No, how, bruv, how can it be
There's
self-defense?
parts on
It was a
both sides.
Jewish
Don't
tribe
try
that
to put
surrendered.
me on anything.
They'd surrendered.
I'm with you, Creams with
Go
Tommy.
on, Chu, let's
What are you
go.
talking about?
I'm with you,
And it's
Queensy
not
Tommy.
even like to say if I'm not even with him, if I'm with him, but just don't put no words in my mouth. I've got my own opinions. There is parts of
You'll
what
be known as
Tommy's
far right.
saying
You'll be
that
known
I
as far
agree
right.
with. 100%. There is.
She's with
And there's
Tommy.
things, there's a lot of what Raspect
She's
says
with Tommy.
that I
I'm with you, she's with
100%
Tommy.
agree with. He knows I'm pro-black with him.
I'm with
Do you
Tommy as
understand
well.
what I'm saying? But I'm also
I'm with everyone.
a Christian. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not against Muslim, but I don't know a lot
I
about
came up in a
it. Do you
Christian
understand what I'm
household,
saying,
and I
Deeks?
still respect
Do you
Christianity
understand what I mean? That's
Bruv,
my
let me
thing.
plug something, yeah?
I imagine we normally
I've
have
got
a
a book, yeah?
book suggestion as well. Imagine that.
www.trsilence.com. Yeah?
Enemy of the State.
This
Tommy
one, you
Robinson.
won't get this on Amazon because it's banned.
Listen,
yeah? You
all-
can
He
buy
said he
Hitler's
was a
book.
racist.
All my
I
white
have a
pals,
problem with him.
all my white pals,
He's has
all
to
my
sit
white
on the
pals,
couch.
make
He's
sure you get
telling us
this.
He's not.
Yeah. That's how racists move now.
But
How
you
do
should
we-
be able to
That's
say
how
it with
racists
your
move
chest.
now.
If you're a leader and you stand up for something, if I didn't like white people, I would just say I don't.
Silence.
We've asked him if he's a racist. He said
He's-
no.
I
I
said-
don't
He's
believe
got
it.
black pals.
I don't think he is.
Silent. I don't think he's racist. I don't think he's
But you
racist.
think he's racist against
I don't think he- I just think he's mis-
I have
But
made
we
comments.
can't tell Respect to feel differently how he feels. You
Respect.
understand at the same
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
if he
I
feels that
have
way,
publicly said what I say about Islam.
If you was black
I
people,
do think he's
Why
got
wouldn't I
something
just say it?
against Islam. I'm just going to say the
Brother,
truth.
if-
I do
if you-
feel
I'm
like
telling
that's
you, look,
it.
if you was
That's
black-
what he said.
and
He
if you
has
was black
a problem
people that
against
was out there
Islam.
protesting for our people, then you'd understand what I'm saying.
Why wouldn't I say what I believe?
Exactly.
Because, bro,
I say it about
no,
Islam, and it's resulted in terrorist plan to kill me. It's resulted in me having my
Yeah,
head
because
kicked
then
in
black
multiple
people
times.
as well is too much,
What?
Tommy, isn't it?
No,
It's too much.
What has he seen black people doing? Why he would hate them? What groups
Most
did we
my
have
best
that were doing
mates.
sex trafficking?
Nothing.
What did we do? You come
I
to
literally
me.
showed
nothing.
you lot. I literally showed you lot.
Showed us what?
Half Irish.
My whole point.
I don't get what you
What
mean.
you don't understand
We
is
grow
he's-
up and we've seen the. You know what I mean?
No, but
Like-
he's grown up in Luton
Yeah.
and just seen Pakistani. You know what I'm saying? That's where his hatreds come from type of thing.
It's
That's
not hatred,
prejudice.
I know,
It's
but
love.
I know what I mean. I know.
I love my
You
country.
get what I'm saying?
I love my town.
I know, and I don't.
Would you
I
say
don't.
Tommy's prejudice? Yeah.
He's just a patriot.
Yes.
He's a
That's me.
patriot.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
He's a patriot. He's a patriot.
The Quran, 70% of the Quran is about me, how to treat me. Of course I've got an opinion.
Who wrote this, Tommy?
Exactly.
I wrote that, bruv.
Yourself.
I wrote that, yeah.
Your goddamn self, or you had someone help you?
My goddamn self.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
So you didn't have no author help you?
No, I spent on this one. I spent a year on solitary confinement. Yeah, when I go to jail.
All right.
And I sat detailed it. This runs my life up until 2015 when I left the English Defence League, and this is up to date, which is talking about.
So that's the first one.
That's the first one.
All right.
Enemy
So
of the State.
Enemy of
Let me show you
State,
this,
Tommy
let me show you
Robinson.
this.
Well, I got to read the synopsis.
Yeah.
I got to make them know I read. I can make them know I can read. I'm black and I can read. You get me? Former leader of the English Defence League, Tommy Robinson, describes the uncomfortable truths about growing up in a town blighted by Islamic extremism and criminal gangs. When he led a street protest in support of British troops, the state set about destroying his livelihood and persecuting his family before throwing him to the violent Muslim underworld that runs England's prisons. Finally, they tried to blackmail him into working for them. Yeah, you definitely wrote that. Yo, I'm still going against the Muslims. The follow-up, this one's the follow-up. Tommy Robinson's Silence. Listen, because I know we got some racist people watching this. You lot go and get a book. You get me? Boom.
You'll be. Do you know what? I'll ask Annie. Yeah. Next time I do an event, come along. Yeah. You'll be surprised by the demographic. You'll be
as long as I don't get rushed.
Yeah, get rushed.
Do you know what I mean? As long as I don't get kicked in.
Mate, everyone's gonna watch this and think you're fucking on our side anyway.
Huh? They're gonna think I'm arsehole.
On our side.
Oh, come on. I know that I'm gonna get rushed.
Yeah, do you want? Oh, you see, you've took a 10-second cut. Let me tell you what I'm saying. Yeah, within a 2-mile radius of where I am.
Yeah, because
there,
Raspek obviously doesn't feel
Raspek.
like.
Let me tell you.
He's showing you why he's racist.
Now let me tell you what that is.
Okay.
Now what he's done, right? I stand right.
You said something mad, didn't
I'll
it?
tell you. No, I didn't.
said
After
something
the
mad.
Manchester bombings, I stood outside a mosque in Manchester and said, within a 2-mile radius of where I am, 69 men have gone and fought for ISIS. They are enemy combatants.
Listen,
Don't get raped.
Tommy,
What's what you said
I
about-
think you're misunderstood. Personally.
Who's gonna rape her?
I think you've got, as far as I'm concerned,
Syrians wouldn't
if you
rape
don't
her.
stand for something, you fall for everything.
Syrians wouldn't
And he's
rape
standing
her,
for
bro,
what he's
black
standing
people.
for.
I didn't say Syrians.
Yeah, you did.
But forget, this
Mo
is all,
Farah.
bruv, this is all just
What
irrelevant.
did I say
Yeah,
about
this
Mo
is just
Farah,
all
bro?
irrelevant, bro. Bro, the podcast can't see this. The
barbarians.
cameras can't see
No, I
this.
didn't say that.
We could do this after the
Again.
podcast. It's all irrelevant.
take-
Do you
I'll
get-
send it to
No,
you
but I'm saying, do you
direct.
get-
Send it to me.
No, but
No, what you're taking is so in the conversation I stood after the Manchester bombing. I'd done my research in Manchester. I stood outside the
Don't worry,
mosque.
Tommy, it's all right.
No, listen. I said within a 2-mile radius of where I'm standing, 60 people have gone and fought for ISIS. So when you look at
You
these,
also said that
when you
Syrian
look- listen,
refugees wouldn't rape a black
listen.
woman based
When you
upon the
look
way
at,
she looks.
I said when you look
You
at
said
these
Syrian
houses.
refugees wouldn't even rape her, bruv. You said Mo Farah
When-
comes from backwards barbarians, and you've made a lot of other quotes. But what I'm saying is, you're very good at rebranding.
I didn't say Mo
yourself.
Farah coming back with barbarians.
Yeah, you're very good at rebranding yourself. You're
mate,
the
you're
best.
taking it. You're
the best in Britain at rebranding.
Thank you. But you're
100%.
taking it totally out of context.
I'm not.
You've played a little clip where I say
can't
they're enemy
believe I'm-
combatants. I'm talking
Hey,
about the 60 men who
fam.
went to fight for ISIS. They are enemy combatants. They've gone
Listen.
and joined a foreign fucking fighting force against our country. They're blowing shit up. They're enemy combatants, but you've took me saying
I'm
it and
talking
you've
about the
took the
black woman
context
and
away.
Mo Farah.
Yeah, and the
specifically.
black comment wasn't about Mo Farah. It was about something that had happened with some Somalians, and I said they're barbarians. The crime
You
they
said
committed.
no Mo Farah. You come
All
from
right,
a place
wait,
of
this is
backward
just this is
barbarians.
No.
anyway.
You're not
Forget all
taking
of
the context.
listen.
Backward barbarians.
Forget all
You're
of
not
that
taking the
because we're just gonna. You're just doing this.
Yeah.
We're
You're
going
very
in
good at
circles.
acting. That's one thing I give you.
Listen,
Yeah, you're acting.
all right, cool.
20,000.
Can I give? Can
You
I?
had Creed,
all
but you had
right,
Dex.
all right, fam.
I said.
All right, cool.
What he's
No,
saying-
no,
Professional,
you said he had
professional
cream
time.
and he had
Professional
no,
time.
no,
what he's
Okay,
saying is
professional
he thinks
time.
you're
Can I-
stupid.
I've
Look,
got my no. Let me just
Tommy.
spray. Let me say
I know,
what.
but
Can I
just
answer
give
him?
this? I know, but can I just give him?
Yeah, go on then.
The thing, boom, really the most. Now,
got racist.
the tracksuit in it.
Tracksuit.
I'll probably get rushed for giving it to you.
I'll wear this to my next demo spray.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, wear it.
My
Real
next
them-
speech.
it's-
But, hey,
do you know what
you're
it
gonna see me.
stands
Next
for?
time I'm doing
I
something.
just got you that one because
Realer than most and
more than
real,
British
real
colours.
to myself.
It's got more than
so
Brit-
you
real to
keep
my-
it.
But he's realer than
That's
most.
what I just said.
No, but I'm saying that's why I got it. I thought, you know what,
But-
he's
but
here.
I
Do
just
you know what I mean?
wanna say-
And to be fair, I thought, I hope he don't get cold feet because I know how this thing is. I'm thinking because even like
I did get cut.
no, because I was. This is
I
something I
know,
wanted to
please,
ask you as well. This is something because Raspek's been and they've been taking over the show. I thought I forgot that I wanted to ask him actually this. Like, how does it feel? No, but you get what I'm saying? Because on gangster shit, I've got to watch over my shoulder and I've got to be careful where I am. And you've actually got to do that. No, but I'm saying you've got to do that on a normal one. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, how does it feel? Like, how do you feel when you go places? Like, do you feel in danger?
I'll explain to you.
Do you feel? Do you know what I mean?
Why the Black Lives Matter incident upset me a lot? Yeah, because I happily wear that hat. Yeah, because I believe so strongly in my beliefs that if a Muslim come out and killed me, right? But if I've got black people wanting to attack me because they've been told I'm a racist, I'm not wearing that hat because I'm not comfortable with that because I don't believe that.
Yeah, so can I just say
before? I don't care about threats, bruv. I don't care about threats. I mean, think about
you thinking that he's not racist because of what he said. It's not just because of I've got my own opinion. I've got my own feelings, my discernment. Me personally, don't feel like he dislikes us lot because of the colour of our skin. Even him sitting here and the dialogue that we can have with each other. When somebody dislikes you for I don't really see that.
I think he's misinformed.
That's my thing, but
my whole life
I'm not saying that there's not.
I think he's just upset with what he sees growing up.
He has a thing against blacks.
But my whole life has been.
If anything, I feel he feels like his thing is more stronger. It's better with him teamed up with us.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mobilize black people like Sarah to.
So do you reckon he's using us then?
It's not racism. He's against.
I don't think he's racist.
He's against religion. It's more religion.
And actually,
where
we're currently at, let me get where we're currently at.
And that's what I'm trying to explain to him.
2 minutes.
This will sound mad, because where we're currently at, I actually see Muslims as being our allies, because the biggest battle right now is not between Islam and non-Islam. The biggest battle right now is between the globalists and the government who want to take every one of our freedoms against the LGBTQ plus fucking mafia.
Some common ground
who want to
last.
sexualise kids. So I actually see, and that doesn't matter that I've got an opinion of Islam.
Common
I
ground.
would stand next to Muslims again on this issue again, and the only time that they'll get worried is when they see people who aren't agreeing in unity, yeah? So, it doesn't take, I'll sit with Muslims, I have my whole life. It's fucking people think, I remember Scotland Yard said, we want to meet you before I was doing demonstrations, they said, come meet me. I met in McGrill in Luton Town Centre, full of Muslims, and I sat down there like, what are we doing in here? So I fucking live here. Yeah? This is where I'm from, man. What, you're acting like it's mad. You can't walk past the East London Mosque. It's what they come to tell me. I said, why not? It's a big mosque. I said, I'm in Luton. I walk past mosques every day when I go to the football club. Come on. I said, so get out of your mind that I'm from some exclusively white area and I haven't experienced any real life, because I fucking have. I'm exactly this. I've grown up in a real estate, in a real town, full of real problems. I talk about them.
Do you know what it is,
doesn't mean I hate people.
He spoke on crime. He spoke on crime. He spoke about people that are not contributing. He didn't speak about housing. He didn't speak about them in schools. He didn't speak about them in taking jobs. He didn't speak on any of that. He spoke about the ones that was coming over here, sex trafficking, raping girls and things, which is literally, to me, that shouldn't be happening anyway.
Ignored.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
You didn't answer my question though. How does it feel?
I don't agree with those things.
How does it feel?
Yeah, how does it feel? How does it feel?
No, it's definitely 100% not.
Picture this. You're me. You're me. Picture this.
Racism is
Let him talk, bruv, man.
You're me, yeah? So I go to a court case. So six Muslim lads got caught with IEDs, guns, bombs, everything. They're at the Old Bailey. I go to their court case. They get 25, 30 years. I stand up, I'm God save the Queen. The whole court erupts. 6 months later, I'm in Woodhill, bruv, yeah? I get taken into Woodhill. I go for my legal meeting. I look across. It's boom, boom, boom. It's all them. I'm like, oh, fuck, man.
No, because
this
you see,
is on top. Yeah.
Last time I went jail, because obviously man's known, innit? Like, I've got moved to by, like, you know about man, because man would know what I look like. And I don't know. I
got moved to in Woodhill.
So I'll be walking past and then a man's just moved to me and do you get what I'm saying? I went down blocks, blood, because I had a madness with one youth. I ended up poking him, innit? He was a bit too big, I had to poke him up. But anyway, boom, I'm in the block. We're in a cell with bare different people in the cell. But I didn't know that there's a youth in there that allegedly I must have robbed some machines off his people then, or something, yeah? But he's in there, he knows who I am. I don't know who he is. Cut a long story short, a man's moved to me. We're in the cell. Do you get what I'm saying? The man's just ended. So that's what I'm trying to say. How did it feel? Because that's a bit nuts.
Yeah.
Like, you could just go anywhere.
So
he just said he lost his teeth.
I got fucked up in Woodhill. When you go into jail, I said this when I went into Bedford prison, they were all howling as I got brought on the wing. I'm like, oh, shit, man. But, so it doesn't, but it feels for me, I've got used to that. I accepted that. In the early years of the English Defence League, I felt like I was walking around with terminal illness. Because I was thinking, fuck, I'm fucked, yeah? I'm fucked, because at some point, and then
they're going to get you.
Yeah, Al-Shabaab put a hit on me. Fucking, then there was the ones who got 30 years, and all this is going on. So it don't feel good, and I was shitting myself. But then, I dealt with it through the sesh. I'm
going to deal with you like Rodney P right now, because you know how much man wanted there. I had to make them know, look, Tommy's my guy. You're not getting
And I turned up on my own, brother.
No, you're a G. You're a
I
G.
turned up on
You're
my
a
own.
G. He's a G.
Well,
So
I went
you have to
to
rate that.
Brixton to meet. I went to
You get
Brixton
me?
to meet
Obviously-
after Black Lives Matter. I volunteered to meet anyone and talk to anyone on this issue because I don't want people listening to that media bullshit headline that I hate blacks or your headline. Yeah, I don't want people believing what you're saying.
No,
So
I believe you're trying to mobilise the black community.
when have I
and
tried to
you're very
mobilise? When have I
successful
tried
at
to
it.
mobilise the black
No,
community?
I believe that you are someone who is.
Do you want to convert the black community to Islam?
I don't speak about
I'm
Islam.
asking you, do you want to?
I don't speak about
So
Islam.
do you want to convert the black community to Islam?
It's not about
Do you
converting
want to?
anyone.
Do you want to?
I want the black community to
convert to Islam.
understand the truth of Islam, 100%.
You want them to convert to Islam?
I don't want anyone to convert to Islam.
I don't want to mobilise you, but he wants to convert all your
I've
kids.
never spoke about Islam. Go look at all my videos. It's all about black people and racism. I don't speak about
Listen,
Islam. I don't try to.
Tommy,
convert.
thank you. I appreciate you for coming
Have you ever seen
through.
me post about Islam?
I appreciate you for coming
Well,
through.
I don't know, so I'm.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
So, no,
listen.
I don't
I appreciate you for coming through.
You're more on the black pro-black.
Yeah,
Listen,
I
listen.
will.
Can we just wrap this up, please, Cream? I appreciate you for coming
Cheers,
through.
man.
Respect. Thank you
Thanks
so much
for coming
coming
on.
through because I don't know. Like that's what I'm saying.
I still enjoyed the debate.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't.
See,
We're good.
I don't know.
See,
what
it's
to-
not. I haven't got the problem here.
No, but you don't
make.
make yourself look good. That's not something.
he's
You know what I'm
in-
saying?
he-
I don't
If he's,
understand, man.
I'm
I
just saying he's
understand,
laughing.
man.
I'm saying he's going to shake his hand.
Bruv, you
He did-
spotted me when
you're-
we come in.
No, but I'm saying you don't make
spotted
black
me
people.
when we
You're
come
not
in, bruv.
representing us.
Can I try
You know,
to
do
put my hand in
you know what I
He's
mean?
represent-
You're looking
yeah.
more racist than him. If he's going to shake you as a black man and you're not shaking his hand,
shake his hand.
I just don't rate that.
Yeah,
Get me?
I
But
can
anyway.
shake his hand. I don't believe you're racist.
But anyway,
can I say,
that's
if
down to you,
respect
but I'm just
doesn't-
saying it's
but
not a good look, like, come on,
Respect,
like.
respect
But if
just
you
said
believe
that he
someone was a
doesn't
racist,
believe.
why
Yeah,
would
but-
you
Still
shake hands?
believe
Yeah,
that.
but I wanna
So
be-
is
if
he
you
saying
wanna
he's
be
staying
racist,
real
Spring.
to himself?
Spring, look at me.
Right.
Do you think I'm gonna shake
Respect
hands with someone
now?
that I think is racist?
Whatever.
No,
I
bro.
don't
I'm not
mind.
You
gonna-
don't have to if you
I'm
don't
not
want
gonna-
to.
you
I don't.
You
I
don't
mind
believe
whether.
he's racist, so I don't mind you
Can I put
squatting
that
in and
in?
being friends
Is
with
that
him.
where
I'm
it come
saying
from?
me, I'm not gonna shake hands with someone that I genuinely believe hasn't got good intentions. That's not gonna be me, bro.
What do you think my intentions are,
That's
bruv?
it.
What do you think I put my life in this situation for, then, bruv?
But I was
I feel
just
like
saying.
it's clout and it's got you
what?
quite a lot of.
I don't think
attention
a
about it.
You know when
racist
you- you know when
would
English
even want to
defence
shake
league
your
start- when
hand.
English defence
See,
league
like how
started-
you feel about not wanting to shake his hand.
Yeah.
That's how a racist will feel about not wanting to shake a black person's hand.
Yeah,
Do you
but why would
understand
I shake a
that?
racist
No, but that's
person's hand?
no, but I'm saying he's not.
If
no,
I was
but
a racist,
you're
why would
seeming
I
a
shake your
racist.
hand?
He's not understanding what I'm saying.
If I was a racist, why would
Yeah,
I
I
shake your
hear
hand?
that.
No, but I'm saying he's not understanding. If
Yeah,
he was a
but-
racist, that's how racists feel. I don't
But-
know.
but look
I
on-
know he's thinking of
Have
mind
you got
games.
chil- have you
I
got
know
chil-
what
have you got
Ras-
children?
Ras-
I'm not
Yeah,
playing no
Ras
mind
thinks
games.
he's on mind games.
Bruv,
Ras is Ras.
you got
Yeah, I
children?
know.
Have
I
you
know
got
what Ras
children?
is saying.
Have you got children?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Have you got children?
I know what you're saying.
Have you got children?
Because even
But Raspek
even
said
I
that
don't
he
care
thinks
about-
that, but you lot are not listening. Raspek thinks he's racist.
Yeah.
Raspek doesn't agree with what he does.
he's not gonna
and what
shake
he
his hand.
stands for, he doesn't. You understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So his prerogative is that if he don't want to shake his, if I don't like somebody, you can't tell me to shake their hand.
I'm
If
really
I don't-
telling
if I
you,
don't-
no
no,
one's
no, I
telling
didn't
him
say
to
you
shake his
can.
hand.
I just said
No one's
I'm
telling
in
him to
my
shake his
right
hand.
to do what I want.
Yeah, it's now getting
He
into
doesn't
just any
agree.
talk now. Let me just
You know,
wrap
but
this. I
he
know, but
doesn't-
it's not.
he doesn't
All right,
think.
cool.
All I wanna
clocked
say
he
is-
doesn't-
I don't think he's
we clocked
racist.
he's-
I don't
we clocked
think
he
he
All I'm
doesn't
saying is
agree.
ban the black paedophiles, and ban the Asian paedophiles, ban the
He
white
didn't say anything
paedophiles
about
all over the country,
I
ban
agree
all
with
the
you.
paedophiles. You get me?
Yeah, but-
Regardless of their race or their religion, ban all paedophiles equally.
Listen,
I'm on
thanks
that.
for coming today. We
Cheers,
didn't.
man.
It was just. I thought we'd have a bit. I didn't know. It was, you guys. I thought this would be a better. But I didn't know what we even.
That was alright, man.
It was cool. Do you get what I'm saying? But
More-
at least there was dialogue. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I don't
People
feel
should
like
be
I've
able to
reached
have their
anything.
opinions.
I
Well-
don't know. I don't feel fulfilled from what I don't feel like I've reached anything, or I feel like we're gonna go and you're just gonna think what you're thinking, which was with the same way you're thinking.
Did
You're
we
just gonna
change
think what I'm
anything?
thinking. You're just gonna
We've
think,
come here.
and I'm just gonna. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't
Challenge
feel
what
like
they-
I
we've come here.
actually wanted
We've
to
come here. You've got your
some.
feedback on
Do you
my
know
Did
what I
you
mean?
take
Challenge what they
anything
think,
on
yeah?
from what Tommy
So
said,
people are
though,
gonna watch
Spray,
this,
in
they're gonna
regards
challenge and
to,
make
you
their
know,
mind
like
Yeah, facts.
with
Which is
what
why
he
we're
said?
Me,
Do you
it's
feel
for my
like you've
people
got
in my
more
community.
clarity
It's the
from
wing.
what
The
Tommy
man them on the
said?
wing.
Do you feel like you've got more clarity since he explained where he's coming
No,
from?
but I
why
kind
he
of no,
feels
but
like
remember,
that?
I'm the one that gets told I'm racist, and I'm with Tom. So I kind kind of got it. I'm able to like thingy, but I wanted some form of comment. And to be fair, I wanted Tommy as well to just understand it's not Islam.
It's not Islam.
That was my main thing. Because that's
the thing.
Because I didn't look at you as a racist.
Rearrange. For me to understand it's not Islam,
I didn't look at him as a racist.
I'll come here with the Quran and the Hadiths, and we can sit down. You bring in an Imam or a scholar, and we'll get him to answer some questions. Yeah, because I know the answers.
He's clearly read more Quran than me. Astaghfirullah, and that's why I needed respect. Because He's
Do
coming
you know
with
what?
hadith.
This wasn't about trying to make you change.
And look, even when I tried to phone my brethren won't even chat to him.
It's very easy.
My
to
brethren
nitpick
won't even
but
chat
your
to you.
verses with
brethren
Islam.
won't
That's the
chat to
thing.
him
Because
of
no,
Islam.
but
It's
because
not
of his
about
no, it's
racism,
not
though.
no, but it's because of his views towards Islam,
Islam, yeah.
and he needs to understand that. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say to him. Because of his views, he's making people
People
not
think
like
that
him
you're-
that
yeah.
didn't need to
But
not
the problem
like
is,
him.
but
They didn't have. They're not in the
Because
grooming
those
thing.
people are
They're just
still-
black
could be
people.
still against
They're just normal
grooming.
black people
They
that are
could still
Muslims.
be
You get what I'm
against
saying?
that.
I get
They're
that,
just
but-
normal black people that are Muslims and they don't groom no one,
I
and
get
they're not.
that.
They're not
I get
in
that, but
all
they're
of that.
offended because
Do
I
you know what I mean?
They're offended because I speak openly and
Because he
honestly
knows
about
your
religion.
religion better
But
than you,
I know
Spray.
people that follow that
Yeah,
are
that's
Muslim.
why.
They
He
pray.
knows your religion better than every Muslim in this country. That's basically what he's saying. Tommy
what I'm
knows the
saying.
religion better than practicing Muslims all over the country. So
That's
he can
stuff
nitpick
for
certain
law.
Better than you.
verses. He can nitpick certain verses, use them out of context, and make the religion look a certain
You
way.
haven't
But the
quoted
people
one
who
single
practice
verse.
it
You haven't
every
quoted
day-
one single verse
the
to
people who
justify
practice it
your
every day have their own
mindset.
opinion. Go
But
on,
the
go-
majority of the people that are following the Quran and they're living good, they're praying,
They're
they're
living
doing all of
normal
those things,
Pious.
they're doing
That's
normal
it.
lives.
But they're
What
not-
do you say
Subhanallah.
those people that are following Islam? What do you think? What do you say about them?
I
Are
haven't
they
got a
following
problem with them.
something different?
No, they're not. They're not taking the literal word of the Quran and living it. Yeah, they're not.
Based on
Most
his
of them,
interpretation.
they're having a bit of a gamble. They're having a bit of a bet. They're sniffing a line. Yeah, they're doing all these
Fucking hell,
things.
Jama.
They're just cultural Muslims. The problem is when you take this word of a 7th century book in modern 21st century and you try and implement it, there's a problem. It doesn't work.
Are you on
That's not
Are you
true.
on social media? Instagram.
I'm on Twitter.
Wait, let me just wrap this up,
I'm
bro.
on Twitter. Get me on Twitter. Tommy Robinson NS. I'm on Twitter. Back on Twitter thanks to Elon Musk. Yeah, not censored anymore.
Follow the Queen.
Cream, you know the vibes. Ice Cream, the poster girl on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter, Queen Ice Cream. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on YouTube, Queen Ice Cream TV. Just follow me up.
Yo.
I know it's a lot.
Follow Big Respect.
Respect Rebellion FF on Instagram. You get me? Respect Rebellion on YouTube.
Yeah, neat.
And big up Lucian Masjid every time still.
Lucia Mustard. Yeah, now big up Ras. Thanks for coming through, because as you
Yeah,
can see,
100%.
I wouldn't know what to. I needed Ras. You get me? You get me for that little. Obviously, he's passionate.
Very
As you can see.
passionate.
Nothing wrong with being
Very
passionate.
You know what I mean? But it's like you're
Passionate ain't
passionate.
hate, yeah?
No. But that's why I needed it, innit? Because I wouldn't be able to do what he did. And I'm like I said, I'm Muslim. You get what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Like first and foremost, you get me? So that's why anything towards Islam and all that, that's mad for me. But he's learned in that. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want to just be.
Thanks to Tommy.
I don't want to just be saying no, but you get what I'm saying. I don't want to
he's
just.
the one, he's
You-
the
no, but
inspiration. I wouldn't
I
know
don't want to
anything
just be
about
saying
Islam.
things. I don't want to be saying
Inspired by
things
me,
and
bro.
trying to defend, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
So
Do you get what I'm saying? So.
for you two. You really
Boom.
made man look into it.
So yeah, thanks for Respect for coming through. I hope you lot got something out of it. You get what I'm saying? Because obviously we're trying to build bridges in it. Like I don't want Britain to be separated. I don't want to call my EDL pals to come and fuck out you lot. Do you know what I mean? When you lot fucking get out of place. Do you know what I mean? So
And for the record, the English Defence League was finished in 2015. It's been longer since I left.
What
than
we calling that?
It was actually
What we
formed.
calling that?
I'll just do journalism.
FLA,
what are we calling
No,
that?
but I don't. That's not me, bruv. I just do
Generation
journalism.
Identity.
What's it
I don't
called?
do any of
One
that.
of the far right groups.
What's it
Oh,
called?
so you just categorise all the
North
groups together?
Star.
That's
Nah,
like
the
me.
groups that you've worked with.
That's like I've reported. I've reported. I'm a journalist, bro. I'm a journalist.
Racist groups that
Simple.
he's worked with. Yeah.
I'm a journalist
Anyway,
and a good one at that. Yes.
Follow
my work.
me at young_spray_official on Instagram. Follow the podcast page at RTM Podcast Show. Follow the clothing at RTM Clothing Original. www.realofthemost.com. Follow. What else? There must be something else to follow. Follow your
Twitter.
blood.
Did you do
Oh yeah,
Twitter?
follow my Twitter at young_spray. And yeah, to all my Muslim mates, please allow me in it. Yeah, all my Pakistani
Them
mates,
comments are gonna be
allow me. Look, yeah, they're gonna
crazy.
get on to
Them
me. Oh,
comments
spray.
are
Look
gonna
at Raspy.
be
Oh, don't allow it.
crazy.
Bro, man made you come in. Look, Raspy, he's a snake. He's snaking me. He's snaking me straight away, telling them don't allow me. You know, I can't believe, but obviously. It's mad, because I can see Ibs mad. If you should have I can't even read the message. I can't read the message my brethren sent me, you know.
Really?
I can't easily.
Don't lie.
I can't.
Wait outside.
I just know it's mad for me right now. You get me?
Fuck off.
Yeah, they can't believe.
Are you getting
You're with grief.
Hey, they know we're
It's
here.
sunnah. It's sunnah to move to him. Nah, but anyway, big up for coming through though. Nah, because come on, man, like, and that's big, like, It's big for us as
You know
well.
why they're
'cause
saying that though? Because
it's
he
big
said
for us.
Stuff that have led to
Yeah, I know,
Muslims
but
being hurt,
I don't.
get me?
I've said stuff. No, but I've said stuff
Mohammed
as
said
well.
stuff that has led to millions of people being killed.
Allah, I'm gonna
Okay?
He's saying more.
on,
He's
come
saying
on,
more. Astaghfullah, I'm trying to finish this.
You can't blame
He's saying more.
what I say
He
for
said, I
actions
can't
unless you're
believe-
going to do it vice
And
versa.
he's
Yeah?
so close. I can bong him, but allow it, blood. Like you lot, reach some common ground. Reach some common ground. Please.
No, I've been banning paedophiles for the longest time. I'm just saying ban all paedophiles. He's saying ban the Asian
No, I'm
ones.
not.
He's saying
No, I'm
let's
not.
to get the Asian ones. I'm saying get all of them.
I'm
Every
not
single
saying
one of them.
get the
Chop
Asian
them up.
He just said, but he's punched the end.
Alright, cool.
Watch my latest documentary. where
Watch
I
his
was up
latest
there-
documentary.
I was up there exposing
Boom.
the people.
We'll talk about this off camera.
Yeah, cool.
Real the most.
I've got
Read
guys.
them out,
Ban
send
them,
the
run them,
vibes.
and done them.
Bye.
You lot are just back up. No, not let him rap.